You know what I consider about people that do face tattoos? When you do a face tattoo, that is you saying to the world, I am committed to this lifestyle.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just like, again, as I said when I was reviewing the album, it just feels like this Lungo boy goes to America. Like, it's just
Like, this is Afrobeats to the world. What did you think was going to happen? We all just thought, okay, oh, this is the rules. You're Nigerian, so you must come home on every December.
Of all the back and forth that the two of them and the three brothers have been having for the last week, why sample another song? Leave them alone. Those people are not okay. The whole family is not well. Stay away from
No,
them.
way too much
Can
drama.
The samples. It might be glaring to you because of the production. The Diwali rhythm. The Diwali rhythm can never be hidden. You know every Diwali rhythm song. Like
Was
Top
Lumidi
Good
the same
Morning.
as Brick and Lace? That's the
Yeah,
point. But
yeah.
hers is so.
Yeah,
It
but
wasn't though.
no, but to be
Emmanuel,
fair, like, come
we're
on,
not being
man, it's still the
real.
same beat. But all right, guys, we're gonna kick off with our normal opener and icebreaker as the top 10 of turntable charts. We ran through it last week, of course. Does anyone have predictions for this week before I get into it? Any thoughts?
So
Okay, go
we
ahead.
all know we all know DVD is going up again, right?
Sorry, say that again.
DVD is going to be number one again.
Davido?
Yeah, funds.
Okay, so last week it was not number one. Funds was not number one last
It
week.
was
It was number two.
it was number two, but
Yeah.
it's going up again. You know that, right?
Okay, so you're saying you're predicting Funds is going to
We
number
don't
one.
know anything. No, they speak for us. We don't know anything.
All right, cool. Any
Yeah,
any other thoughts on
we
who
all
this
know.
week would hold up?
Joy is coming.
Joyce coming is
Joy
still
is
number
Pepe,
one
I
for
say
you.
coming.
God beg you. I
So,
say God beg you.
sorry now. I'm
Wait,
just
Emma,
wait.
saying.
Does Chief not like the song?
Hey, if I speak, I will be arrested.
Interesting. All right.
Hey.
Sorry, Dante, you want to say something?
Yeah, can we please get some activities outside the top 10 also, like when you're done to this?
Okay. It doesn't look.
Especially on Mariah tracks, please. Thank you.
Oh, agenda was agenda.
So, unfortunately, this week I do not have activity outside the top 10. Unfortunately. But I'm sure someone from Turntable will be joining us soon. I hope. To clarify anything that I cannot offer at the moment. All right. Any other thoughts before I get into it? Cool, cool, cool,
Let's
cool,
go.
cool. All right. Let's have it, man. This week's top 10 put together by Turntable Charts, the only aggregate chart system in Nigeria for music consumption on radio and on streaming. At number 10 this week, we have Young John with 10 times, dipping from number 9 to number 10. Okay? Moving up to number 8, or to number 9 rather. Number 9, we have Tiwa Savage, Mega Money Mega, lifting from number 12 to number 9. All right? Moving up to number 8, we have Davido and YG Mali with Awuke, dropping from number 7 to number 8. How we feel about number 8, 9, and 10 so far?
I didn't know the people were eating that Tiwa track like that too.
Yeah, it looks like it's getting its momentum, which is nice to see for Mommy Jam Jam.
Sorry.
Yeah,
When did WhatsApp drop?
December, middle of December.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it drop.
All right. That's it for number 8, 9, and 10. Moving up to number 7, we have Wizkid and Asake with Bad Girl. All right, dropping from number 8, or moving from number 8 to number 7, actually, lifted this week. Moving up to number 6, we have Ruga and Tiwa Savage again with Toma Toma, moving from number 5 to number 6. All right. Moving up to number 5 for this week. Climbing up, we have Fola and Bella Shmurda with Who Does That. All right. Moving up again to number 4, we have Bundle by Bundle by Burna Boy, holding its same position from last week. And at number 3 this week, we have Kese Dance by Wizkid. Before we get into the top 2 this week, let's do a quick recap. I know I just spread through it, but we'll do it. At number 10, we have 10 Times by Young John. At number 9, we have Mega Money Mega by Tiwa Savage. At number 8, we have Awuke by Davido and YG Mali. At number 7, we have Bad Girl by Wizkid and Asake. At number 6, we have Ruga and Tiwa Savage with Toma Toma. At number 6, we have Fola and Bella Shmurda with Who Does That. And at number... I think I'm missing a number. I think I'm missing something. I'm missing number 5.
I think you said something about tomato or something.
Yeah. Okay, so 10 is Young John. 9, Tiwa. 8, David. 7, Wizkid. Ruga. 6. 5, rather, is Fola and Bella Shmurda. All right, no problem there. And number 4 is Burna Boy with Bondo by Bondo. Number 3 is Kese Dance by Wizkid. And ladies and gentlemen, at number 2 for another week, Davido with Funds featuring Odumodu Black and Chike, which leaves number 1 for the second week in a row, Joy Is Coming by Fido. Okay, Joy Is Coming joins an elite group of number 1 singles that have tallied at least 2 times the chart points of the number 2 song. Wow.
Wait, double the points of number 2?
Yes. Double the points of number 2.
Fonz is going number 1, yeah?
All right, so Joy Is Coming tallied at least 2 times the chart point of the number 2 song this week. Joy Is Coming has over 3 times the total chart point of the next song, David. Over 3 times. Jeez. Okay. So it's actually over 3 times the chart points of Davido's Funds. In addition, it records the biggest total chart points by a single in over 2 years and one of the biggest singles in a week ever. Joy Is Coming has spent 2 weeks at number 1 on the official top 100. Yo. Yo.
Joy is coming.
Joy is in fact
Joy
coming.
is coming. He can't look like saying a prayer and chants.
It's starting to make sense, to be honest. Because anytime I say a song, because I go by the Omale godly principle. If a song that is borderline gospel and it's just right there in terms of connection with people, it's bound to really, really hold a strong position in the Nigerian audience.
He literally played the perfect game.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of a new year. That's when people are most in their spiritual bag. They're praying for a song like that will always start, please.
Yeah, big congrats to Fido, man.
Good to Fido.
Huge,
almost 3 times the points. That's crazy.
3 times the points of the next song after it is crazy. Any questions, any thoughts on this week's top 10?
Have thoughts.
Yes?
You don't have questions. You have thoughts.
Welcome to my agenda 2025. You paid me, I missed last week, but I'm here. No miss me so
nice
much.
to have you on.
First of all, I feel like Fido's, I don't know if it's Fido or Fido, whatever. His team, they are absolutely killing it at what they are doing. I saw something on the timeline, I think last week or something, where somebody was like, they should sack his team because he's using the same one stupid agenda.
No, it was... I know exactly.
And I'm not his biggest fan. I can't lie to you.
Yeah.
I've not seen many songs it's not just my thing, and I accept it, I acknowledge it. But clearly, whatever they are doing is working and is translating, because you actually cannot scroll on TikTok without hearing that goddamn song. You cannot scroll.
even Instagram.
Yeah.
Bruh, even they love it. Like Pepe said, it's
everywhere.
So they typed it perfectly, they did everything perfectly, whatever. But someone I really want to spotlight this week is Fola. Fola has been bloody consistent from last year to this particular moment. He's always there somewhere. He's always somewhere in the chat, doing very well.
Definitely.
What was not like, I'm generally not the biggest fan of Afro Adura in general, but I saw him perform at Our Land.
Okay.
He performed with the backtrack, whatever, and then he performed like an acoustic and everything, and he can really fucking sing, you guys. Like, he can really sing. It was so crazy to me because usually, you know, we have a problem with Nigerian artists and vocals and just doing the barest minimum and getting out, which is why I really like all these alter artists and like these other events. But he can really, because they don't have to put energy into their performances a lot of times, so they just come, you know, get the crowd hype and everything. He really put energy in the performance. He can really sing. He did it with the backtrack, and then he did it like on his own, like no recording in the back, no whatever. And that, like, honestly, I was sold on it. Someone tweeted it that if you deep it, I don't even think he's even deep. He's very obviously an R&B.
Oh yeah, he is.
Person, R&B type person, just singing in Yoruba like this. He's sorry, I'm in my feelings, but yeah, he can.
No, yeah, it's not.
And then
yeah, go ahead.
and he's been on since I think I said this thing last year too, like one of the last spaces that we had, the final space of the year. He's been doing this with like the biggest competition on the charts and everything. And this is someone that has not spent so much time in the industry where you can say, you know, label support in quotes. He's really fucking killing it at the moment. And I just want everybody to like pay attention to what he's doing and all. I was like, no, that number, but thank God for updates.
All right. Yeah, man. Big shout out to Fola and what he's building with Bella Shmurda there. It's absolutely beautiful to see him yet again on the chart. What else? What are we feeling on top 10 again?
What's up, Emmanuel?
Sorry.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, BSH. Do you mind Dante goes first and then?
Okay.
Yes, also G. So going off Chief's point, I'm waiting for Fola Bigs, and my favorite Fola record is Bye Bye from this project.
From the project, very nice.
Yeah, as much as he's very, people say Afro Adura is like the mix with R&B, and that's why the fact that Imam Magics have a record together just makes sense. Like, it makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
So,
and ironically, they didn't go all R&B on that song. I remember going to that project. I'd be like, okay, this is a pleasant surprise. I would expect like Magics and Fola to give us a very, very deep R&B moment, but it was still a fun track. It was still a fun track. It was the Mandela Effect song, right?
Yeah, it is. I like that project in my time. I was literally listening to it like earlier today. Yeah. So love that. And then for Fido, that thread was funny. The whole like firing his manager and all that. That was hilarious.
Shout out to the genius, man. Shout out to my guy, the genius.
Yeah. But then speaking of like Fido's team and all of that, I saw something about Destiny's the Uncle Pele guy being affiliated with them now, like with Fido's camp.
With Fido's camp?
Yeah, because like the licensing on is the project, no, it's a Tupac, right? Was like Tension, which is like the producer's name.
Wait, are we still on top 10?
We are still on top 10. I just like segue from that. You can drag it back. I'm tying it to Fido.
Okay.
The point is that Fido has a team.
Yeah.
And the team is working well. And then like the name of one of it is like It's Wave. There's like Sid Afra, there's It's Wave. Yeah, now that It's Wave is affiliated with Destiny now.
Nice. Yeah. They've scooped a couple talents and obviously like having moments with Fido now. So we'll be interested to see how they.
Yeah, I definitely want to see like a project from that guy.
From
just
Fido?
So the cover. Yeah.
Okay.
From Fido, just so I can get like a full picture of who he is as an artist, because right now everything is interesting to me. Because that's like what I strive for when I'm listening to music. Like, I want to find it interesting first. It's not a good or bad thing. Yeah. It's like, am I getting something from this? So yeah, for sure. I'm happy for that. And then Tiwa Savage is having a great start to the year. So that's fire. You know, so that's just my opinion on it.
Nice. That's dope. Yeah, man. Tiwa Savage, Mega Money Mega. A song that didn't necessarily have its time or have its grace during December itself, because it was very competitive month. But it looks like she's picking up some momentum now. with this song, moving from number 12 last week to number 9. We see how much it can hold up.
I'm just glad that Tomatoma is getting what it deserves.
Yeah, man. Fantastic record too as well. So yeah, two spots on the top 10 this week. Nice. BSH, what's up?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man.
Nice,
Happy
man.
2025,
Happy
everyone.
2025, man. Happy New Year.
This year, I'm going to hear from you on God. So, we'll move on.
Nice.
Man, the top 10, there are a couple of songs I really love on this top 10. First of all, that Young John's, man, 10 times, man. I cannot explain that song. That
I
song,
still have not played that record. I don't know why. I'm ashamed to say it, but yeah, go ahead.
that song,
You are not alone, Nima.
that song made me,
Neither
that song
have
really,
I.
that song made me really respect Young John. It's not that I don't respect Young John before, but it's like that there could be a gold around them, but you've not just noticed. But one day you just observe, say, oh, but not good right now. What? I don't say pass on. That's how that song. It gave me an epiphany. You know what I mean? Because I realized that Young John does not have any song that's not dope
Right. Okay.
across the board. Like in the sense that even if you don't probably like the lyrics, you like the beats, or you must like one melody. There must be something about that song that will make you play it again, even if you don't really fuck with the song, or will make you vibe to it when it comes on.
Right.
And because me, I've fought not to like Young John for whatever reason, but I cannot equip it. Get when you enter when I really not in my feelings.
Right.
Just they enjoy the music and the thing they sweet me to the fullest.
Nice.
Aquafina is one of those songs too for me that I avoided, but again one day when you enter, I was like, wow, this one a jam.
BSHK, let yourself like music this year. No, they fight anything. If you enter, all this, I'm fighting myself not to like him. Like
That's
him.
true.
Nobody will beat you
So when they
there.
talk, I'm guilty. I did guilty of him, and I need to change him. He still do me for this video track. Nah, one of my favorite track of all time.
Nice.
I guess someone wants to know where I come. I go fight that person later, but we never reach there yet. So you talk about Young Joe. See that 10 times. The production of that song is I don't know how to explain it, man. It's just amazing. I'm sure I want to ask,
Yeah.
is Young John part of every production of his songs in
Um.
a way, whether directly? I want to know.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be curious to know, but just going off of the credits, since he has actually made the transition as an artist, he seemed to have slowed down the production elements, and many of his work is with other producers as opposed to him. Just going
But
off
I think
credits.
maybe he hasn't hit on them, or he directs it one way or the other, because he
I
never
would
misses.
imagine. I would imagine as a
Yeah,
producer yourself.
as a producer himself,
Yeah.
I don't imagine. I don't see a world where he's not. He
Where
doesn't
he's
put
not.
Yeah,
a
Yeah.
little bit of
Yeah.
himself inside
yeah,
somehow.
yeah. So that was the epiphany I got. That I realized, oh, this guy, I see why he doesn't miss. He's really a producer, and he's a complete artist, a complete musician, like all round. So he will hardly miss.
Yeah,
So
man.
shout out to Young,
Shout out to Young
respect to
Jim,
him.
man. Very,
Yeah,
very, very
yeah,
fascinating guy. Has classics
yeah.
under his belt as a producer, and is doing great things as an artist. He dropped his debut last year that had a crazy stat for Turntable. I think it was the only album to have like 6 top 10s records on the album essentially, and it was just crazy to see that. Yeah, he's doing he's working at this level as an artist compared to where he was as a producer. So shout out to Young Jim, man. I'll definitely get sometime, probably next week on New Music Friday, to hear this record, to hear this new song
Yeah,
like 10 times.
yeah, you should listen to that song, man. It's not too bad. Like,
All right.
another of my favorites on the top 10 is the Fido song, bro. That song, yeah. If you know like just try
Chief, I
remove
hear it.
your sentiment and just listen to that song. That one I jam now, bro. The guy like that's some yeah, he gets a guy jam when we say, man, you didn't know say the person the thing just come to him. Like you know even had you know even stress him. Like he was meant to sing that song the time when he supposed to sing the time when he supposed to drop her. Like everything just aligned perfectly on.
All right.
I saw from the production to the message he was trying to pass. Although he wasn't too lyrical, but everybody got the message. That's one beautiful thing about the song. You don't need to explain every fucking pen game as the people, new Afrobeat fans like to do. It just
There was still
now
pen game there. When it was telling you up Nepa, man, like come on, like he's still correlating that to the record.
like
I think it has this very very like Afrobeats like DNA of
yeah,
lamba and ad libbing and just flexing, almost freestyle type of approach.
The
And
song is mostly Lamba and Adlibs. Just
yeah, and
Adlibs on
just
Adlibs on
finding
Adlibs.
pockets after pockets. There's so many like moments in the song that they can stand alone as their own hook or chorus for it. You know what I mean? So it's like everything is very very engaging and it
like
sticks.
I'm
Everything
sure
sticks on
that
that song.
song, that song. I'm sure everybody knows from the beginning to the end of that song. You go
Yep.
if you listen to that song 2 3 times, you will know everything. No be
Very very
you know
simple record to digest. Very simple record to digest.
I can't lie
and
to you people. I only started really liking that record sometime
I
late
don't I
last
don't know the
week.
record too, please. I don't know
I
the
don't know the
record.
entire
I
song.
actually like the first time I heard the record, I
Not
didn't actually like
everybody.
it. I didn't
Really?
hate it, but I didn't
I,
like
I
it.
can't even stand the record right now. Like
Wait,
please.
who's
But if
speaking?
I
you
just
you
I
need to
Wait,
just
is it,
learn though, if you want to learn it.
let's let
That
me
sounds
let me
like
let me
You
understand
guys
my
should
ops. Let
relax
me let me
now. You
understand
guys
my
should
ops here today.
relax. You
we
guys
didn't
should
say it's a
relax.
bad record now, but now
Let me see who will be targeted today. Who said that? Wait, just to be sure.
wait, who said
With
that
the
they can't stand it?
Pepe, Dante,
Hold on,
Oche,
no, they call my name. Hold on. I
those are
didn't
the
say I don't
people.
like the record. Wait,
That's
see.
how
All
I
right.
see it. Because why you are gossiping.
comment.
I
Let me
said
just
that when I first heard the record, I didn't really like it. I think it started hitting me sometime late last week. I was like, oh, okay,
Got
maybe
you.
I see where this is. But at first, I
Got
was
you.
not a big
okay.
fan.
Tell me,
Evidently we are all
tell
saying
us
different
how
things
you
then.
really fucking hit you, how you feel the jam when it hits you last.
Hello. Yo, BSH, you mind there's something with your mic. I think it bounces back and forth or it's just might just be my end, but yeah, if you can leave and come back, appreciate that. Oh, it looks like it's all set. All set. That is not. All set. You're killing me, bro. This man posted that meme of not liking Joyce coming. How bad? How is Joyce coming entering this category of breaking vinyl?
no, I just can't stand it anymore. Like I remember the day it dropped, yeah. I think somebody tweeted on my timeline like
Yeah.
Fido is one hit artist, whatever. And I was like, this Joy is coming song is cool, it's nice. I kinda like it, like it's Lamba, you get.
Mm-hmm.
But subsequently I just like on WhatsApp, Snapchat,
It was
Instagram,
everywhere for you,
TikTok.
right?
It was just everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Got
like,
you. Got
come on now. Can we
okay. So
can we just come on?
got you. Yeah, basically, the song is
Yeah,
suffering
it's
from success.
So the
oversaturation.
success is what is hitting you. The
The,
success is hitting you.
Oversaturation.
the song is
That's
suffering
that's
from success now.
yeah, it's kind of oversaturation. And I'm like, come on now.
Nah,
Like
I
I
feel
get
you, bro.
it's fine. The song is fine.
Bro,
But like, what
but
are we doing here now? Come on.
bro, that was me with Dorobuchi, bro. In like middle of 2014, 2015. Dorobuchi was so like, bro, every lesson teacher had it as their
Like,
ringtone.
come
Like
on
it was,
now.
Bro,
Come on.
ringtone.
it
Come
was.
I
It's
was
on.
not
speaking
even
with my
just
I
the
was speaking
is
with
see
my mom and
ringtone
she
is
was
better. It's the
Joy
things
is
that
coming and I'm
they'll
like,
put it inside
please.
movie. People will make jokes out of it. I was like, y'all niggas,
Do you know one
stop.
funny thing that happened? I remember because the algorithm plays sometimes, and did you guys know that there was a Dorobuchi highlight version? Because the
I
algorithm,
love that
Yes,
Yeah,
background.
I
yes,
heard
I
it. I
love
heard
yes.
the
that
highlight
As
version.
background.
how?
There were
the,
at
There
least three
was,
versions.
yeah.
There
As
was a
how?
highlight version.
bro,
I remember.
bro, my jaw dropped because I must have missed it back then. I was like, wait.
May we never return to those waters.
Shout out to Don
Oh,
Baba, man.
wait.
So do we want to catch up on new music over the past week? There've been a few drops, a few, not
We
too much.
Me, I'm only
have
here
you
for one
guys talked
person,
about
please.
No, we've not.
have you guys talked about
No, we've not talked about
that
anything.
anti-world gangster? Because I missed last week's
No, we
space.
haven't.
That
Oh, actually, we
nothing's
did talk
changed.
about
Actually, did we talk
Gangsta
about
last
it
week.
last week? I don't
We
think we
kind of
did.
touched on
We
it, but
touched
like
on
not a
it.
lot of people really
And
spoke
yeah,
about it.
and I listened to it this weekend, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the most of it, I would say. But there were a few records that were like, oh my goodness, I get what they were going for, but the detail, at least one song that I can speak on exactly is the I Beg. How does it go again? Let me pull it up again just to refresh my memory.
Is it Amabanga?
I was about to say, why are you asking?
Is it
Is it
the
Amabanga?
No. Even that one too. No, the Amabanga was nice. Amabanga was not too bad. It was After God. Yes, it was After God.
Oh, I didn't like that track. I
The
didn't
song
like
that
that
had
track.
MI. I mean, I understood the concept of like what they were going for, to depict how vile and evil human beings can be. But Odumodu's verse for me was a little too much. A little too much. I could for me to stomach at least.
When is Odumodi not doing too much?
I know, but
Like,
we know that that's his like that's his shtick, of course. Like he does that normally, but I think he went a little bit like he crossed a few lines
He went
there.
too far.
Yeah, it went just a little
Then,
bit too far. But overall,
wow.
though, the project, I like what it's representing for Nigerian rap. That very like universal pidgin, everyday Nigerian type of storylines and deliveries there. I think it's a healthy position for the quote unquote face of Nigerian rap right now to be moving in. I think it's nice to see him having that balance within his commercial and pop aspect and also connect with his anti-war gangsters posse and dropping basically like what feels like a mixtape and even had a very star-studded lineup to Don Jazzy. I love when they use Don Jazzy as a feature just to support as the background vocals. I thought that was nice. It was a very tasteful high life moment there. um Bado came with like probably one of my favorite hooks on the entire project. Even though Odumodu was carrying a lot of the hooks there, which it was very crucial for that project. But I think Olamide had a very great moment with Jagade. And shout out to Smada too. Smada impressed me with his verse.
mother.
Smada actually impressed me with his verse, man. It wasn't bad of a moment. Overall, man, it was a decent project. Definitely good one for Nigerian hip hop, at least to have in the mix of all the noise that is existing now. Just to say, okay, like we gave something to the ecosystem, regardless. But anyone else tap into it? Anyone? I'm sure some
So, like,
some of you don't.
replay was
Please, all of us that are part of New Music Friday know what we are doing.
Yeah, man.
I can't lie to you people. You must have this. Yes, so we're gonna listen to Anti-War Gangster Project. That's so me and the rest of our cohorts were like, I'll catch you people on Patreon. Good night, everyone.
Hello.
Y'all have a good day.
Nah,
No offense, but
the real ones were there with me
no, some
in
people
the
stayed behind. I was like,
the real
my
ones were
dear.
there with me because we're closing the live stream with that project, so it was a nice way to see us out. But anyway, man, other new music, other new drops from the past week that we haven't touched on. Everyone tap into King Madi's recent drops for his singles.
Oh yeah, the
Her
colors.
album.
colors. Her
Yeah,
colors.
she did colors and then she dropped a single as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the
Akanchawa.
colors more. I like the colors more than I
Way
like the
more,
Akanchawa
way
record.
more. The Akachawa record
Her
is
performance was very good. Like her vocals were there.
Yeah, like I'm listening to the
Wow.
Akanchawa record, and the first thing I wanted to ask is, what is Akanchawa in this one? Like, what is the reason we named this Akanchawa exactly?
Swear to God, I've missed it. I swear to
No,
fucking God.
I was very
wait.
confused.
You guys know she has an album coming up, right?
yeah. That's
Yeah,
that's
That's
Yeah,
true.
maybe
yeah,
another
yeah.
maybe maybe it
January
will
thing.
make sense.
31st.
Maybe it will make
Yes.
more sense in the album, you know. So
Yeah, I mean, we'll
I don't
see.
Yeah,
know.
But
I
to be honest,
Let's see,
like
but
being paying attention to King Madi, I've always loved the music, of course, especially what she's doing with R&B. I think she's a very, very strong voice in that space. Currently now, but it got to a
Mhm.
point where I was like, okay, like it's safe, it's cool, it's clean, it's by the books, you know. Is there any form of or any kind of like spice that she can bring
edginess.
to it? Oh yeah,
yeah,
even
she need
if
to take some risk. She actually need to
yeah,
take some risk on her
even if it
album.
can
So
become a lot more like edgier in some aspects, and Goosebumps did that for me. I remember when Goosebumps came, almost as if she took up a Victoni like persona type of like direction on that song. And from what I've heard from her, that was a huge contrast. So I was like, okay, there might be a little bit of that push and spice that I've been looking for with Goosebumps, and then this thing happened. I can't tell what happened, and then it came back to that very, very uneventful type of approach where it's like hook verse. There was no dynamics in the song. It's, frankly, a snooze fest of a moment. But then Pepper came to the rescue and told us that she dropped the colors. That's
My dears.
And I went to the colors, and my goodness, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the performance. I enjoyed the record itself. I love the passion behind that song. The relatability.
I listened to that record, and all I was thinking was Bloody Civilian would be so proud.
No, honestly, I think that was a very, very like, okay, this is the energy I want to see King Madi in right now. So it was nice to see that. Hopefully the album has more of that than the other parts, because I know she's still gonna play the game. She's in the commercial bubble as well, so she's gonna lean into that like cookie cutter stuff, of course, which obviously it's not a bad thing for her to do. It's healthy, but I just want a healthy balance with some edge and the cookie cutter stuff at the end of the day. But any other thoughts on it?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like the Akanchawa has a purpose. I think that's what I was saying. That he has a purpose,
Pretty
and that's
much.
why it's there. But favorite cycle being like the 12th track, like out of 13 I'm seeing on Apple Music, is like, okay, it means you are gonna show us so many things before we even get here. I'm like, I'm sad.
Nice.
And I wanted to add, like, she's like an underrated like writer. Like, I didn't even to talk more about the way she writes. I'm just listening to the, because for me I was like,
yep, she is. I
King,
mean, she's 18,
that's your
right?
18.
18
That's your 18 years of
She
age,
was
my darling.
writing
Wait till you
before
don't
she became
see,
an
man.
artist, if I'm correct.
I'm really curious to know if she used writers, because I think she
No,
actually writes way beyond what a normal 18-year-old should have. Like, I don't know, I don't get.
It's
she used to
mature.
write
It's
for.
mature in the construction of it. Like, I think she
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
very mature, but the experience is very, very 18-year-old though. Like that ability of thinking that this person you're with is the everything that you would ever do, like you would ever be in your life. That this person is all the is you're putting all your eggs in this basket of a relationship at that point in your life, and then your mumu
No,
button has
what's
been
it called?
pressed.
The subject matter is
Yeah,
very
it's
what's
very,
it called for
very
an
like
18-year-old.
it
I
make,
think it's more so the way she
It's the construction,
yeah,
constructs
the
the
way,
it.
yeah,
construction is
yeah,
very
exactly.
mature.
The
Yeah.
way
It's
she
very
like,
mature.
yeah,
It's incredibly mature. Like
very mature.
it's like, oh, okay, I know this is like the way an 18-year-old would construct this doesn't sound like this sounds like it. You can be 45 years old and somehow relate to this track in a way that like makes sense. It's not like I was like, King,
That line
what are
when
you trying to tell us, dear?
she said, if it to kill me,
She said, if you
come
go
back
kill
to
me, I'll go do.
I go down
I'll do
again.
it again. I'll do it again. I said, eh?
Yeah,
I don't know if I know you do that one, no, but man, we were all there at some point, I'm sure.
definitely. Many of us have been there, of course. All right, guys. Any other thoughts on King Madi? Looking forward to the album, of course. All right. Bellama is here. Hello, Bellama. Hello. Are we good? Because I'm scared now before any wildlife about host connection, blah, blah, blah. Making sure we're good this week. Can you guys hear me? Bellama, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. We just can't hear Bellama.
All right. Cool. I think when she's ready, she can chime in. No wala. All right. And other than King Madi this week, who else? Who else dropped that I was interested in?
Like his first serotonin last week.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
We also touched on the other serotonins.
Yes. God bless you.
Destiny.
Wait, what do you mean by the other
The other
serotonin?
serotonin.
I'm dying.
You mean the other
Concept,
oxygen?
No. I'm
concept.
messing around.
He's messy, man. But guys, let's keep it a buck. You guys know what he's saying.
No. But I love the other guys though. I love what Destiny is cooking up. The new guy.
I just want to ask.
Yeah.
When is everybody going to give Chukwuebuka his flowers? Because it's not funny again.
Hello.
Who's
They
Chukwuebuka?
will.
Victorine.
Victorine.
When will they give
No, we do.
Chukwuebuka?
Oh,
We always do.
wait, that's Victoria's name.
Yeah, that's Victorine's name.
When would they give my
Well,
goats his flowers? Because
well,
We gave
pack
his
garden
flowers
and give
last
him
week
now.
now.
No, we've definitely
Well,
given
pack
him
garden
flowers.
and give him.
Flower the won't give
Uh-uh.
us, so
Flower
which
is
of
not
the
even
flower?
enough. It's
Well,
just
pack the
enough.
garden.
Even though all of you should go and stream Stubborn again because I don't understand. At 24 years of age, somebody is having 24 different songs already. I don't get it. Please.
I
I'm
feel like
Okay.
I feel like Stubborn should have been album of the year, but it was criminally underrated. I don't know
what do you
why.
mean that
I mean, it's a valid pick for anyone that says it's their album of the year. It is a valid pick, I would say. It was in the conversation for sure. Anyway, good stuff, man.
Yeah, no. The way Destiny is cooking.
Yeah,
I'm
that
sad. I'm sad.
I'm definitely because that if you tie it back to Oxlade, Victoni, AV, that bag has been I won't say slept on, but for me, I've been seeing it as a pendulum shift thing. Like hopefully the pendulum is shifting back. I think it is, but we'll see. We'll see how far it is. But from the very very streets rugged, Asake, like Shay vibes, OD, Charlie Poppy, like
swinging back to
shifts that
mellow
we've seen.
Afrobeats,
Yeah, I think we might be swinging back to the sultry
beggy
and
beggy lover kind of music? I
exactly,
think
Oh,
exactly. So we'll see.
She
We'll
oh,
see
said,
how
"No,
far.
Becky, Becky, lover.
No, exactly what it is.
oh,
Need, man."
sorry. I think I've been on holiday for too long. Who is Destiny?
So
I
Destiny.
beg.
No, it's fair. It's fair.
I've
It's
Uncle
fair.
Pele,
It's fair.
Pele,
It's fair.
something. Let me go and
It's
find
fair.
the snippets that's going around
So
today.
just look up Destiny
an
without
X.
the es. Yeah, with
Yeah,
an
it's
X instead.
DXTINY.
Yeah. And the song is a two-pack essentially that I really enjoyed. Uncle Pele and there's another
And
song called
suited.
So tape.
So Tape. Yeah.
Okay, I
I'm
found
listening
him. I
to
found
all
him.
these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that Tupac is that Tupac. Me and that So tape
Yeah.
song, we go together.
Yeah, man.
You see,
Screaming.
I was that's another person I want to have like a long like project.
yeah.
Like I need that because after the chorus, obviously like the catchy party Uncle Pele, when his toner came through, I'm like, oh, it's like he's singing comfortably, not like comfortably like creation wise, but like
Mhm.
comfortable. It
Yeah.
sounds so comfortable, and I'm like, I need to know what this is like stretched out across like a ton of records.
Yeah.
That's another one I find interesting.
There's other artists that are still in this bubble as well, or in this soundscape
There's a
as
guy
well.
Cupid.
Mhm.
Cupid, he had like a record
Hi.
with
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Obelicos.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
him. There's also Shine TTW that is
Um,
kind of in that
And that
space
sounds
too.
okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, one
Broken.
thing about Shine is that
Keep
Shine has an
you. I
element of
mean,
uniqueness, to be fair.
What'd you say that?
To
What'd you
be
say?
very fair. To be fair to Shine, there is still something somewhat unique about the sound, to be very fair to him.
I struggle with that. That's my issue with him though. I struggle with
Mm-hmm.
that. Like I struggle to see that unique standout like aspect from what I've gotten so far with him.
Because I listened to him before the whole thing with what's the name of these people? The plug and all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It was like they tried to make it more commercially viable
Yeah.
when he got on the plug and all of that. So I feel like I'm still holding out for,
Yeah. I think he
the one
has
that I knew
yeah,
at that time.
for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. I think he has obvious talent, but I just wanted to feel like it's something
More
that
original.
yeah, more original that just has a little bit of his imprint on it, like because there is a soundscape and style and genre that he's abiding by, which is very valid, but you still want to stand out from the pack with one way or the other. It could be
Real.
just yeah, it could be any subtle thing just to shift your likeness.
I
And
think Timmy has that uniqueness, even though they like put
Timmy
him
as
in
well.
that
Yeah. Yeah,
in that
Timmy.
line with like
Timmy's in
all
that
of
line
them. It
too.
doesn't sound like them. It
Maybe
doesn't
that's
sound like them though.
Timmy's another
Timmy
artist.
he sang
Ti.
Broken Souls,
do you know Broken
Ezina.
Souls?
Juno
that
Oh,
guy.
Juno
I know that
Yeah,
one.
Suleja. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy.
So
Ebezina.
Yes. There's a
Ezina
Yeah.
is
few
my
other artists.
jam.
There's another guy I'm blanking on his name. Gosh. Oh man. There's a few other artists, man.
Wait.
But yeah.
Timmy has an album.
Timmy?
Yeah, he has a project that he
Yes,
put out
I
last
project.
year.
Yeah. Last year, yeah. November actually, just dropped.
well, I have to start listening to music again.
I mean just come here, we'll update you. Don't
And
worry.
there was this
Start with
guy,
by
this
any means.
I don't know
Start
if
with
he's
by
there,
any
but that
means.
Nyash na Nyash guy.
I'm screaming.
Oh
Yeah,
yes. You're right. You're right.
yeah.
Yes, that
So
guy too. That guy too.
although he's good, he's so interesting. Like his records are so interesting. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now. But I just love like the darkness, the storytelling, the like creepy vibes that I get
And the
from his songs.
seriousness of it all.
I mean, it comes up very serious to me with the way he does it, like the soundscape.
Ah.
It's so interesting. Like I'm sitting there and like all these
It's
things are
not
just
because
going
of the yard
around
make
my
I'm
head.
serious.
No, I didn't even play the actual song. I listened to the other track, so it's just it's amazing. I like his style a lot. Yeah,
Listen
Alright.
to Mins as well. Pay for things.
Mins for sure. Mins for
yeah,
sure.
bro. Music is good,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Fuck.
Anyway, any other exciting music, or that's about
Does
it?
it have to? Does it have to be exciting? Because I was going to remind you of the Rosemary Alava and Tariq record.
Okay, you did.
Oh, it's cool.
I'm so
Yeah, that
sorry. I'm so
happened.
sorry.
That
I'm so
happened.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I,
Pepe.
I'm sorry. I will do it again.
Anyway, did anyone listen to Tariq and Rosemary Alaba?
Rosemary, it's honestly skipped my mind. I can't even lie to you, boys. It's on the playlist, Sha. It's there.
Okay.
It is. You
Yeah,
might
it's
want to
It is
on
on your
kindly.
it's on
playlist.
February.
You might want to kindly remove it. Sorry.
I don't die, this babe.
Are you
Don't
sure you
kill
heard the
me.
song well? Like, did you use Oraimo earpiece? Like,
Anyway,
Please go on.
it looks like a lot of people heard it. We'll just move past it.
Okay.
Do we have any thoughts on Black Sheriff and Buju Banton? Did anyone tap into that? DJ K Wise hosted
Actually, I
both of
did
them.
hear
did,
that. Actually,
okay.
I don't have any thoughts. To be fair.
Something with happen.
Do we have to talk about it?
Yes, we do. I'm kidding. We don't have to do
We're in,
anything here, guys.
we're in the new music section, guys.
We don't have to do anything. No, but I thought it was an interesting drop. Even though, yes, everybody is side-eyeing Buju Banton because of his recent comments about Afrobeats, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But at the end of
He
the
made a
day,
statement about Afrobeat. Did I miss this?
He did now. He said Afrobeat does not have death,
Pepe
rate
is
dancing.
Banton. She's
Oh,
cool.
another depth conversation.
Yes.
Yeah,
Actually,
in
I
one
think
song
Vibes
we had the
Cartel was
word
the one that
Afrobeat.
cleared him. Was it Vibes?
Yeah,
I think it was
it
Vibes
was
Cartel.
Vibes. Speaking of Vibes, Vibes 2 dropped as well this past week.
Wow.
Straight Vibes. Banger record, by the way. Like, I think that's a nice,
As
like,
per usual,
throwback.
Evo World Boss, don't play.
That's a nice throwback to his past.
Let me push
World
somebody.
Boss.
Let me push a TikTok artist. Did you guys listen to Big Tim's banger? That thing has been all over my FYP.
Big
Who be
Tim's?
that?
Yeah, he's like this TikTok
New
artist.
Fanzobo now.
Sorry, could you spell the name?
BIGTIMZZZ. He has good songs.
Wait,
Like
ZZZ?
after good thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Big
I didn't even
Tim.
use that name to do artist name. Oh, that's another conversation, I think.
Song's called Banger, right?
Yeah. I think you should check it out. It's actually very good.
Alright, noted. Interesting.
Do
Can
anyone
we
hear
can we
New
can we
Cage
switch
song?
over to our
Yes.
African Kodak Black?
Hey, my
African
baby
Kodak
in his
Black.
Lion era.
Alright, so
Lion era.
it's so crazy that no one's even talking about the music. Everyone's talking about the look. Asake just dropped a snippet.
There's a reason why we're not talking
I
about the
know.
music.
Music
Yeah,
is ass.
we'll get to the music, guys. We will get to the music. But there's a conversation to be had about like his overall branding and where he is right now. Obviously, he dropped the snippets, and to everyone's astonishment, he got rid of
Do you
it.
know I didn't know he was the one until Notes Fair said he was the one in the studio.
Yep.
I thought it was a producer or something. I was
I
like,
thought
this
I
one.
thought it was a TikTok artist too that is trying to copy Asake. Let me not even lie because I saw it
I
on
was like,
TikTok.
who be this
So,
one?
can you guys let me introduce the topic?
No vex.
Sorry.
Sorry, boss.
No, so we saw clearly that Asake had gotten rid of his facial hair, added a few more tats on his face. So to the point where, as people have said, they could not recognize him as he was behind the board in the studio. I'm previewing a song that we're not necessarily paying attention to currently. So essentially now, because we've all known Asake to kind of change and switch around with his looks since we've gotten to know him in the last 3 years now. So this was obviously another way to signify a new quote unquote era in his journey. The album Lungu Boy era seems to be coming to a close as he just let out the Wine music video. He just dropped that one. I think that kind of closes the Lungu Boy chapter. But now it looks like he has been dropping more snippets. Has a new look. Do you people believe it's a cry for help? Because how people are kind of diagnosing the situation right now with him.
Somebody said, "Go and Mosiko, go punish someone for introducing Molly to him." I said,
LOL.
"I need Gianni. I
Oh
need
yeah,
people to
just
actually
blame
I feel
appear
like
with
he's
Lola
just,
for
I
reality."
feel
it.
like
It's
he's just having an error.
yeah.
Like this is his YN era. Like
That was my
he
reaction.
this is just his Kodak Black era. Like the boy just wants to. Why am I saying the boy? Like he's not my senior. The man just wants to experiment. Like he
Yeah.
just wants to do him
Yeah.
and all. So I don't feel like it's so
Because I
alarming.
feel like he's always been leaning very hip hop coded in like his
Yeah, he's
Very
style.
hip
always
So
hop.
been
like,
very.
Very hip hop.
He's just now having the creative freedom and like the audacity to do what is in his mind. Because
Right.
even
The
before he blew up,
font.
he was spotting some very funny hairstyles and I'm like, bro. And I just don't take well to like radical change overall. I've
Yeah.
noticed, especially in terms of branding and looks and everything. It happened with Rema. They said go punish Buwalola for for giving me
why
for
why why is
giving him
why is
first.
Why
everyone
is
calling
why is
Moalola
God always
immediately?
punishing
bro,
somebody?
it's actually hard that they tell go
Not
punish her for
her.
introducing Asake
It's
to
always
Madi.
her. Like she's always their first
Why?
point of contact.
Anyway.
I don't know why. But
Anyway.
shout out to her regardless. That's I don't know, that's her
Yeah.
business, I guess. But yeah, I'm not really surprised about it. I just hope that, in everything, as long as he's safe and he's happy, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do whatever
Yeah.
he chooses to do. Just
Yeah.
be dropping banger for us. Kilo con actor. What's our business?
I think
As long as it's safe, honestly.
for sure. I think the suspicions for people being concerned about where he is just in general, like it's not unfounded. Like it makes sense why people will have some worry or raise some eyebrows about it because we've seen it
Yeah.
from some of our faves. Usually when they have a very like when they're going through an episode in their life or trying to either like deal with grief
Olamide had said
or
it when he
having
was doing his thing.
Olamide had a moment like that when he dyed his hair green. Kanye West, if you've paid attention to Kanye, you've seen many time again that he has always expressed himself somehow physically
Fashion choices and all.
to show that yeah. So I can see how people can be concerned, but to be
Mhm.
honest, at the end of the day, he still seems happy as he is in the snippet too. So we can't really tell. We can't just hope we can just sit back here and say, listen, we just hope that he's in a good place in general because he has been away for quite a while too. He has been hibernating throughout December, and you never know what could have been happening or what he could have been going through throughout that period. And now he's just coming
And
out with a
everybody
new
talking
look.
about the space from YBNL and all of that. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
and the YBNL thing too, and the rumors and all that. So I think I think people are worried. It's kind of justified. Their worries are kind of justified, but at the end of the day, I think it's an artist expressing himself, and let's see how this new era is going to come down to. Oh, say you wanted to say something?
No, really. I kind of fuck with his new branding now, basically,
Oh
sharp.
yeah.
But it's just the music that I don't
Okay, we can
I
pivot
don't
to the music
exactly
right
feel.
away. We
I
can
was
pivot to
about
the
to say
Yeah.
music.
please, because me, his branding, I don't care. If he
Yeah,
like, he should
yeah.
tattoo. If he wants to tattoo with the whites of his eyes, he can do it. That's his
Yeah,
prerogative.
and the branding is even making sense. I don't know why
Yeah,
I
like
don't
I'm
know.
not
I don't get, but
really.
it's making sense. Yeah.
I don't see the uproar, at least not for
Right,
me. I
Yeah.
feel like he's
Yeah.
kind of been leaning that way. His
right.
style is very hip hop coded. Like the things he seems to enjoy, very hip hop coded. So it was only a matter of time before he started tattooing his face. But
and
the
to be
music,
fair,
on the other hand,
Mm-hmm.
that's what me I want to focus on.
Right. No, we'll get to the music,
Whatever.
but can we? Are
Yeah,
we
no,
are
go
we
ahead, go
closing?
ahead.
Are we closing on the
no, but
branding chapter?
sorry, just to remind everybody, he did say. I feel like another reason why people are concerned, he did say in his last album that when he's going through pain, whatever, he gets new tattoos and shit and all of that. So it makes sense, like why people are concerned.
Right.
But at the same time, I still feel like some of even the fashion, like he was one of the first people to start this whole thing of wearing some very very funny and making some very funny lifestyle choice. And you just know that this is somebody that it has been in his mind before. It has always been his style. Like he's
Right.
just living out his YN fantasies. That's what he's doing.
Mm.
So
He just
talk
now
to
woke up
him.
one morning and decided he wanted to pick up skating and
Yeah.
do it on
Yeah.
stage.
Right.
And
So
he
like
and he made a song about it. So like
exactly,
He's
he
like I
almost
just
just
always
see
expressed
changing
himself.
looks too. He's almost always
exactly. I
changing
just see it
looks
as
and
just
stuff.
artistic
So
expression, honestly.
Right.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Valid. Dante, do you want to open the music conversation for us?
Um, I'm excited for the music. I want to see what's gonna happen next. I don't think the songs sound the same. Although somebody Shazam the second song and he said it was Songba. That was
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
That was so funny. But yeah, so we are back to 2022, quote unquote. But
Yeah.
I'm hearing, I'm not hearing layered vocals though. I'm not really hearing layered vocals. I'm hearing
Like crowd
like back.
vocals.
Yeah, I'm not hearing that. I'm hearing background vocals. I'm hearing somebody singing Sabi Girl in the background. Shout out Rasta. But I am not really hearing what Asake has done. I'm hearing like I'm not wait. Engineering wise, I'm hearing money has dropped crazy. Money has been dropping, but like this is interesting because I have this perspective that people are going beyond just becoming successful artists now in our ecosystem. They are playing roles.
Yep.
And who can I mirror Ashake to role wise? Bad Bunny.
Okay.
So I want to see like what this next material is going to be. So
Right.
that's where I now landed that now to just focus on the music. Like this man is not your man. So again, it's that simple. So that's my own
All
two
right.
cents.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, hi, Bellama.
Hello, hello.
Hi Belamo.
Hi, guys. Snippet. The snippet is very Ashake, so I'm choosing that one of my goals this year is I'm not judging a song based off
Of
snippet
snippets.
anymore. When the song drop, we go know it's in show for us.
I should take on that your resolution as well.
That's my New Year
I
resolution
think I
this
should do
year.
that because what is
When
really
I know
going
I've said a lot, but
when
like
the when
I'm
the
I'm
song
anti
drop,
snippet low key.
yeah, when the song drop, we'll know what is happening. Then, as I heard you were talking about is that you people did not see Kodak Black, like I don't like at this point. You know what I consider about people that do face tattoos. When you do a face tattoo, that is you saying to the world, "I am committed to this lifestyle." I will
Yep.
explain myself.
You mean number 9 to
Um,
5?
yeah, so it's like now that he has done this thing, right? That
he,
he has done, there's no going back. He has
bro,
given
like
himself, yeah,
he can never not blow in this life.
he has given himself the motivation to blow. He
Exactly.
must blow
Right.
because he cannot go backwards after he has done
You
this.
after
He
he
can
has done
only,
this, you want to come and see him working
yeah,
in your local Audis or what? Ah,
yeah.
he's committed.
So this was his New Year resolution. Also, I think the only thing that bothered me about it, and I hate whoever posted this portable pictures up here, but sorry, I don't hate you. I just why did you do that?
Listen,
Um, I think my only problem with the tattoos is not that he got the tattoos, is that he got so many at the same time. Like, was his face not paining him? Like, or did he like decide like let's do it
Maybe
all
he
at
used
once and
numbing
chest it?
cream.
He just chested the
maybe that's
entire
why it
face.
was away in December. It was taking painkillers.
Okay, okay, anyway. Okay, that's all I have to say to that. And don't and that's be like me this 2025. Snippets no they enter my body. When we hear the song, we hear the song.
What's up now? How you doing? Happy New Year.
We did Happy New Year, Happy New Year.
It's been a minute.
Yeah,
What's
man.
popping?
You too.
Welcome, Adelaide. Happy New Year.
Yeah, what's up now? How
Shout
not
out to
doing now? What's
Adele.
good? What's
Adele
good?
hosted me in Lagos, so shout
I
out
was
to
I
about to
don't
Adele.
say, see
mind
the way
it.
he said it's been a while. I see people did not see each other in December.
Yeah, we did now. We did.
Yeah.
And it's
Hopefully, we
been a
should see
while
again
too now.
soon.
It's been a
Yeah,
while.
no, I'm talking about this place. I don't. I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
not been
that's
here
true.
for a
That's
while.
true. That's
That's what I'm
true.
saying. Yeah, but we did meet in Lagos, so Ima was around. And it was really a lovely time. I
Yeah,
think we
man.
saw at two events. I think that's Boy and Joe Boy.
And Joe Boy, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the people that crowded Lagos and threw the city into chaos. You guys have gone back to your country. The city is a bit free now.
Nice.
We're grateful. See, I don't have much to say. I think was it Lost Boy that said he said Ashake. I don't know if I can just say he
Yeah.
said Ashake moved on from the album a bit too fast. Like let's say faster than usual. He drop an album every year, so
Yeah.
would expected that he's going to drop an album this year anyway, maybe August. But at the level at the point he is now, there are two things involved, right? From my own perspective, number one, he has to drop music. He has to drop music. I don't think the album didn't work at the level it should have worked to sustain his run. A couple of tracks work. He went on tour. That's how it works for the big guys, the biggest artists. That's how you do. You drop an album, you announce tour dates, you go on tour, you ride the wave from the tour. If during the tour a particular song picks up, you promote that song, see what comes of it. They've put money on this album. Trust me, they've put money
Oh
on it.
yeah,
Look at
from the
Active. They
features.
had the biggest, yeah, they had the biggest influencers in the world posting Active. Those guys were not doing it for free. See Ronaldo, I'm sorry, like it doesn't know who he is. He's not posting it because he wants to get an Afrobeat wave. Marcelo wasn't doing that because he thinks Afrobeat is nice. They paid to do all that shit. They paid for do all that shit. All those Kevin Hart's. I mean, if you want their red card, we're gonna get it for you. So all these things stands coming and saying, oh, Kendall Jenner posted this stuff, bro. It's all paid for. You guys paid for it. Yeah,
Yeah,
they got their 25K to post. Right, so yeah, they promoted that song. They promoted the songs. They
yeah.
promoted the album, and it just didn't take off. It just didn't take off. For there's one part, especially the part where they wanted to take off. That's in the UK, US. It didn't quite take off. The active song barely couldn't make it into the Billboard Hot 100. I'm not sure. I don't think it did,
No, I
and it
don't
just
think it
didn't
did.
take off. Now, yeah, the other way they could have promoted it was to come to Nigeria. It was for him to be on ground and promoted songs that lean towards Fuji vibe mentally. Oh yeah, he was not going to do that. He clearly didn't want to do that. He didn't show up for his own block party. That December was happening. He didn't show up. He was like he didn't show face, zero performance, wasn't on ground, which was quite strange. You understand, like because at the level, at the point he is now, he should have market women going crazy for him.
Yeah.
Like he should have like older people like screaming the song, Asake this and that. But it just feels a bit like withdrawal. It just feels like maybe there's this negative energy in Nigeria that's trying to run away from. And I don't know, I'm just guessing, right? So it's you cannot promote a song like Fuji Vibe if you're not on ground. It's just there's always going to be that disconnect. So definitely I feel it's moving past the album. When you consider the YBNL issue too, sorry, I said issue, YBNL situation too, and the Empire situation too. I don't get into that. So now he has to drop music.
Yeah.
The best thing he could have done is future. He needs to populate the market with a couple of features, but he wouldn't do it. Ashake won't do it. Ashake is not the most accessible. It's not the guy that drops collabo easily.
He did it
I
last
don't want to
year.
go to the nature of. He
Yeah, I was
did
gonna
it
say, didn't he
before.
do that
He
last
did it
year?
last year, but
He did a bit, but they were not. They were stuff that he did for people who he just kind of like had to do it for. Thames, Iron Star, the rest. I have it on good authority that a lot of those collaborations were very reluctant, like very reluctant. Like they had to pull major strings for him to clear it. There's a particular one that for him to come to the video shoot, he was reluctant to show up. Like there's a particular one that supposed to drop that he didn't drop that
I'm
he
sure.
recorded the verse and he didn't tell the artist he's not going to drop it again. He just went to tell the artist on God that, bro, I know they do again. You understand? So he's that kind of person. He's not going to populate the market with verses the way he should. He should be sharing verses now. Like just try this here for 6 months, just give everybody verse. But he won't, so he's going to drop music. And there's that. And I felt like he feels okay, the album it kind of like balances out. If you hear the song it is, it's kind of like leaning back a bit to the Amapiano,
Hmm.
Ashake, why having given us this like it's old wine in new glass. And
Yeah.
there's the whole aesthetic that comes with it. I don't know. I can't say I fully understand it, but again, where his head is at now, it looks like he wants to be playing at a whole different level. He's in the US, he's been staying there for a while. He's beginning to get influenced by the culture. And at the end of the day, everything Afrobeat is hip hop. We
Yep.
like starting from 1999 remedies, maintain, Tetula, even Tubaba used to rap. He was in a rap group.
Hmm.
Everybody used to rap now. The aesthetic will always be Afrobeat. Like there's no pop stars. It's not normal for pop stars to be buying chain the way Whiskey and Burna Boy and Davido are splurging money on on fancy diamond chains. That's not singer behavior. R. Kelly wasn't buying chains like that. That's the rapper behavior, right? So it's just the way it is. It's showing that hip hop side of him. And I don't know, it's just crazy. It's just interesting to see what it does next. As long as the music kind of like still exciting,
Yeah.
you might not find Ashake, in the brand, in the imagery, the face tattoo, the new haircut, the reticence, the quiet, the way he just feels like he doesn't want to have anything to do with anybody. You just know the Ashake that excited you the way he used to in terms of a personality. But if you can still find him in the music, if you can still listen to the music and you have that, like, that connection you had with him since day one, I think that works, and it kind of like really needs that. So it's just really interesting that what's he going to do next right now. He's kind of like in a very very critical moment in his career,
Yep.
and the next couple of months they're going to be very key. So I'm just kind of like excited, and everyone should be. Yeah, shout out.
Yeah, man. I think yeah, you kind of touched on the point exactly about the disconnects that might start to happen, or I don't even know if we're in the middle of it yet. In terms of like your average Nigerian knowing Asake to a different level, like especially knowing how Nigerian his music is, in the essence of it, songs like Fuji Vibes should have been like really like pushed here, and even though MMS did have his moments and scored a big number in Nigeria, in the Nigerian audience, do you still feel he has that, like he needs to do like almost like a Wiz, what Wiz is doing right now in terms of making his presence almost like saturated, like just in terms of like being
Maybe
on ground.
eventually now.
What do you
Yeah, I
think?
agree. Maybe eventually.
Yeah,
Maybe eventually. I think we could say he's at the point where he could take a rest. That's like he could do what he wants now. Like
yeah,
he's giving us back to back classic albums. He dropped the third one that for the home for the Nigerians, so to say, for those for the home front, it might not be the best thing, but for like the international front, for those who didn't enjoy Ashake on the bouncy Amapiano Fuji fusion, this might be their best Ashake album. I mean, I was speaking with Kuzman,
mm-hmm.
and Kuzman is an Igbo boy. And he was like, "This is his favorite Ashake album. He doesn't know why we don't like it." I was like, "Okay, this is just interesting because, like, for me, like, this is absolutely. I have not come back to the album. I cannot stand
Yeah,
it. I know a couple people hate skating. I just can't. I just want to tell you, like, there's not a human being in the face of the earth that hates that song more than I do. I think I despise the song
I
with passion.
think I think we have to go head to head on that one.
Yeah, like I
Plus me,
cannot.
please, plus me.
Yeah,
Recruit me, please.
I cannot stand the record. I don't like this. That's the thing. Like that, Ashake, I've come to know. I couldn't find him, but at the same time, he found new people. That's the
yeah,
interesting part of it. He found new people, right? So
yeah.
I think he's going to be. I think he's going to have to. Again, I feel like he's in a mental state
Mm-hmm.
that I don't know. I can't say. It's difficult for us to say this thing because we're not in his shoes. But what I know is that what I know from my interactions with artists, and it's just like there's fame, money.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You don't know what it does to you. It's really crazy. And like it's maybe the guy that is not going to get it easy now because it's Ashake what we get like every criticism. Like
Right.
there's no yeah, the guy don't chop Badu eye and it comes with consequences. Yeah, I'm sorry, but even especially narrative wise,
Narrative
Ashake
wise,
is
it
the
does.
guy that yes, it's not anybody's favorite person now.
Mm-hmm.
Like and the shit he did to Badu, it hurt a lot of big people. But see, let's just not get into the whole drama of the
Yeah,
you people industry. But yeah, it did.
I had a topic on that. I had well, not necessarily a topic. I saw a video. Shout out to the guy Billy. A guy on TikTok. I really love his content. He put out a video about the rumor about Ashake and Olamide, and essentially his point was that he doesn't believe Ashake has a core fan base at this point in order to exist beyond Olamide, which was like an interesting way for him to say because to him and
That's a very, very hot take.
to him he kind of saw Ashake inherit a lot of Olamide's following with which makes sense, of
Yeah,
course.
goodwill,
Olamide's
goodwill.
goodwill
I
exactly
mean,
is there,
yeah,
but
yeah,
now that he
yeah.
has reached the threshold he is in terms of selling out O2, being almost operating or at least focusing in the global markets in general. He still has like that disconnect in terms of having his core like following, that it's going to be crucial for him to build on that
Yeah,
gap on and having a core following in order to like actually follow up with his exits, quote unquote, from YBNL.
yeah, yeah, and it's not making it easier either because I mean, like it's like in conversations with a couple of industry like guys, the top guys, they be like they don't understand why it's not here. Like you have to cultivate, like you have to keep your fan base a bit true.
Yeah.
That's why you cannot. That's why you cannot outdo the top TV. Like Bonner doesn't have to be here. He just like the guy's been years been going around. He just wants people to see his face and see his
Yeah.
new cars
Yeah.
and drive it around because you guys will talk about it.
Yeah.
The same thing with Whiskey. This one bought well was it Porsche or one big car. Baba Whiskey too bought a large Ferrari. But this guy was Davido bought a car, this and that. They know these guys they play the game better than everybody. They know when to be on ground. They like you're not bigger than Bonner, Wiz or Davido. You're hotter than them, but you're not bigger than them. And they're
Right.
performing in all these events, this end of the year parties and stuff like that. There's no way they'll tell me the banks, Wando and
Oh
Co.
no.
Illuminati didn't want Ashake
Yeah,
there.
they
They
definitely
definitely
want
would have
Ashake
wanted him
there.
there.
Yeah.
So he not showing up is
Yeah.
up is a personal decision that I don't want to be here. And it kind of like communicates that I don't think he's that really, really keen on cultivating a fan base that would kind of like ride for him based on the fact that he interacts with them. Of
Yeah.
course, we are all at the end of the day, we are all Ashake fans, right? Like
Mhm.
me, you, we all because I mean it gives us amazing music. But in terms of like being able to like go hard for him,
Yeah.
understand him and stuff like that, especially in terms of when it comes to shaping up a narrative, it's not going to be easy, especially in the fact that with the stuff that happened with Badu, it went like it's not the nice stuff. Like
Yeah.
the general consensus is that it chopped Badu eyes. That's it. Like we're not going to go into details, but
Yeah.
it chopped Badu eyes. And when you like when and the people like what's this Egmon's name, like Joshua saying things like you don't post your
Yeah.
email
Yeah.
mates. You
Yeah.
understand? You
Yeah.
don't post Fireboy's album.
Yep.
You don't show up for Badu
Yep.
stuff. It's a narrative. It's
It's
a
a
very,
narrative,
very harmful narrative.
and
Like,
and
you
The
understand?
Nigerian market is very sensitive to those things.
Yeah,
Like
they will
they
lap
pick
it
it
up
up.
and say that
They will
you're
pick it up
ungrateful. You
quickly.
understand?
Yeah.
You're an ungrateful guy. Badu made you.
Yeah.
You don't show up for him.
Yeah.
You don't come for his listening.
Mhm.
Fireboy drop an album. You barely posted it. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
even though people were not paying attention to this stuff and it's just something in the background we just talk about between ourselves and say, oh, this guy is up to this stuff again. When those people spotlight it, it becomes a bigger stuff like,
Yep.
oh, this is who he is, this is who he is. And that's like when people have that kind of like prejudice towards you, like it's difficult. They fuck with your music or you go number one,
Yeah.
but in terms of cultivating the fan base, you won't. And I don't get it. Like I don't get it. It's just and it's crazy because even within the industry, the niggas like let me just say the niggas like people where they wait for her for front. Like anyway, Sha, I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't
I
get it.
mean,
But
But
eventually,
I wanted to say real fast, like to what you're saying, fair. I think that's a fair call out, but I would also say it's not just even a Nigeria thing. Like, they said that even the parties that were in the UK, US, he didn't show up
I thought the UK ones
to
he
like.
did.
He showed up to only one. There were four. He only showed up to one.
Oh yeah.
The difference.
wait, like his own Lungu boy
Is
party.
it?
Yes, yes. He only showed up to one of them. There were multiple of them. He only showed up to one.
Yeah, at least he come one
I
now.
think what it is that like ultimately he's not the outside
He's
person.
an introvert, is what. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so like that is now
No,
reflecting
I think that's
in
clear. Yeah.
where he's it's reflecting in the way he's handling his music. So what Adeayo is saying is not wrong. The problem is that is he the person that would do that kind of thing, and that's where
That's the big
the
question. Yeah.
that's the issue is, and clearly he's showing he's not that person. He might change, but right now I think that there has to be a solution for somebody that is an introvert that wants to make music. Like
And be a
maybe
superstar. Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe
I
he's
don't think
okay
it's
not
the
being big
it's just
three.
his yeah, it's his interest. Like I sorry to cut short, it's his interest. Like so like Keith Daniel, for example, is an introvert. Keith Daniel doesn't like people. Keith Daniel is an asshole to everybody. The only person he possibly genuinely likes is Davido. And probably then Young John and Kodas people he really fucks with, especially Davido. But every other person is an asshole to every other person. But there's a way he nurtures his fans. Like there's a way there's a way he interacts with the home front. And again, I feel like for an Ashake, if the music can do it for him, if the music can do it for him, it is fine.
Yep.
But at the same time, I just feel like you need to be able to own a narrative in a way where some people can just like take your side and not
Right.
just
Right.
I don't know, like I just feel it just leaves room for there to be this idea that is this guy that doesn't just care about things, don't care about people. But at the end of the day, these things, as long as there's music
The
to just
music, yes.
keep it going, yeah, there's just eat songs and like
So all
there's
this to
nobody
say,
cares.
Yeah.
all this to say, Ashake better not drop nonsense.
Yeah. I think yeah. it's the major
No,
point.
no, no.
The music,
It's critical moments.
the
It
music
cannot
has to,
afford
the
to.
music has to connect.
Nah, he cannot afford to. He has to go hard. He's going to go hard, and yeah, I mean, talent is there. The resources is there. So yeah, we
Yeah,
just have to wait and see.
wait and see for sure. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. And Nonso has had his hand up since.
Yes,
Nonso, what's
Nonso.
up?
Hello.
Yeah, man, what's good, man?
Good, good, good. Welcome to the space.
Yeah, so basically, right, for the snippet, right, I think to be honest, we're just probably used to hearing things like that and maybe just want to hear something new.
Mm-hmm.
Because I honestly think it didn't sound bad. Like, it was still the normal format, but like, I feel like he still tried to like implement like new things into like the two snippets and stuff. Probably if you drop this, like, probably like early last year or stuff, people go crazy about it.
Right.
But I just feel like maybe it's just like the timing and all. And I know you said you scrapped the whole branding and stuff, but like I was talking with a friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I think in an interview he said he was influenced by Lil Wayne or something. So that hence like the
Oh yeah, we see it.
yeah, whatever type of thing. And then I'm obviously sure when Lil Wayne first did his first stats, people thought he was crazy and shit. But but yeah, that's what I would say. But I don't think it looks good on him. But like I mean, still,
Me, I've told
yeah.
you the reason that he did it. The reason he did it is very clear. His motivation. You people are making New Year
Is
resolution. You
it?
are now mad. You are mad about somebody
I
that
don't think
made
that,
his
but yeah,
own New
we
Year.
always say
His
he's
own
doing.
New Year resolution is now that you have do the face start. There's no going back. We have
You
to we
cannot
have to
not be
blow.
blown.
He
You have
cannot
to be.
unblow. You have to
I'm
Yes.
crying.
blow.
But we all see like his hip hop influence, like, but
Oh,
like the
for
only
sure.
thing I feel like someone, do you know Drake has a face tat, but it's not crazy. Like Drake got like a face tat, like was it last year or something? But it was just a tiny face
Yeah,
tat.
very
I
tiny.
feel like it's the way it looks on him, like just the presentation of the
I
way
just
they're
think he
placed, and
did
like
too
No,
many
well,
at the
what
same
because no,
time.
you said exactly that's what I was gonna say. Drake did one face tat. This nigga pulled up with like eight. I'm not when you
Okay,
go
I'm actually counting Ashake's like, and I'm not counting his neck or anything. Just
for
his
not the neck, not
face.
his face.
Just his face. I see one, two, three, four, five,
Wow, we went to
six,
that much
seven,
detail.
eight,
Yes,
nine.
no, because it's
Yeah.
part of it. Because it's not shit like oh he just pulled up with one face tat. This
yeah, I
nigga
get
pulled
that's what
up
I'm
with
saying.
like
That's why I
six
feel like
of
it's
them.
crazy though. But like at the same time, like face tattoo look cool on some people, but like I feel like it's just the way he did it. Like, and it's crazy. Like you said, everything at the same time. You get, but like that's by the way. But
Yeah.
for song wise, like I feel like Lungu Boy, I think it was a good album.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like he didn't let the album like slide. Like you guys say that some of the songs that could do well in Nigeria, he didn't really promote them. Was probably like the bag probably went to Active, Wave, and I think Worldwide was catching the buzz a bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they promoted that like really well. But yeah, I feel like he's a good artist. He will definitely still be able to like come up with bangers and stuff. But like it's just the direction he goes. Like what happens next? Is he still with YBN? Is he still with Olamide? Like what's the next direction? Like what's happening?
On that point, I have a big quick question. With the snippets, do we know if it was Magic Sticks behind this? It didn't sound like Magic. It sounded like
Yeah, it's
someone.
Magic
Is
Sticks.
it
I
Magic
think the first
Sticks?
one is Magic
Other
Sticks. Yeah, the
other
first one.
pages confirmed it was magic
It was
sticks.
Magic
Like
Sticks,
Yeah, the
right?
first
individual
one. Yeah,
pages.
Okay.
the
It
first
was
All
one.
right.
Yeah.
magic sticks.
All right. Just
So yeah, so that's what I think. And then him and his friends, like we know there are a lot of artists that like let's look at someone like who can I use as like an introvert, like Playboy Carti, right? Playboy Carti barely comes out, he doesn't do interview, he's weird, like shit like that. But like his music speaks for itself, like and he has his cult fan base. He doesn't really interact with his fans like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But like yeah,
I see.
that's
I
yeah.
see. I can definitely see a world where he doesn't do the quote unquote like normal thing of popping out and being very very like photo up, like
Mm-hmm.
present. There can be a world, and that parallel with Playboy Cardi, that parallel with The Weeknd, that parallel with
Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean, them guys that are
Yeah.
really really built on the mystique behind not being present. I guess there's that like pipeline and possibility for
Can
him
I
to
can I
exist
speak
as a
on this?
superstar.
Can I please speak on
Yeah,
this?
yeah, Dante for sure. Go ahead.
Um, you see, the sentiment that Ashake doesn't have a core fan base kind of counters this point.
Okay.
Because this is an opinion that I've had for the longest time since 2022. I've always believed that Ashake does not have a core fan base. I believe everybody loves Ashake,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in no position to be like, oh, what would I interpret to in the long run? Like, I'm not God, right? I'm not God. I don't control his career. But that was an opinion of mine because I'm like, when I start looking at people who have core fan bases, I see the kind of communication they have with those communities. Or I see the reason why, oh, this is where the turnaround came,
Mm-hmm.
and then this person had the core following. Omale, for instance, Boy Alone album.
Yeah.
You get
Mm-hmm.
Rema, for instance, being polarizing from like the onset, doing something that everybody's thinking that's weird, and these people are like, no, we're going to hold this weird nigga, and it's going to be our guy, and
Right.
now he has that. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
like everybody always had like something, whereas you came and like everybody fell in love with you. Nobody really, okay, I
Right.
can't speak for everybody in the world, but nobody really went and like, oh, I am the Asake fan.
Right.
Do you get? So it's a thing of like you blow in night and then you become very hot, which is normal.
Mm-hmm.
And then over time it fizzles out and then it's the people that love you that love you. But
Yeah.
it's like people, everybody has loved you for like 3 years now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like what's now going to be when you have to bank on having community?
Yeah.
What's that going to trans
I
I think
think
he
what's
has
going
a core fan base in the UK though. I
in the
think he has a
UK.
core fan base in the
yeah,
UK.
but
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
still
Yeah,
but that's still diaspora. Like
it
if you're
does.
really
It
hot
does.
here, diaspora will love you.
Yeah. I think even to that
But the
point
thing with
of
Asake in the UK is I don't think he's the thing with Asake in the UK is not like he's hot at home and then the diaspora love him. He has a core fan base here. If you check very well, there were some songs, especially on Work of Art, that blew from the UK. Songs like Mogbe blew from the
mm-hmm,
UK,
mm-hmm.
basically.
Remember too.
So he yeah, he has like a core fan base in the UK,
Okay. Yeah.
like
Yeah. I
really
mean,
big community on that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I could see the world where like he can have a stronger hold of another place than the other, which is very very possible.
I
Um
could see that.
but also
You
to
know,
your to Dante's points right now, it just reminded me of this like theory of you needing ups, you needing adversity, that your quote unquote core fan base is there to defend you and stand by you. I think
Yeah.
right now with the conversation about the YBNL, it seems like the is the first set of adversity he's going to have to face, and
Yeah,
with
No,
sorry,
I
sorry,
actually
Koji.
don't
Sorry,
agree.
Koji.
I
Right.
actually don't agree.
you
Sorry, can I say
okay, yeah,
something?
yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? What do
I
you think?
think that Ashake had like general love, and then Lungu Boy really distinguished the people that are his fans. And I think that
Okay,
Lungu Boy was Ashake's first like real adversity. Like when you guys were speaking, that's what
true,
my
true.
brain was just
Okay,
speaking
okay,
like.
okay, okay.
That was his
That's
first,
fair. That's
and
fair.
that's what made people defend Ashake.
Right.
Like me myself, I defended Ashake. I was like,
Okay,
no,
okay, okay. I
Abibi.
hear it.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So like I feel like Lungu Boy, then the Olamide thing. I think that
Right.
ultimately you guys are looking at things negatively. Like now, obviously, his core fans are less than. Sorry to bring somebody else into it. Maybe a Shay vibes now, because
I
Shay
was just
vibes
about to say that, right?
they are cultists. Like all of them, they are cultists. They are in
Yeah,
a gang.
yeah.
So like his core fans are probably way less than Shay vibes. But this is a good thing for Ashake. Like ultimately, like I don't see any bad coming from this. Like it's starting from scratch.
Right.
Do you understand? And he's going to build this. Ashake is in that level where Ashake cannot be a nobody again. Like he can't be a, like, oh, we used to listen to you that year kind of guy again. Do you understand?
But do you
The
think?
problem that
Oh, sorry, just on that
do I
point,
think
and I'll let you finish your thought. But do you think the fact that he had a a very quick um a very quick incline to the creme de la creme, like immediately, and almost sets the bar very, very high for him. Do you think that anything else after that doesn't necessarily meet the standard of where he is currently at the moment would now appear to be like a fall off, even though it might not be, even though he might still have like a healthy level of like presence with his music and reception with his music, but it's likely that almost anything that doesn't necessarily hit this bar for him would feel like a quote unquote fall off. You see what I mean? Like,
yeah,
is
Imano,
that
you are thinking about music like somebody that knows music. The regular like Nigerian thinks that Lungu Boy is a fall off. Like I'm not joking. Like the regular Nigerian
okay?
they're like, hey, what's in the Lungu Boy? Like they like some songs, but they're like, oh, I only know Fuji vibes. I think that is a fall off. Do you understand? And he are still
Right.
not falling off like that. Do you understand? So like there's a disconnect that happened during Lungu Boy already before the Olamide thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Like
That's his
there's already,
adversity.
you understand, that is his own
Yeah.
cross that he's already carrying. And then the worst part is that this guy is a purist, and it's not going to work for him. Like I don't know how to explain the purist
Purist
thing
musically.
is going to, yes, like he wants to be a purist is what I'm saying. Like not that it necessarily is, but like I don't know,
maybe it's just me and I'm just the one seeing this. Like, if I feel Ashake wants to be different so bad, and it makes me feel bad for him. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel in the music videos, in the production, I just feel that this man wants to be different so bad,
Oh,
and
okay.
maybe
You're
that's what
saying
he's
you're saying
performing.
he's a purist like by nature, but he's trying to be different. Is that what you're saying?
No, no, I think she's trying to say Ashake is like very, very determined to have a totally different brand from everybody, and I
Right.
think I think
Yeah,
nobody fuels the disconnect with the home front more than Ashake. He makes a song like "Remember." He goes to shoot the video in Paris. Like he just like that's he's very, but it's not peculiar to him alone. I feel like when the area where, sorry to like cut short,
Yeah.
like when the area where
no
there's a
problem.
lot of like branding, and branding is one of the way for you to differentiate yourself. And now when like because everyone has money now, branding is normal. Now you have to now take it to a whole another level. I should get someone that really, really adores Kanye. He said it before he likes to work with Kanye. I feel like he just kind of bites off this thing, and it just makes him more, just makes him more, feels like there's this artsiness with him. But I'm just like, I just don't know how he bounces off the regular person. I
Right.
feel that's why Wiz Bona, maybe Wiz Davido, Olamide especially have a very, very strong local audience, because everything they did for the most part of their career is something the average Nigerian can strongly connect to. That's the average Nigerian young person that determines what becomes popular, from their music videos
Right.
to the kind of like music they make and everything. But Ashake, it's just like you get the song, you enjoy the song, but if you're watching the video, it doesn't move you that much.
Yeah.
But it's not peculiar to him alone. Someone like Shay Vibe also sang a song that's different pattern, that has like Aquale and I Like You, and went to shoot the video in fucking Los Angeles desert, right? It doesn't make any fucking sense, right? It's because they just like there's the money, there's the budget to do this thing,
Right.
but it's how it translates back home, like who is home, who is interacting with the fans. So I feel like the I don't Ashaka will never not be popular anymore, right? And I don't think a fall off is even something we should like a phrase we
Yeah.
should even be using in this conversation at all. It's not going to fall off. I think I think it's Dante that said it. Like the question is that at the end of the day, like you have not taken the time or even seem like you care enough to actually cultivate an actual following, like
Yeah.
people who are like dedicated to you. If you ghost for 1 year, they will be there going to wait for you. What you have now is still an ongoing run where everybody in the mainstream, they are your audience. It's not different from what Runtown had in 2019, what Techno had, what Naira Mali had. That's what you
Right.
have now.
Right.
It's an ongoing run where everybody in the mainstream are your listeners, they are your fan. And this is the mainstream that are divided primarily between four major artists where everybody is their fan. Then from there, they now carve out, like then you now like choose to have another person you stand,
Yeah.
or people who are of the younger generations, people who are below 23, 22, who strongly stand Rema. And the reason why Rema is not really big now is because that generation, they just don't have money to really like go hard for him now the way they would. But the point is like Ashake has not really cultivated that kind of stuff. What he has now is just a general market
Right.
that fucks with him. Like he's not Frank Ocean kind of, he's not Playboy Catty. Frank is not Tyler the Creator. Tyler the Creator fans are those that boo Drake on stage because they were expecting
Yeah.
to see
Yeah.
Tyler, and they brought out someone as big as Drake and they booed him. Ashake does not have that.
Yeah. Those
What
things
he
grow
has
with
is a
time. Those
mass
things grow
market.
with time. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think.
it grow with time,
Yeah.
and it looks like you would want it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but from what I'm seeing from Ashake, it doesn't seem like you want it. The least you could do is to show up for your own, from your own this thing, from
Yeah.
your own, for your own logo boy block party Nigeria. And I'm saying this from even when I'm like when we juxtapose with the most eccentric of artists. Kanye West has core fan base around the world. I think I'm one of the hardest Kanye fans I know, like one of the artists. And this guy was doing listening parties in stadiums. It didn't have to do that. That's one of the things that make
Yeah.
your fans go crazy for you. They are buying early tickets to go listen to your albums in
Yeah.
stadiums to get abstract art, abstract feels of your music. It doesn't seem like he wants to put in the work, the dedication to do that. So what we're saying is that once he stopped putting out music that can sustain the fan, the massive audience, the massive mainstream that he has now, it's just I just don't know, because right now it's like I can't even easily like carve out an Ashake fan base. I can't. Like
Yeah.
Asake fan base now, they're essentially Olamide and YBN fan base. I'm sorry. That's it. That's the way I see it.
Adele, can I ask
Yeah.
a
I mean,
I,
question?
it's a
I,
pattern with YBNS and this,
you,
to be honest. Like,
Sorry, can I ask a
actually,
question?
can I?
Okay.
Is there a like not point, but is there a time when we can acknowledge that maybe he just wants to be different and
No, but not.
he doesn't want to do all these things?
No, I
I'm
mean,
I'm not.
let,
I'm not ignoring that. That's a
yeah, that's the
possibility.
point. Yeah.
That's a possibility. It's just whatever he's doing now. It shows that there's a bit of like there's some. It's deliberate about it. It's not there's not a mistake. There's a reason he chose not to come to Nigeria throughout 30 December when this is possibly maybe the most busiest and bubbliest 30 December we've had in like 3 years. I don't know, for a while, and he didn't show up. There's a reason he didn't show up for his Lungu Boy block party, which is not quite strange because he didn't show up for Walk of Heart, and yeah, so it's just like, and there's a reason why everything he does kind of feels like it's see, I feel like Ashake is deliberately stripping himself of every bit Nigerianness, so to say. In the only way you find it is in his music. Like you find it in the lyrics, he speaks Yoruba. But if you take that out, it's looking like he wants to be, not like look Nigerian, like not feel Nigerian, not aesthetically Nigerian. And this is not even fashion alone. There's like a common denominator in they all wear the fucking same thing. Baggy jeans, this and that. They look at like they dress alike. It's not special. But it's in terms of like the way you make your like the way you do your stuff, the way you like. Burna Boy shot a video, he shot a drop of music and came to Lagos in December to shoot a video. It just kind of little things matters. It's how you retain, it's how you sustain this thing. But he shot two videos this year, one in Port Harcourt, one in Lagos.
Yeah.
And that's like it matters. This when was the last time I shot a video in Nigeria with Central C that he didn't even stick around long enough to push? He shot it and zoom out immediately. You understand? So it's just like short MMS in the UK.
Okay.
I guess maybe it's a thing of convenience, but it's why it's not even. It's just like everything is doing. It feels like he doesn't want it to be like. I don't know. It's just like again, as I said when I was reviewing the album, it just feels like this Lungu boy goes to America. Like it's just Lungu boy goes to America and he's just carrying the Lunguness, like the ghetto boy. He's taking it there and just like removing the Nigerian
And
sting of it,
maybe
just
that's the
leaving
goal.
it to the music. Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
that's
sorry, real quick.
Good
I
boy
think
goes to
the thing
America.
with Asake is I think the success has been unprecedented. Like we've never seen anything. To be fair to him here, we've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, 2 years in, you are doing the O2, you are going on a world tour, you are touring America, arenas and stuff like that. Like there's never been anybody that has done this. So to be fair to him, he's allowed to like make this kind of mistakes,
Yeah. I
quote and
mean,
unquote,
yeah.
if we
I'm
put it
not
that
calling
way.
a
To be fair
mistake.
to him.
so that's
I'm
my
actually not
thing.
calling
That's
it a
my
mistake.
problem is that
Yeah.
No, no,
who
no.
determines that
I'm
this
not
is a
seeing it as a
mistake?
bad thing.
Yeah. I don't,
I'm
Who
just saying
determines
that
that it's a
No, that's
mistake?
why I said
I don't
quote and
get it.
unquote.
quote and
That's why I
unquote.
said
Quote
quote and
unquote.
unquote. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, do you get? He's allowed to like make this kind of moves. Like
Okay. Real quick.
2 years in, we couldn't say like he should have cultivated a fan base when this guy was shooting for the stars. Like
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
two
I
years,
see what you mean.
he
Like
was shooting for the stars
he's just in the
in those
transition
two
period.
years.
He's
So
just in the
this is
transition
like
period.
his actual first test.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah.
the real test. So it's interesting to see where we go from here.
Yeah. I know. I absolutely see that. Yes. The
No,
fuel.
no, I'm not buying it. It's a body language thing. See, let's not overflow this matter. It's a
Yeah.
body language thing. Last year, Rema was the 2023, and for the big part of 2024, Rema was the biggest artist, African global export, and he didn't miss a chance to fuck with Nigeria and say this is that. Like, I get that they're different people. Ashike has different approach. Does it? It's reticence,
Yeah.
be a little camera shy. So they're different. Like, look at Tyler, for example. She's been trying to like balance it out, trying to become the next global pop star. So like wearing South Africa on her, like carrying it on her head.
It's different ideologies they have. I
Yeah,
think.
it's a different ideology. So I'm saying like Ashake's ideology, from the way I'm looking, it feels like as a Nigerian, as an average Nigerian fan, like average Nigerian consumer of music, and not just even someone that consciously pushes his music. I'm just saying like beyond his sound, I do not have a lot of reasons to connect with him. That's just it. And I feel like he also doesn't provide any. He just doesn't like
Reason.
really care
Yeah.
that much.
Like the
Yeah,
olive,
for
like
anyone
stretch
to
an
want to
olive branch.
connect with him.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear that. I hear
yeah.
that. For sure, great conversation that we have so far. I know we have other speakers I want to chime in. Taj, What you say,
Yeah.
my bro? Hello?
Okay, let me. Yeah,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
far?
yeah.
It's crazy because this whole conversation I was having, we're having it today, me and Noah and everything. But let me see if I can speak through my thoughts. I genuinely think, first of all, I definitely think Ashake has a core fan base.
Okay.
I think Ashake has a core fan base. Ashake maybe has not done the best in using his pen and barrel to carve it out for us to see.
To see it.
Like I think sometimes the artist, you have to. There's a way you engage. Like I said, it's not like Kiss Daniel does anything in particular, right? But like I said, there's a way he speaks even on this app. There's a way he handles this app, like Twitter in specific, that you can say, okay, there's these people that he talks to, right? Ashika doesn't seem to speak a lot, so it's almost like he doesn't have that personal relationship with the
Yep.
fans, right? But I think the run, the music, the brand have easily carved out people that love him, right? The
Okay.
UK definitely has a fault. Nigeria, there is no way Nigeria doesn't have it. I don't believe that they are doing Lungu Boy block parties and people are showing up for those and you don't have a cult at that level, right? Like I said, I think he hasn't just done the best in like carving it out
Got you.
himself, and it could be due to engagement, due to being present, be due to speaking, due to showing up, especially like him missing December, it just doesn't help, I guess, in painting that narrative. But I think there's absolutely people who are locked in with the guy.
So you're
But
saying it exists. It just hasn't been
it,
been.
it it exists, and because of the mass mainstream success as
Yes.
well,
Yes.
it
Exactly.
feels
It can feel blurred
it feels
out.
bloated. It feels
Yeah.
bloated, right?
Yeah.
It feels bloated because there are obviously the casuals who are just there for what was hot,
Mhm.
and maybe which is the point I'm going to move into now. I think we are clearly in a new era. Like I would say, as much as we said the initial burst of Rema, the initial burst of Fireball was the beginning of the new era in Afrobeats.
2019.
Yes, that's when I think 2023, 2024
Yep.
has really shown, especially I'll mark it from maybe the blow up from Thames, right? I think it has really shown that we are in a new era. Whether we like it or not, the previous big three and the whatever the new big three that we're trying to, I guess, create, there's a clear difference in the way they operate, right? Ashake is a victim of starting off traditionally, right, and growing into. It's almost like he started off with them. It's almost like he started off with the ideology of wanting to move like David Wiz and Burner, and then his new genness finally kicked in, right?
Okay.
I think Rema has never played the pop up game. Omale does not play the pop up game. Thames does not pop up anywhere. And these are meant to be our superstars. Now there is and part of the reasons why they seem to operate differently could also stem from the globalization of what their music is doing, right? So technically, the space they find themselves, the labels they find themselves, the conversations they find themselves, the rooms, the cities they found themselves might make them view this thing very differently, right? Like I said, the problem with Ashake started off traditionally like a traditional guy, a Badu, co-sign, running around Niger. They did their thing. Once again, Badu also is cultural. Like Badu is probably the most loved human being in music industry, right?
Yep.
So he had to he had to play it how Badu said it on a 1-2 basis, right?
Mhm.
When Rema first came out, Rema still gave us signs that I'm a stubborn guy. I still do what I want to do, right?
Mhm.
So as much as he had cosigns, he always still let us know that okay, yo, I'm still a new gen guy, right? It's almost like Asake has just realized that I have to do things differently. I have to operate differently as an artist, and I think it started showing off post album, maybe due to also whatever conflicts they had.
Mhm.
It's like, and for one thing we can say about the guy is that Ashake is a purist. Ashake is a nigga that clearly knows he's dedicated to the art of this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
Sorry.
dedicated to the art of this thing, right? He only had to operate by certain rules that certain people dictated for him because last now them show me way. But I think he has finally gotten to a point where he has realized that I'm a part of a new gen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is where we're going to have to let him play it out himself, which is why I hope that is what he's about to do because January snippet is very telling. It means he's trying to get the year off very hot. Right, I made this comment. I made this statement about Benson yesterday that Benson is in a stage I love the most, and it seems like Ashake is about to enter that same stage where people are just experimenting and figuring out themselves. Ashake has operated like a robot with a schedule for the last 3 years, based on the Nigerian rules of things, based on the label he signed to. It's finally time for him to do what he deems fit for himself, right? And
Yep.
I think he might struggle to connect it. Once again, even Rema had a transition period
Yep.
until Rema found his agenda of having a way to rip in, like having a way to reel in the locals and build around the local industry and
Yep.
made his own narrative, made his own ideology.
Mm-hmm.
He had a disconnect. Rema Roses almost was a disconnect,
Yep.
but he transitioned well. He found himself. He found himself, right? Once again, the others too, the fellow people that play in this new gen globalization. Don't forget that they're also playing. They're also playing. They are not just. This is not Davido Wiz Burner era where Nigeria was all they knew, Africa was all they knew. You gotta understand that these
Yeah, the
these
world is
guys
opened up.
actually have global reach,
Mm-hmm.
and that is even the conversations that are being poured to them. That's these guys are 3 years in with white managers,
Mm-hmm.
white A&Rs. It's a whole different perception they're running with, right?
Even white
They probably
producers.
don't. Sorry.
I say even white producers, but
Yes.
yeah.
So it's a whole different game that these guys are playing. We are just used to a certain way this game is played, right? And Asake started off playing that game and is eloping out of it, right? And I think that is where we're going to see a disconnect. But I think it's also his time for it to figure out. I think he has 3 projects that even though we might struggle with one, he has 2 classics. He's so much of a superstar that he has a little bit of a mattress to bounce on. That
Right.
even if
Right.
he gets something wrong,
You see, as a catalog to fall
yes,
back
we're
to.
not going to say this
Yeah.
is. We're not going to say how we used to love this guy.
Yeah.
It's not. It hasn't reached that level at all.
Yeah.
He's going to still experiment this. He's going to experiment. He's going to fail, and he's going to figure it out by God's grace.
Yeah.
And I think once again, we need to understand that we are truly in a new era. And unfortunately, globalization is setting.
Mm-hmm.
It has set into these guys. They don't even spend time in this country in that country anymore, right? It has become their new reality. It really has become their new reality. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
the way they play it is going to be extremely different, but it is the way they're going to play it. And once again, one thing we know about these guys is that they are going to be stubborn about it, right?
Trust.
Especially because a lot of them are purists. A lot of them are about this music shit for real, right?
Yeah.
So we'll just have to hope and see. But yes, but like I said, I think the biggest issue here is that he started off as a traditional guy, as he went through the traditional process of being a superstar,
Mm-hmm.
being heavily co-signed, running with his co-sign for 3 albums straight. You have to understand that. And like I said, he gave himself, he showed himself, he portrayed himself as the I listen, I do.
Right.
Whatever Bado says, I did. Whatever Bado says, I did. I think he's a maybe he's a, I won't say lazy, but he has gone to that point where it's like, okay, yo, I'm now going to have to figure this thing out myself.
Real quick, a
And
question. Real quick. The points that
yeah,
you think he is in now, don't you think that point started with Lungu Boy? Or you think it's the 3 album? Because I kind of saw those signs with what you're describing now
yeah.
from Lungu Boy. Like
Um,
the entire like I'm open to the world type of thing. I don't have to focus in Nigerian market or bubble. Essentially how he has carried Lungu Boy around and how he has treated that album. It feels like he's in that period that you're describing.
so he might have started there, right? But I think post that I think he still gave into certain rules. I think he still gave into certain ways of doing things. And
Right.
I think he's about to get more radical.
Okay.
I think he's literally about to get more radical. I think if you felt Lungu Boy was letting globalization set in, it's about to get worse.
Yeah.
Right? He's going to get more radical, he's going to get more stubborn, he's going to try more things. They're going to send people into different talks and different ideas. At the end of the day, like people will stick around. And once again, if the music works,
For sure.
nothing. I don't say nothing else matters, but
No, but
yeah,
yeah, the music at the
in
end of the day,
reality,
yeah,
in
it's
reality, trust me, everybody will find it. Everybody will need to align to what we need to align. That's just where we are right now. And
most
and
def.
and once again, maybe because we also have David Owens and Bernard still playing at that level,
Yeah.
we're still holding on to that system. But yeah, these guys clearly don't. These guys clearly don't want to play that game, and they made it super. Well, Rema didn't pop out anywhere. It's just because that we know Rema has been the guy to not pop out everywhere over at least 2 years now. Man does not pop out anywhere this year. He not pop out last year.
Wait,
These guys don't.
Rema.
Yeah.
Remember Dido, he had shows
I
in
mean, I mean,
He
I
did
Abuja.
mean,
a
obviously he had
listening
his own show,
show.
but like he didn't
Rema
play.
had like listening parties.
It was in
Yeah,
Obi's
like all
house
over the
too.
place.
Yeah, but like I mean, he's not all over the place. He doesn't play the traditional game or be all over the place, right? Obviously, I'm speaking, I'm
It
generalizing
was
it, but
last.
yeah.
It was in 2023 now. I guess you
No,
even
I
brought
mean, wasn't president that he didn't even step out at all. That Jazzy was that he said he didn't want to do anything at all in December. I don't think he even showed face last year.
was it
That
Justice
was
Sky in 2023.
'23. That
Brought
was
Justice Sky
'23. He
now.
said he fell
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
Real
But
not last year,
most
like
fast.
things didn't
2024. Sorry,
Real,
pop up
last
though.
2 years ago.
um,
Sorry.
guys, real fast. We have other topics. So real fast, we have L and Lost Boy that still wanted to speak on
Fair.
Ashake.
Fair.
So L, please go ahead, and then we'll close with Lost Boy.
For sure.
Thank you. Hi guys. Yeah, I
Hi,
agree. Hi babes, what's up? Black Bema, everyone. Um, ugh, with Ashake, I don't even think he's radical. I think the most radical thing about him is his tattoos. I think Nigerians, like the Nigerian audience, we have a problem. It's the same problem we had with that Kemi Badenoch. We don't understand that people are just different. We are not where we when it's some if it's someone that's not screaming and shouting about their love for Nigeria in their action or in how they make their moves in terms of their interactions with their fan bases.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Ashake doesn't have a fan base. But guys, are you guys following Iran Republic? It's like 300,000 followers on that his fan page, and they're always tweeting on there pretty much every day. So I mean, if you're not locked in, you're not locked in. That's fine. But Ashake has been an antisocial or introverted person from day one. And I mean, you hear it with his interactions with his friends. Just because he has people like Yemo Lee or Olamide around him, people just assume he's the same. But the more and more you get into him and the more things that come out about him, you realize he has always been this way. And if you look at work of art, I never forget, he did because obviously it was around the Basquiat whole theme. I remember they did a pop up for him, a listening party, and this guy was a road away in his hotel. He didn't come. Like he doesn't. It's not today. It didn't start today.
Right.
And I think people need to understand, like, he's introverted. Like, we need to get over ourselves. And Nigerians need to make room. But going to see, like Taj said, the more and more artists that come out that aren't necessarily even Afro beat with an S leaning and whatever, you're now gonna see, like, you're really gonna see them just focus on their markets. And yeah, I like that idea that Taj said, like, oh, he got to a point where he realized he didn't have to, even though he came out in this traditional way, he doesn't have to do what he didn't want to do. And he's just not that kind of person. Listen to his lyrics, listen to everything about Ashake Azulith. He tells you who he is. And then you guys still want him to be somebody different because the rules dictate that. As per, he had a great few songs, so he should do December rocks with you guys in Lagos. Why? Like, what if he just doesn't want to? What if he just has nothing to do with anything? Oh, he should at least, because what? Why? Like, I don't understand. I still don't understand the why. Oh, so he can connect with his fan base. That what? Like, I no, like, people don't get it.
So you
And
don't
this
see the
is
value though in being present.
no, because not every artist, and this is
No,
what
no, it's
people
not
need to
about. It's not
understand.
about. It's not about that he has
Not
to. But
every
there's.
artist, not
But
every artist,
yeah,
not, and I'm gonna say this. They might not understand it.
yeah.
Not every artist focus is Nigeria. We're not the center of the
Absolutely,
universe. Well, we
absolutely.
need to
We've
get over
for
ourselves.
sure, for
We are
sure.
not the center. Even if he's speaking Yoruba till the cows come home, we are not the center of Ashake's universe or his career, and we need to get over it. I know it's hard to hear. I know it's sad.
L.
but it's just life.
Yeah.
Like we will be okay.
Of
There
course.
will be artists that prioritize the Nigerian audience. There will be artists that give you guys
Absolutely.
free event and also show up for it too.
Okay.
Like he still did the event. He still showed up. Empire still showed up. He did the same thing for us in London. It's only one time he actually showed up to his event. One time. And I
Right.
think it's because it was the day before his actual um
Show.
O2 show, and Wiz was come. They were all there together, and he did not perform. He was upstairs, in a booth vibing to the
Right.
DJs
Right.
that were the same DJs that were at the December event that you people are complaining about, or the same DJs that DJs for us there, and nobody was complaining. We ate our small shops, we drank our drink, we collected our free tattoos, and we kept it moving. Like people need
Charles said, "Why will he not show up in London?" And you think he will show up in
like I
Lagos?
don't get it, and he's done this multiple times, and I need people to understand. Like, I really can't wait for like this is Afrobeats to the world. What did you think was gonna happen? We all just thought, okay, oh, this is the rules. You're Nigerian, so you must come home on every December. Like that, like I mentioned this. I mentioned the Kemi Badenoch lady on purpose, the politician on purpose,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of uproar about her sentiment towards Nigeria. How dare she?
Right.
And it's
Right.
only because Nigerians want to have a hug. They want someone that's gonna, make them feel good and tell you that Nigeria is the best place in the world. I think Nigeria is the best place in the world, but some people are gonna move into international spaces and not and want to leave it behind. It's okay. Like we
Right.
need to be okay with that. He's the kind of person you can already tell. Why Puerto Rican bad beach or bad is it from Barbados, wherever they want to go and get the girls from. And that's it. He's moved on. Look at you see the snippet he posted today. Just get used to it. Get used to it. It's okay. There will be artists that champion and that align with. Oh my God, he should at least come home. He should. There's like there's one in there's one in a billion artists that do that. So I just hate the fact that we burden everyone that is an artist or that is on the main stage with doing that. They should be an ambassador for their country. Yeah, really, yeah, they should. But oh well, like oh well, there'll be
Isn't that oh well?
somebody else will be an ambassador.
Okay.
Like, can we
He
just
said that's
not?
not his cross
It's
to
I
just
don't.
carry.
tiring putting
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
someone fit into the same. It's
It's
tiring
cool.
making someone tries to fit into the same, cookie cutter puzzle, whatever, when they clearly told you that's not who they are. Like, get over it. And he's been doing this since Work of Art. He's been doing this since. So it's not even just Lungu Boy. Lungu Boy was the project that made it allowed him to come out. And then after the 2 years, a lot of other things that I wanted to say have been factored. We didn't
Whatever.
we
The
didn't
mic
factor
is
we didn't
hot.
factor in the fact we
Sorry.
didn't factor sorry we didn't factor in the fact that he's one of the fastest growing artists in terms of from the time from in terms of his artist life cycle. He literally went from zero to peak
Yeah.
in a space that we've never seen. So there are all these things that we have to take into consideration. So honestly, I just think the most I guess extreme thing about him is his tattoos. Nothing else is extreme. His music's not extreme. Let's be for real. It's amazing. That's all. So I don't know. That's
Thank
where
you
I'm at
so
with
much,
Ashake.
Elle. Truly appreciate it.
I think
I'm
there's
saying
a great
people
conversation with what El
yeah.
just said, but for the sake of time,
Yeah.
really,
We have one last person to go.
unfortunately.
Adewus, go ahead.
What's happening? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
I don't know who said. First of all, I strongly disagree with a lot of what El just said. But I'll keep it short so we can move to other topics. But I'll say a couple of things. The first one I want to say is, um, I don't get this notion of like he's so different that we're taunting today or like spitting out. Whether it's in the lyrics, whether it's in the flow, whether it's in the content of what he's sharing. If you've been listening to Afrobeats, or you've listened to um, the fusion of his sound for a while, for years, there's always been people that are sort of that have delivered their content or delivered their music with the same sort of cadence, with the same kind of energy. Now, did anybody have the run that he's had that he's been able to take globally? Probably not. The closest is the someone I would not be mentioning, but I don't see what is so like revolutionary. I agree with Al on actually one thing. Probably the most radical thing is his tattoos. And they're ugly, by the way. I think we should start telling people like shit that it actually is. They're fucking ugly. And like people need to stop saying, oh, this is he wants to be Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's tattoos are ugly as well. There's hardly anybody in the world that has face tattoos that actually look good. Let's keep it a buck. Um I would share sort of two main things that are my hesitation. I think there's this tendency, whether it's like I think it's partly like a Nigerian culture thing, and this is from somebody who grew up in Nigeria as well. I think everybody like there's this sense aspiration to be your own boss very quickly, and to be fully in control of your journey by yourself at a certain point that I think almost leads to this like failure to launch type situation. Granted, he has enough of a platform. We've already exhausted all the things. He doesn't have a core fan base, that. I honestly feel that the biggest miss, I don't know exactly what the inner workings of their relationship or like their separation is, but I feel like the biggest miss will be Olamide's influence on not just how he delivers like some of the songs that he delivers, but like there's certain songs that you can hear Asake songs that you know Olamide was involved. Like you don't even if his name is not on the
Yep.
credits, you just know he was either in the room or like he said, "Oh no, let's do this instead of this." I personally, my sort of sadness in their separation is that that might be lost. Um, Particularly because everybody keeps saying he's introverted. The person that I think is more introverted than him is actually Olamide, and I think getting him to sort of come out of that shell to come and be involved in some of the things might be hard. And as somebody who lives in America who has watched this attempt by a few of our artists to like, they come to LA and they hang with Empire in San Francisco and they like tell you you're going to be the hottest thing in the world. And then the sound does not convey. And here's the thing. I would argue with anyone that until you've mastered until you've mastered the Kiss Daniel ability to drop like sevens over 10 or 6.5s over 10, and Nigerians lap it up and make it like an eight, you're not the Whizzes, the Burners, the Tiwas, the Thames, or whatever. This new gen talk that we're discussing, the rise was very fast. The impact has been great in terms of like global space, but you cannot tell me that if I was like looking to go see an artist tonight and it would be John Bellion and Asake, or it'd be Asake and Tyler the Creator. Is it possible? Can I see it in 2025? Maybe, sure. But I don't think we're at that place where everybody thinks that we're at yet, with him specifically. I think with certain artists, you have it, whether it's because there's only a few spots for they look the type, whether it's the Tyla or the Aya or the Thames, like they look the part and you give them the slot and like kind of make space for them. I just don't see it here. I listen to enough of the radio here. I don't see it that I don't think he's mastered it enough yet. Now, who knows? We could be talking about this in April and everybody's eating their words and we're all apologizing for getting it wrong. But I listened to those two snippets and I'm really sorry. There's nothing magical about those things. Like, there's just none of those songs are like. I feel like if you close your eyes and you just play it, even just the way it sounds from the beginning sounds like at least four of his other songs that you can figure out. And so for me, I give him credit in the fact that one of the things I expect of Nigerian artists when they blow and they go international is do what he's doing. Make the mistakes, like get your heart broken by someone that you can't pronounce her last name. Do all of that, right? Like that's what I want to hear. I want to see that. Tell us those stories later. But don't go and do all of that. Don't go and be in LA for 6 months or be in freaking Poland and then come back and still sing about Oshodi. Because like that's just not what we've had you doing for the last 2 or 3 years. Now, if that's where you want to like make that your sort of foundation, great. I feel like this feels a little bit rushed, like just like a tiny little bit. I feel like you probably could have done another year or half a year to like just get it like fully solid. Again, we're only saying this because we don't have all the information. We don't have all the
Right.
insight into what is happening. I just feel like we've done this dance a few times where they try to break into the US market or whatever you call it. And then it fails, and then we come back to an EP or an album that's like a little bit more like, Mr. Money or something. And I just don't want us to do that dance. I feel like there's a blueprint here in terms of somebody was talking about, I think it was Tosh, I was talking about the new gen. folks, I really, really like the approach that Rema's team and him have taken to his run. Like, whether or not you're just like focusing on the stage presence, whether or not you're focusing on the sound itself, I think that they figured out a way to like make him sound, and he obviously needs to continue this, but I just don't see it with Asake just yet. And I feel like this one feels a little bit more like other people have told you, hey, you got it, bro. You got the sauce. You're the guy. But then, like, there's still, think about it this year. David is going to drop. I feel like Burner's going to drop as well.
He
He
is.
didn't drop last year, right? Then you think, oh, Male is going to do as well. I think Benson will probably do something. I just, it just felt like maybe somebody wasn't saying, like, guy, let's just like run it. And then let's talk about the December situation. I personally believe even if like somebody, I think it was Elle that was saying that we're not owed anything. I actually don't believe that. I feel like there's a social contract that comes with supporting an artist and supporting a relationship with an artist over time. I think you do certain things that keep you relevant, whether or not it's like your Beyonce as at the top of the game and you give us whiskey that nobody can afford, or like you just do something that keeps you sort of in the consciousness of people. You are like this idea that we think that we have to be mysterious to keep everybody excited about us. I was in Lagos in December, and I can tell you, and maybe I can probably say a little bit more about this. It's like there is, whether it's with the tools available to artists, or whether it's the skills that they're improving on, or people being able to make authentic music. There's so many lanes and so many next up people that we can see this run again, the way we saw it in 2022 or 2021, 2022. I can see it happening again for some other people that would could eclipse sort of what he's done. And like there's no right or entitlement to you that, oh, you're never gonna be fit. You cannot, yeah, you can still be famous, but you can become upcoming again. Like let's just keep it a buck. So I really hope, I wish that he did a little bit more in terms of like, I'm not expecting you to come out and be at every club or be at every party, but like give people something, because the way the consciousness of people is today, they'll hang with you for a while until somebody else comes and takes that slot. And also, just looking at the global economy, there's not that much disposable income to be buying your tickets, and if they're expensive, we just can't give it to the people that actually really like and prioritize those people that are forming that relationship with us, and not you that thinks that, oh, by being mysterious and living in your rented LA apartment or LA, Malibu household or whatever is going to keep you relevant to the rest of us and keep giving
Okay,
us music that's the same.
okay, okay.
Anyways, I'm digressing.
Okay,
Damn.
so just your point is don't be in LA and sing about Oshodi.
Me, I
That's
just don't. I don't. Like, I never get that. Honestly, from someone that lived in California, lives in California, I never understand it. Like Fireboy told me something. He said something when he came to America. He went skydiving. He dated, a white woman. He did all this sort of stuff. Like, tell us those stories, right? But this, even the babe that he had in the second snippet couldn't even shake her ass properly. Like, can you at least get that right? Like, I'm annoyed. I'm done.
It's the babe from
I'm
Barbados,
dead.
okay?
I'm actually crying at that, man.
I'm dead,
I'm
man.
actually crying at that. Thank you so much,
Interesting, man.
Aderis.
Very interesting stuff, bro. Yeah.
But I don't know, how do we want to address Darko and
I mean,
uh,
which other way is?
okay, let's start with this song and let's start with Darko.
Yeah.
Um Beautiful song, beautiful song. I think that music video is 10 over 10. Very early 2000s nostalgia. Very do me. Love it so much. I think when Dako said she was switching her approach to music, I think she did a very good job. She picked the right direction. It's working for her. But
Someone called Adumala Lukman, but I forgot her full name.
stop Stop it. Somebody was asking that for somebody that is very like clear on who she is, how is she able to like actually make a move in Nigeria considering Nigerians are very what's the right word? Y'all have issues. Y'all are quick to judge people, but I think what it is that for a long time, because the other day I was on her Instagram and somebody made a comment that cracked me up. Somebody was like, "Oh my gosh, today is the day that I just realized that Dako is a woman, not a man." And I was like, I don't think that people are actually like aware that this is a woman, so there's that part. That's the first part. But I think like so far she's been doing a great job. But now the issue has come with sampling Psquare. According to Darkoo, Peter of Psquare told her that he wanted to be on this song, and she said he can be on the remix, and he didn't appreciate that. And so they went about the efforts to take down the music video, which also they didn't take down the song, they only took down the music video, so that's very specific. But they took down the music video, and now the music video is back up. So if you're a fan, go watch it 5 million times again. The ass shaking they were doing there is very reminiscent of Doomy video, so go do that.
Shout out to
But
Prelix
she
too. Prelix duetting.
so I think before we get to even the response from Mr. P,
Yep.
before we get to that, there was the whole point of like the allegations she placed and things she said, and one of the things she said was that she was going to put him on the remix. So I guess that would be my first question. Do you think she was actually going to put him on the remix? Because I don't think so, but that's just me.
How many remixes does she have first, actually? That's probably a lie, you know. Like she
Yeah.
just whined Mr. P.
So so
Why not?
Something like that.
so she promised Mr. P is her own account. Is that okay? At
Yeah.
least her own account is because Mr. P's statement makes it feel as if it's a he said she said type situation. But
So Mr. P's statement is very different, which also the title of that statement was very weird, but sure, again, Nigerians. But according to Mr. P and his lawyer, she and her team reached out, and they let her know that the team she was reaching out to is not the team that handles P Square's affairs. So they directed her to the team for P Square's affairs. And if I read this correctly, it looks like they were waiting to hear back from her to hear what the conclusion on this conversation was, and them sending her to the correct team. And oh, okay, so number one, Darkoo approached our clients to assist in clearing the P Square song,
right.
and as it was gaining traction. As one who has always supported younger artists, Mr. P guided her towards the proper channels to get it
Can we
cleared.
can we put that in quotes, please? That always supported yoga.
Then in number three, so here they confirm what she said. Darkoo offered Mr. P a feature in the remix, saying she would want to shoot a video soon. Mr. P then told her his schedule was packed, hence he wouldn't be available.
So someone is lying. First off, just on that point, somebody is actually distorting the facts because
So
one she's
I
saying
think it's just miscommunication. I think what
yeah.
probably happened was that she went about and went ahead to clear it, and she offered the remix and she mentioned the music video. And I think there might be a bit of confusion about which music video exactly. Was it a music video for the original song or a music video for the remix? Or did she just want him in her music video? So these are all like parts of the claims, apparently. And so number four, based on the dynamic of P Square, Mr. P was adamant that the song should be played through P Square, through North Side,
Proper channel.
and that proper channels, all of that. Mr. P shared details. All the while, Darko, we kept reaching out to find out what was going on. And then all of a sudden, we saw that a music video was dropping in 2 days. Obviously, they knew they were releasing anyway and had played a deliberate game to remain incommunicado. All this while, Darko and her team ignored messages and calls. all to find out that she had been able to get the needed clearance. So this is where I have a problem. So she cleared the song, and I guess they were waiting to hear back from her. And so it then begs the question, if she has cleared the song, what else do you need?
So I guess at that point, they didn't know that she had gone through the proper ropes.
Okay, but
So
but
they
then
issued
when
the
but then when you
takedown.
find out that she has, what is the problem?
Yeah, and I think the problem now is the fact that she brought it to the public is what
And they were not kept in the loop, obviously. I think Mr.
yeah,
P, like at least this statement is also saying that we were messaging you multiple times
yeah.
saying
And you didn't
what's the
tell us
update
that
with
you
Right,
had
you
this.
didn't
done
communicate
everything.
with us, but now you're taking it to
Yeah,
the
and you
public
went
to
ahead.
paint us
Okay, so the
in the
music
bad
video
light.
was released on January 2nd, and we reached out to Darkoo and her team to find out how the song was released without due process, and we gave them 72 hours. All of a sudden, Darkoo became available to speak. Okay. It was at this point her team reached out to us seeking a solution, explaining something about ins and outs. Okay, beautiful. The issue was finally resolved with a proper agreement between all parties involved. Immediately, the document was perfected. One management requested the video being reinstated on the video sharing platform. Beautiful.
All right.
His reaction, he has always insisted on business being done properly. However, Darko and her team sought to get clearance from an entity which is unauthorized to represent the music of Psquare. This is not her first radio sampling, yet clearance was sought after the fact. Beautiful.
Okay.
Darko didn't rant about a disservice or sabotage when the video was taken down.
Yes,
Rather, she
that was what I was going to fixate on. That point right
yes.
there, because I think it's
So,
that speaks volumes to this issue. It's
and
like
that's my thing.
yeah, it's like what exactly motivated
Drop
the
the point. Spell them out.
Yeah,
Imagine she
so
didn't drop it.
so so sadly, Darko didn't rant about a disservice or sabotage when the video was taken down.
right.
Rather, she reached out to her client to salvage the situation. But she suddenly found her voice once the video was reinstated on the video sharing platform, calling him a saboteur. So as much as we do not want to believe the actions of Darko and her team, are geared towards sensationalizing, I can't speak English again, sensationalizing
Yeah,
a
yeah.
professional matter. It is obvious she wants to capitalize on the supposed P Square feed for popularity.
Right.
The only items that were modified in the proper agreement and clearance were the entities, Square Records and not Side Entertainment, and including all the stakeholders in the duo P Square. The initial 50% split was requested by the individual she approached initially and was not a request from the client
His
himself.
brother.
Wait,
Right.
you know what? I want to say that there are different
So,
layers to this that we
so
should
she
dissect.
implied
When
this in
Bello is
Yeah,
her
going.
my
rant.
hand is up.
Wait,
Hold
wait,
on,
wait.
but she implied this in her rant, and it is a malicious and deliberate attempt to portray him in a bad light. So from in all of this,
Right.
what I am hearing is that she did the work after the fact, but the bottom line is she sure did the work.
Yeah.
The people that were not informed that she did the proper work, so they stepped in, and then when they realized she did the proper work, they stepped back out, and she never said anything until the day the video came back up. So when the video went down, she didn't say anything. But when the video came back up, she said what happened. So I don't think this is a real issue. I think this is a that typical Nigerian thing of like show me respect, even when you don't need. It's a respect thing for them, and I
Okay.
think that's what it is. And he keeps saying the other body. The other body is his brother.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need him
Your
to be.
twin
I need him to
brother.
be so for real.
Yeah, 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 of course. But obviously, guys, at this point, there are two different. Like
Okay,
we've
beautiful,
already, yeah,
beautiful, beautiful. So you had signed off on it. Your brother had not signed off on it. She went and got your brother signing. The both of you are signed off on it, and you are angry that she did not tell you that yes, your brother said yes. Okay. So what you
I
are
know.
looking for is
I
an
think his
in
anger is
between
wait.
valid
person.
though.
No, I think okay. So, El, did you want to go?
Yeah, Elle
Could that
wants
be?
to
Could
go.
that
Go.
be?
I
Could,
do.
yeah.
Chibi wants to go though.
Okay. Chibi,
Let me
let's
just
hear
go
from
real
Chibi
quick,
too.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just go real
Yes,
quick
thank you
then, because you
guys.
can't wait.
Real quick. Yeah, I actually can't wait because the first layer of this to dissect is that this Northside Entertainment, they've been like in a whole like controversy thing about P Square, right? there's been this thing of them stealing like royalties or at least some, some public debacle about it anyways. And it's crazy that it's still coming up again, which is like, which begs to say that, like, why are you getting involved if you've been called out already for like, anyways, I'm sure that those guys will continue to do their business how they want to do it. Then the next thing is like the Darkoo side, right? I think Mr. P's sentiments are like I share them. Like if you come to me and you want to clear something and all of a sudden you go out and I just see the song drop, I'm just thinking that's kind of shitty. You were talking to me and there was a conversation going on. I reached out to you multiple times on this conversation and you did not reply, which is I think that's kind of malicious. On the other hand, I see Darko's point of not not saying anything until a song is reinstated because Mr. P could have insisted that it's never going up, and I'm never I like, and the song is just gonna die. You spend millions of maybe naira or dollars on the video, not dollars for sure, yeah. But you don't want all of that to go to waste because sometimes artists can disagree and your song will never go up. So for her, I'm not gonna say anything until you agree to my terms. And then obviously I can go ahead and then say something without any repercussions or like little repercussion or whatever. And yeah,
I don't
and
know.
literally that's what I think.
I have a bit of an issue with that. So he's saying that he directed her to the right like resources and right steps to follow, right? And so if you've given me the information I need and I go ahead and I do it and you see it coming out later,
But apparently she did it.
that clearly means that I
I
But she
think
did
followed your
not.
I think from the
instructions.
So
statement
Wait,
she
hold
went
Belema,
to
on. So
north
hold on.
side.
That clearly
yeah.
means that I followed your instructions. I followed the things that you offered to me, and I went about
No,
it my way.
But I
So
think you have a misconception
Belema.
in conception how
Yeah,
you read that
real
up.
quick,
Sorry, I think
real quick.
what he was trying to say is that she told him the right way, which is obviously the Square Records, and she did not go with Square Records.
Yes, that
Instead,
was
she
She
the
went
went
to north
that
side.
behind
She
his
was
went to
the
back
north
issue.
side.
and then went with
she went to
Northside
north
North
Entertainment
side.
that
side.
I just mentioned, yeah. So
And
that's
did
the
not
problem that he
North
has.
side
communicate.
And north
belongs
side is
north
his
side
And did
brother.
belongs
not
to Jude,
communicate.
by
So
the
she
way. North side belongs to Jude, by the
yes.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she didn't actually follow his instructions to do it properly. They eventually did it. Obviously, we've seen them
But it
hand
wasn't
over.
proper.
Yes, obviously we've seen their samples show up in other artists. So the fact that there is a channel to do it properly, that everybody is at peace. So that it exists. The structure
The
for that
thing.
to happen
So she
exists.
essentially she left one brother and went to the other
Yes. So
brother.
that's what it looks like,
Got
right?
it.
And then
I
when
love that you people keep calling it north side. Meanwhile, it's Polo.
yeah,
Okay, continue.
no, but yes,
There's a different
Well,
conversation
it's
there,
Paul and
Belema.
Jude,
yeah,
really.
No,
it's,
not
it's
north side is actually Jude,
It's
not
actually
Paul, by the way.
Jude for
North side
most
is
of it.
Jude,
But
not Paul.
anyway, but regardless, there is a proper pipeline to get a Psquare sample currently that everybody's happy that there. And I think we just saw Sarah and him do it. I don't know how he put it off, but obviously there is a pipeline that
Yeah.
exists, right? So
Yeah.
now that we've seen that from Mr. P's account, he's saying, "Oh, she probably made some mistakes or probably had different ideas and went with a different or probably got wrong information. I could give her the benefit of the
Yeah.
doubt that probably collected wrong information from somewhere and then and then she went with that. And obviously Mr. P wasn't feeling that and communicated and said, "Listen,
Fair.
we need to do this
Fair. Fair.
proper
Fair.
way." But she did not respond. She wasn't. She obviously went with the release and then until he put down the threat with the lawyer to say, "Hey, listen, if we're not going to do this properly, I'm going to have to take this down." And then obviously she's responding now, and obviously it feels like she wanted to
This
evade
is
him.
yeah.
She wanted to
Yeah.
evade him clearly, and
Yeah.
the fact that what ticked me off is that she came out, she came to the open, she came to the public when the matter was resolved. Is my big
Yeah.
question mark. It's
Why
my
she
big
came to
question.
the
Why?
public?
Why?
I
Yes,
think I understand
Because
why
they
she
can't do
came to the
anything at that
public
point,
because
and they
okay.
can't
So
spend
here's
it
the
to
Because
say
thing.
it
So
needed
something
the
it
here's the
makes
else.
thing.
more
promotion.
sense.
I mean,
It
it
makes
makes
more
more
The
sense.
sense.
video
It makes
has
more
gone
sense to
down,
go.
right?
It makes
The video was
it
building
was down and
momentum,
then it came back.
and then it
Yeah,
went
it makes
down.
more sense
Yeah,
So
for promotion,
obviously
Man,
No,
it
actually.
has
but
lost
guys, you're
views.
acting as if we're not gonna ask
It
her
has
what
lost views.
happened. A lot of conversations were going
Yeah,
around
people are
saying
gonna
that
Yes, now
ask.
it
she
makes
yes.
more
And
didn't
sense
get.
also,
now
you
to
It
have to
talk
makes
for the
more
understand,
promo, yeah.
sense.
Emmanuel.
It makes more sense to come
Emmanuel,
to
you
the
have to
public.
understand that
No,
like the
When
video
no,
the
no,
goes
video
no.
goes
down.
down, right? It makes
But
more
you
Okay,
just
so the
sense.
video
explained
goes
why. You
down.
just explained why. That if she
You've
spoke
lost
before,
views.
if she does it before, if she does it before the video goes back up, the team are jeopardizing it going back up, right? So
Yeah, the
Yeah,
obviously they're
conversations would
gonna
have been
wait
down
till
already by then.
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
down. So that's it. So they're gonna wait till it's back up, and when it was back up, they're able to
How is
clear
she
the
going to
air.
drive people to go and watch
Wait.
it?
And well,
So
maybe not even just that, just be able to
Nah.
defend themselves. Another thing I want, like, what I actually wanted to add to this, if I can now
Yes.
say my
Yeah.
point,
Sure.
was
Yes,
that
please.
when it comes to, clearance or whatever, I think people think it's like, I was saying the other day, like with the is it a crime snippet? Like people are like, oh, why is it not? Is it if it's
Right.
gonna be cleared or not? I was like, what if Sade's team don't want to clear it because they don't like it? That was a
Right.
joke,
Of
by the
course.
way.
Of
But
course. Of course.
there's
Yeah.
so many reasons why
There's a
stuff don't get
possibility.
cleared.
Yeah.
There's a possibility, and I think that I personally think Dark. We keep saying Darko as if she was her go 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 go. But what if I mean, let's just be real.
Obviously, yeah, and I
Let's
get what
Somebody
you're
on our
saying.
team, some
let's be
random
real. It's
like
a man.
white
Let's be real.
person, it
It's a
might be a
man's
black
world.
person, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real, it's a man's world. Somebody probably knows Jude, talks to Paul or whatever, and says, "Guy, we want to clear this." One of her managers says, "Guy, we want to clear this thing for my artist, for Darko. She's got this coming out. You've heard the snippet. They say it's cold. Oh yeah, just let's go this way." So she goes that way. The north side way or whatever. Then she reaches out to the other side because obviously, you have to reach out to all the parties,
Mm-hmm.
and then they tell you, no, don't go that way, but you're already 70-80% that way. Like, we're making this thing seem so much more malicious than
Yeah.
it is. So
Oh,
she's gone
L.
that way, and then someone is telling her, oh no, no, he's gonna come across, I'm sorry, to me, especially for a young babe, she's a Gen Z, 22, 23. He's gonna come, Peter's gonna come across to her like he's making it long for her. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
If she's
but
already almost at getting
But this is an experienced
wait,
sampler.
wait,
You have to.
this is an
wait,
experience sampler.
wait. Sorry,
Oh, wow.
sorry, L. So, because I'm trying to understand what you're saying, because it doesn't seem like Mr. P had an issue with giving away the sample,
No, he didn't, but he had an issue with the route she was going through, right? We're all
but
agreed on that, right?
he had
Yeah,
an issue
because
with
it's not
that.
a
But
proper channel, I guess.
exactly, it's not the
He
proper
said
channel.
no.
There's
By his decision that
No,
it's not the
no, I don't believe that,
no, no,
because
no,
there
no,
no,
is
no.
a
no, no,
proper
No,
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 channel
no.
that
let
Wait,
me
everybody is happy. L,
Can I
no, no,
let
just
me
no.
finish.
Wait,
the
no,
one
wait,
thing?
Emmanuel.
Okay.
Everyone, no. Just because the
Both of you are
channel.
saying the same thing. What are you arguing
You're not
Wait,
about?
getting me
sorry.
exactly.
Yeah.
Chibi's the only one that seems to be getting me. I'm trying to say she went through a channel, like it's like me calling you up and saying, "Oh, I need something for ATTW." And you're like, "No, go through the ATTW handle." I'm like, "But I'm talking to you. We're all good." And you're like, "Okay, cool." And then Belema says, "Why didn't you go through the A?" So I was like, "Because I spoke to Emmanuel." Like, do you get it? There's many ways to skin a cat or whatever they like to
Thankfully,
do
me and
it.
Belema don't like Paul and
El,
Peter.
can I
The
can I
point
say
I'm
some
trying to
can I
make
can I
is
say
the
something
point I'm
real
trying to
quick? Can
make
I just say
is
No,
something
wait,
real
sir.
quick?
Let Elle finish with the point.
Can I please just finish? Thank you.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is when it comes to sampling, yes, you might say there's a proper channel, but a proper channel could literally just be emailing putting all three of them in copy,
In one
and
email.
one of them might say, "Don't copy me with this stupid bastards or these idiots." Send it to the other because they're fight. Because the truth is they're fighting. So can I be honest with you? It's a lot. It sounds like a lot of sensitivity where they're
Yeah, and
really
a lot of respectability
ability
politics.
I don't
politics.
agree. I don't
I do.
agree.
I'm telling you now because the way she tweeted out, you can tell she felt as though, even though he's come out saying, actually, this is not what it was,
Okay.
my darling daughter.
Okay.
He's
Also,
And
telling
Iman,
you,
Okay.
the
That's his
but
fact
he,
twin, by the
that
way. That's the point I'm making. That's
sorry,
his
Do you
twin.
know?
But
Do you
sorry,
know who
like,
the
talk.
real
you can
culprit
tell,
is in this situation for me?
is
North side.
not side,
It's
not
not
side.
side, it's
It's
Jude.
no,
North
but it's
side.
the
Do
point I'm
you
trying to
know
No.
make.
why? In this situation,
How?
okay, let me explain the situation why it is. Because there already is an agreed protocol
Method
with
to follow.
everybody, right? With
Mm-hmm.
Paulo, with Judo, with Peter. There's already
Square
an
records. Square
agreed.
records, yeah.
There's already an agreed
Iman pulled
like,
out the Niger accent.
bro.
Fucking
No,
hell.
wait. Hello, I
He
beg.
said
No,
everybody
but
have their way.
everybody has. There's a proper way to do it that everybody is aware of, including Mr. P and
So
everybody,
Mr.
right?
P tells you to
So
go the right
the
way.
fact that she was about to put out the song in what feels like something that is not the proper way that everybody has been agreed on, it felt like a situation where Mr. P was getting blindsided. That's what it
But
reads.
if he was
And let's
blindsided,
not forget that
if
Jude
he
and
was
Paul are cool.
blindsided, he wouldn't
Let's not
even
forget
know in
that
the
Jude
first
and Paul
place.
are
And that's
cool.
why I'm saying it's a lot of respectability and a
I
lot
don't
of
see the
she's young.
respectability there when
No, honestly,
it's
Emmanuel, you need to understand something. If somebody is telling you go this way, but you're already 70-80% through the door another way,
but
you
what
have
if
to
But
that's
L
the
understand.
doesn't make
actual
it
way to
right
do
But
though.
the
it?
way
Wait,
it's
Doesn't
wrong,
make
nobody
it
said
right
it.
No,
though.
but
It's
Nobody said
wrong.
it's wrong or right.
no
Nobody said it's wrong
respectability
or
to do it
right.
properly.
Nobody said it's wrong or
Okay,
right.
can
You're
I?
thinking of think of time constraints. Think of. I'm just trying to explain to you, like the artist's mindset or the team's mindset is not. Oh my god, it's gonna cause a big problem. They're just thinking, oh, we already have this one thing. We'll just wait for this one's
Bruh.
approval, and then And they're
I
already
have
That
I
talking.
person's
have
on my
Wait,
team.
experience.
How
wait,
am I
wait,
against
and they're
you?
already talking
L,
about, and
if
they're already talking about. Hold on,
okay,
guys. When I'm done, I will
right,
mute.
right.
They and they're already talking about the idea of him being on a remix, showing up. Even though all of
Yeah,
those ones I
that
thought were just.
that part is
So
different.
so so
Yeah,
she's probably
I'm
thinking
not
she's
sure
got
about
him in the bag anyway. It's not that going to be a big deal. I don't think that her team
that.
understood like just how delicate this
the
situation
fight
Yeah,
is.
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, and that is it. Like,
And
I
that
don't think there
really
was
is what
malice
is
or
right,
intent on
right,
anyone's
right.
end. And
yeah.
you're right. That is why they should have gone through, the proper channels. Like, it is that serious.
Okay,
Yeah.
But
What
question,
whatever
I
it
was
is,
gonna say,
question. Sorry for L. Just so we can get a conversation. Just
yeah.
to come back to the public outcry, right? When the matter was in fact resolved properly, as opposed to her. One, I think it speaks volumes that she was ignoring them. I think it speaks volumes. The fact that they were getting ignored until they actually gave a takedown threat, that says a lot in this
Not
situation.
a threat. They took it down. They
Okay,
didn't put a
Right.
can
threat.
I
They took it
well,
can
we
I
down.
don't
say
know.
can I?
It
We don't
says
know
I'm
who
so
ignored.
sorry.
We don't know who ignored who. As in, when they say Darko ignored, is it Darko
in
directly?
Teams,
Is it
yes,
people,
Darko's
is it the
people,
team.
teams.
team?
Yeah,
Is
but
it
you
the
know what I
team?
mean when
So
I'm saying Darko. You
Mm.
know what
So
I
yeah, no,
mean.
that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, now that's on the team.
Right.
Dirty December.
Of
Also,
course.
let's
She's still the
again, like
face.
I said, Belema was just mentioning the whole idea of respectability and the politics of it all. Let's be honest. Let's not act like we've not been doing Dirty December. Let's not act like the video wasn't shot during the Christmas period and didn't come out. I'm not saying that that's an excuse to ignore messages, but let's
Yeah.
be
Oh
honest.
I
yeah,
don't
hundred
think
Can
percent.
that's
I?
an
Anyhow,
Okay,
fair
I
enough.
excuse.
wanna
Nah.
I
hold
don't
on,
think that's
hold
an
on.
excuse.
I wanna say something real
Can
quick.
you do
So
London
I'm
Alliance? Fair
just
enough.
I'm just kind of I've been listening for a bit. I'm just curious.
To be shut up.
So my simple submission, and I promise you, I'm not saying this in any shade.
Mm,
Um,
I'm
what
hearing
has
shade.
what has he
Incoming.
what has Mr. Peter done in the last, let's just say, 5 years
Ah,
that make us believe his side of the story
Adewus.
first?
Adewus. Okay,
No,
stop.
wait now.
Wait, wait,
Stop,
wait, wait,
stop,
Wait,
stop.
wait.
That's
wait,
heavy
Go
shade.
ahead.
How can you say
wait,
there's no
because
shade and then you throw
all
the
the stuff
truth?
that they have been doing, the back and forth between the two, the three, or the four, all the border, what makes us outright take his side as like he must have been the one saying the truth and
Okay,
Please
she's the
so
ask
one who's lying?
Emmanuel.
Okay,
Emmanuel,
okay,
answer
okay,
that
taking
okay,
his
Wait,
okay.
but
question.
side.
hold
We're
on,
not
hold on, hold
necessarily
on, hold on. And
taking
let me tell
sides.
you why.
Okay.
Let me tell you why.
Right,
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I have this opinion. Her biggest song so far has a huge sample on it, right?
right.
mm,
And I don't understand. Does she have a bigger song that I don't know about? 'Cause
Yeah, no,
all
no.
of you are way favorite. All of you are.
It is a bigger song. Let's move
Tell
on.
we
me, you
said
not see.
we
Tell me,
said
you not see
we.
everybody wear favorite girl
Yeah,
last
go,
year.
go, go ahead with the
You know,
Go
clip.
ahead.
Go
not
Let's
ahead
We
with the
move
clip.
on.
agree.
Let
We
the
agree
clip.
Yeah, go
with you.
ahead.
We
Go
agree
ahead.
with
anyways,
you. We agree with
you
you.
you she's delivered this right, and she
Mm,
sampled quite a few times, and we've
mm.
never had any issues,
Exactly.
right?
Oh,
The one time you go
Wait.
and enter one of the brother that does not, I don't know what is doing them. All of a sudden, there's respectability and dependability, productive. Please,
Do you
Okay,
know what I
okay,
found
honestly,
guys,
very
guys, guys,
wait,
fascinating?
guys.
wait, hold on, no, no,
Yeah,
let me finish this point real quick. I truly believe
yeah.
we've seen this happen many many times, and like especially
Hmm.
with like Nigerian artists, you agree to something, and then maybe there's a piece of it that just doesn't like align with you, doesn't sit well, or maybe he actually didn't was the one who did not fully clear with the rest of his team, and then they had issues, and people put their foot down, and as soon as you get lawyer and you start doing notes up and writing things online, everybody's like, oh, we must believe that this is the person that did it. I honestly believe you can't go through that much work to get everything sort of aligned and then not have your eyes, dotted and your T's crossed. I think there was a initial agreement that this was going to happen, and something must have changed. Whether it was, oh, I was going to shoot the remix, a video for the remix, but I'm actually going to shoot it for the original, and now there's an issue. Whatever the case might be, I don't see it. If there was an actual agreement, there's royalties involved. There's a split going on between him and their team, or the three of them and the team. I don't see why this becomes this much of an issue. And here's the other thing: you're the younger artist that's still making a name for yourself. You like this is obviously the song you want to kick off the year with.
Mm-hmm.
Hardly ever are you going to come out and say all of this if the problem wasn't on the other side and you were trying
Mm.
to get in front of it early. Because what you would have done is just it, and then in some podcasts in London in August, they say, what happened to that song? Why did you shoot a video? Then you not tell everybody what happened. For her to come out this guns blazing early on when the video was reinstated was more like these people have a problem. Now, here's my last thing I'll say on this issue. Of all the back and forth that the two of them and the three brothers have been having for the last week, why sample another song? Leave them alone. Those people are not okay. The whole family is not well. Stay away from
Nah,
Okay,
way
them.
too much
but
drama.
can I make
How
a
did
comment
disagree.
to
songwriting
that?
do it?
Can I
How did
make it?
I think
songwriting
Can I
people
do
have
make
it?
been
it? Can
clearing
I make
stuff,
a
man. I
quick
think it's just
comment
on
to
Darko
that?
on
Can
that
I make
one.
a quick comment to that? It was real fast. Several things. First of all, don't sample another person. These people are very willing to let their songs be sampled because even though they will say he wasn't throwing shade, he was very much throwing shade. And when you say what has
I'm
Mr.
always
P,
trying to say,
yeah, when you say what has Mr. P done, here's my thing. These people need those songs to go further and further so they can make some kind of money.
Yeah,
I thought it was very
it's for their
interesting
benefit.
that in I thought it was very interesting that in the release they said that it was not Side Entertainment that asked for 50%. And I think that's very interesting because what I'm hearing here is that not Side asked for 50% and Mr. P will get his own personal 50% or whatever or 25 on 50 however they want to describe this sha, you will do 25 plus 25, he will sha get his own portion if he did the remix because the remix wasn't offered to his brother, the remix was offered to
Thank you,
him.
Please,
my sister. You're
dilemma.
getting to the
Please,
point.
so
let's get
And
off.
you're
so
asking why
Let's
she's
get off this,
she's
please.
so
not gonna
so
reply
so
No,
you.
you actually
You're
think
asking why she's
they
ghosting you.
offered
How
him a
can you just
remix?
put the
You
brother
guys
and not the
genuinely
come on?
believe
so
Darko offered
there are
Mr.
different
P a
parts to all of
remix?
this,
You
right?
guys are
And I think
gullible,
that's
man.
I
Fuck
think
shit.
that's my issue with it is that like there's a lot of like holes in the conversation.
Yeah,
You
they
guys should
have.
let
So
us speak after Belema. I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he's going to
yeah.
say
There's
share
a
some
lot of
sentiments and
holes in
share.
the conversation, and so to what Adeus is saying is like, yeah, maybe Dako has cleared 1,000,001 songs several times. Maybe she's hip to the culture, but maybe she has never had to clear songs with people that are fighting each other.
right. Okay,
So
okay.
this is a new experience for her too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there are different
Emmanuel,
parts.
can you
I
see
don't
why
think
she
any
wouldn't
of them
reply
are
though?
wrong.
Like, why she wouldn't reply? Like, why should she reply back and say, yeah, you can be on the remix, but your brother, like, what's she gonna say to the other side? Like, come
Wait.
on.
Okay, so the remix throws a wrench into the entire like thing, and it actually
Please,
confuses
it's
me.
just
To be
Lamba. Can
honest,
we just stop
but
addressing
There's a
it?
reason the whole
Oh, but that
conversation about
remix
the
na
remix
lamba
came up.
now.
Like we
Normal
all
stuff.
know why that conversation about like that song doesn't fucking need the remix and definitely not
it does
Mr.
not.
P. Come
It
on,
does
man.
not. It
That
does
remix
not.
na
What?
It
lamba now.
does
She just
not.
Like
lamba the
Also,
guy.
you know why
It
it's
does
The
funny?
not.
remix is
on
the
the
wine now. It's
remix.
Also,
Lamba.
it's
See,
funny
number
because one of
one,
the first
Um,
retweets she retweeted was somebody responded to her thread, quoted her thread, and said, "Forget that man, feature Rude Boy instead." And that was one of
ouch.
the first things she retweeted after her thread, and that
Okay.
is why I know this is just
Okay.
pettiness.
so,
Yeah.
me, what I
Okay.
believe will happen, right?
Okay. Yeah.
It's just really
Finish.
great. It's a so quick one, yeah. First of all, like if you read piece, there's one management, their press release. I think Darko initially reached out to them first, so it's
Right.
crazy how you guys were the first people she reached out to, and for some reason she caught a deal that didn't eventually include you guys. Like, how did that eventually happen? Like, it doesn't add up. Like, how did you reach out to you first, then clear the song, and your interest wasn't covered? Like, then who now took over the conversation, and like so you're trying to accuse her that she went behind your back and you cleared it again. So I like I don't want to be the guy that starts saying, oh, this person is that, and like, see, I'm going to say it as it is because I owed public a kind of like a duty. Mr. P is difficult. Like, take it to the bank.
Right.
Mr. P is a
thank
very
you.
difficult
Right.
guy. See, let's not miss word.
Right.
I know people that have tried to work with him. I
Okay.
know people that have tried to do things with him recently, and I know someone that was trying to do something. I wanted to interview two brothers, both of them separately, and they first of all reached out to Mr. P and his manager MM, and they said, we want to do this stuff. And she said, are you interviewing Paul? We don't want to do what Paul is doing, this and that. Like, it's your legacy. It's just come do stuff. Mr. P is fucking difficult. Like, so it's
That
not.
vindication
I
first.
don't think. I
Okay.
genuinely don't think Darko will walk in and say, "Yeah, I would like to get you on the remix." If a conversation about him didn't, not being on the song didn't come up, and I'm 100% certain he initiated that conversation that he wants to be on the song. And come on, man, that's a wonderful
There you
track. Why the
go.
fuck would
And
you
then
want to
she
put him
said,
on it?
"No, you'll be
No,
on
she
the
used the
remix."
remix to whine him
To
And then
behind
they're
and
wine.
say,
wondering
Right.
why she didn't
"Actually,
get back to
No,
you'll
them.
be on the remix."
that's very. That's why I'm saying the remix is a different conversation on its own.
Do
It's
you
a
know
different
why I know one
conversation.
management is wrong?
But I think they obviously what's been established is that they do have a way that they can do this amicably. That's what's confusing me.
No,
Like, there's a
no,
way to
not
do it
when one
amicably.
person is trying to fuck it all up.
But how
It's like
come how come
I
it's
don't
been
think
resolved now without any remix talks?
it's I feel
Money
see
was
I
spent,
feel like
bro.
maybe
Songs had to go up.
Money
see
had
Fair
to go
enough.
out, but
Probably money. She's got
Yeah.
access to money, to
Emmanuel, when you
funding.
think about it, the answer is right in front of you. The first of all, let's start with the lawyer or whoever wrote this their disclaimer from One Management. How can the
You say
title for
disclaimer.
your thing be an open letter to set records straight? Why Darkoo should
I
come out
know
straight? You people are
it
mad,
was a very mad
and you know
title.
exactly what you are
It was a
doing.
very mad
Actually
title.
didn't
I
clock
swear.
that. That's actually
that was
ridiculous.
ChatGPT.
So
That was
I actually
ChatGPT. That
clocked
was
that, and I tell
ChatGPT.
it was not
Yeah.
ChatGPT nonsense. They were being mean, and I know
No.
that's what they were doing. Only
Nah,
one way.
it
They know
was
what they
I,
were
I,
doing.
I,
it was
to be
From the
honest,
moment I
okay.
I
read
No,
think
that,
you
that
guys are
was
giving
how I
them
was
too
See,
just
much
Adele,
credit. I
Adele,
think you're giving them
see.
too much credit. I
Let
don't
me say
think
something real
the
quick here.
I don't feel like the come out straight
Let
line
me say
was
something real quick.
deliberate. Like
You
I don't
don't
know,
think
like
Ade, Ayo
it's
I know
really?
there were three
Okay.
talks before the wife.
Come
please.
on,
I think there were
you
three
It's
have
talks
to
I
before the
feel
appreciate
wife.
like
that
It
I
copy.
feel
seems
You
like
have to
very,
appreciate
very,
that
I
very.
feel
copy.
The
like there's
person
something
Choma
no,
with
would have
no.
wrote it for
It's
sure.
yeah. I don't know. It's just like it's not a line that would like it gets you guys talking because you guys are like upper middle class,
Please, I
educated.
beg,
Like
his
the
lawyer came
people who
with
care about this
the
stuff, like I don't think they would even capture like see between that line that come out
No,
straight.
but
It
we
don't,
agree
To
that
be
the
honest,
mass
they
popular
Nigerians
think
don't
stuff,
even
you
that
pay
can't
that
tell
that.
the
was the
difference.
smartest line they came up with in
Nigerians don't
the
even
whole
pay
thing.
attention to the
Right.
fact that Darko is washes our sexuality. Like it starts and ends in
Yeah, no one
Murtala
cares.
Mohammed
Yeah.
Airport. Like nobody cares. Like once she lands in Nigeria, whatever she's doing is her fucking business. Like we have our morality. Like Nigeria's very moral, but like when it comes to our like our first interaction with Nigeria
on
side,
the
there's a music.
surface
But anyway,
level.
that aside, like it's I feel like maybe the reason this song went up is that yeah, of course, maybe like people there's a bit of like the push people push you move to this side, I move to this side, and they kind of like reach a middle ground, and possibly I don't think maybe money, maybe because it's a point where it's just like a bad look for him if he doesn't let the song go up. I mean, it's not. That's why I would not blame Danko for this stuff. This is someone who they put up songs together. You release song like I think the song is ours anyway. God forgive me. The you're winning, I'm winning. Like so 2004. Like and your own twin brother. Your own twin brother like try to get it down. Like it's you guys like it's that bad. Like you're dropping song and you're telling me I wrote it. I had the producer. We wrote it together. So it's like I don't think like yeah definitely if you walk into that kind of situation there's going to be some sort of drama. I don't know
No,
if
no.
The
Sarah
Madi, the
implemented that.
Madi drama's not helping either. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't know if
everybody
maybe
has to do
I think
drama.
yeah, even and I'm sad that I have to bring it up again. The Okoya situation, when we heard the sample going up on TikTok, the big question mark to me was how is this going to pass through the what looks like a freaking chaotic situation with the Psquare brothers. How is anyone going to get a sample to come out of this? And miraculously, like I'm still shocked to this day that song is just alive and thriving on
He's a billionaire. Why are
on
you
DSP.
surprised?
Sarah,
I'm
But
sorry.
him.
obviously that speaks to say that there is a way to get everybody happy, right? That's what it is. And I'm still going to lean on. I
Daku
still
does not have Okoya
Ma,
money now. Daku does
let
not
me
have
I,
just
Okoya
quickly
money.
say
I
so
think
quick here. Let me
I think they
just
so
ignored that
apart from the
song.
money, she has the experience with
I'll ask for
sampling now. She
sure.
yeah,
has the
I'm going to
experience with
actually
sampling.
ask.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, I
I'm
was
Please,
going
about
to
to say
please,
that
ask the plug.
please ask,
I
please
think they
ask,
don't, I don't feel like
I
they
I'm
think
going
they
ignored
to
that
probably
actually
song.
ask
ignored it
Kizu.
please
Why
ask
genuinely
because
they
And with
ignored
all
that
the
song?
buzz,
But
there's
I'm
no
going
way
to
their
ask Kizu.
management would have caught on. Even if not them, their management have said it's an
Yeah,
opportunity to
I'm
make money
saying like
from.
I
it's
don't
not like they
think
didn't
it's not
notice.
that
I
they
don't
didn't
think they
catch on.
cared that
It's
much.
that they
Like
freed it.
I just felt like they just ignored like yeah, go do whatever
but
the fuck you want to do. But I'm going to actually ask like I'm going
yeah,
to ask them like did you guys actually clear this song? Because
right.
like they don't have like songwriting credit or whatever. But anyways,
It's
yeah, I don't
it's
know.
it's 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 weird. There's a lot of holes, like we said, of course, because she's saying an account of he basically wanted to have a feature that he already has a verse apparently.
I think that's the
He
issue. I
already
think
has a
that was
verse.
where the bottom line was.
So
Like
right,
I feel
he
like
wanted
we're
to be on the
ignoring the
song
part where there are
and
like
yeah.
three
it's just good
entities
that
in like P
they
Square
just
right
moved
now.
past it. But at the end of
What
the
if she
day,
doesn't
it's a
even like
legacy that
birth? You
suffers.
know,
Of course, and I get that. I get that. Okay, one, she
Okay.
shouldn't be having Mr. P on the song. She doesn't need Mr. P on the song.
I
That's
have
clear, right? But the thing is that it feels there is a way to do it that makes everybody happy, and I'm still going to lean on that. Like if you are going away or what we're making one party feel as if they're not involved, or you're going contrary to how the protocol should be, I think Mr. P's quote unquote statement it tracks because they did in fact take the song down and then eventually resolved the issue. So now that we've resolved the issue, coming out is still the big question mark for me,
Wait,
and I still don't see
wait.
that.
Are we sure? Are we sure? Are we sure it's resolved? Or
she first of
No,
all
they
gave him
said they
50%.
both
She
Darko
gave Rude
and
Boy and
Mr.
Jude
P said it's
50%, and now
resolved.
he's taking his own cut. This
Right.
story, they
Apparently,
always
wait,
Do you know
apparently
what?
it's
or
Do
he
you know
resolved
didn't,
what?
or
Do
now.
you
he
know
didn't
what
have a
makes
cut.
sense? I think that what I actually think is that Northside has their own agreement where P Square probably gets a percentage and then Jude gets his percentage there. And Paul is probably saying, or Peter is probably saying that like, guy, we have
It still
a
tracks
square
to the
thing
same
where,
problem
yeah.
of a P
So
Square thing since day one. Like where
yeah, so
Northside
yes,
is
we've seen like
involving
we've
itself
seen the
in Square
controversies and all of
Records
that, yeah.
business.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
feel like that's the major disconnect where Northside is involving itself too much in Square Records business, getting a different cut from Square Records when Northside is basically Jude himself. So I think that's where the disconnect is, and that's if you've been
Hmm.
following like this issue from the start. I think Northside is one of Mr. P's biggest problem in P Square's situation.
Yes.
Yeah, he's always
He
His
has
said
made
brother
it
no
clear.
go
that
be his
Northside is his
problem.
big. He has made it clear
He has made it
that
clear now.
Northside gets involved in the business side, and Northside is basically Jude, and Jude is a part of Square Record, so it feels like he's been like left out. So in this situation, I feel like from the statement and everything we've seen so far, if it seems like Darko reached out to Mr. P first,
Right.
and
Mm.
when she eventually got to reach out to like maybe Jude or something, they probably cleared the record with Northside, in which Mr. P was trying to like let Darko know that he doesn't want Northside to clear the record. He wants it to be clear with Square Records, which basically represent the interest
Of
of all
everybody.
of P Square.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's exactly the disconnect. If you see,
And it makes sense.
like Mr. P referenced Northside in his statements
Yeah.
quite a lot.
Yeah.
So he felt
So,
he
so who
probably felt
offered
left
Rude?
out.
My like one thing I'd like to clarify, like I want them to clarify, who offered Rude the chance to be on the
I
song?
think the feature
Was it
is what's
Mr.
shaky. Yeah.
No, I think that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's
and
Can
that's
I
that's
Me,
where
I
the
completely
believe
whole
it's the
issue
different.
is.
artist that
Like
It's a
would
if
say
you
different
it,
can
right?
issue
I
figure
think the
out
entirely.
artist will.
where that stuff,
Yeah.
that's
Here's
what the
my
issue
thing.
is because it's
Adele,
definitely yeah.
I hate giving Nigerians credit because sometimes Nigerians don't
Belema, the
be
way you speak
they
about.
do. I'm a Nigerian
Yeah,
too,
I know,
A
so
but
strong.
everybody will be fine. I hate giving Nigerians too much credit, but what happens if the remix comes out and it's featuring P Square
P Square as in
I,
P Square
as
D2,
Peter?
not Mr.
That'd
P.
be fire to see, Sham.
It will
no,
not
Peter and Paul
be.
are not going to be on the
They're not
song
going to be
together
a
now.
song together. They can never
It
They are
be.
can't
definitely not
happen.
going to be on the
That's
song.
It's,
What
it's
impossible.
not going
what
to
what
happen.
Why
guys?
can't it
What if
happen now?
what if
Because
though?
Did they go on
they
tour
hate
last
each
year together
other.
or
They
something?
hate each other,
But
Belema.
wait,
Can,
Iman,
Okay,
did they go
but
on tour last year together?
they don't have to be in the
Belema,
same
they
place
clearly
when they
hate each
record.
other. They're
Okay,
not good
but
together.
Belema,
Emmanuel,
They
think
can't.
about
I
I
it.
have
don't
a
think they
question
hate
right
each
now.
other. Oh,
This
that's a
is why I
strong
said I don't
statement,
like
they
man.
giving
hate each other.
Nigerians
What do you
credit.
mean? Who is
Yeah,
saying they don't hate each other?
stop when you
Where
reported
have you
If
his
he
been?
said he's too
reality
strong.
and tried to get him locked up. What is that not?
This
What?
is no. If you're trying to get your brother locked up, you hate the person.
What?
But like, here's my
Can I
thing.
ask you? I want to ask you. Oh, sorry. I want to ask you a very serious question. Very
Mm-hmm.
serious, and I'm not. Oh God, I have to. I hate to have you do disclaimer now, but I'm not
Because I
typecast
don't
here. I
trust
beg.
you. I don't trust
But
you.
here's the consideration. What if she actually heard the verse and she realized it was so
That's
ass?
what I literally just said. What if she didn't like it?
Of course.
No, that's a
I
possibility.
think that's the
That's
question mark
definitely a
about
possibility.
this is that I who offered who the remix because Mr. P's statement feels as
Okay,
if
she
it feels as
offered
if she
it.
offered it out of nowhere. And
No,
I
no, no.
No,
No.
no,
What if
no,
he
no.
brought the verse? She didn't like it. That's why she ghosted. And now they're mad.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
so
you're being generous.
Well, that says nothing about the
Hold
whole
on,
North Side involvement, L.
according to Darko's
statement,
account,
yeah,
she's saying that
Mr. P.
Mr. P asked to be on the song, and she told him no, the remix. According to Mr. P's statement, Darko offered him
Yeah, out of
the
nowhere.
remix. So
And why the
clearly,
fuck would Dapo do
on both
that?
of
And
their
why would
Why
Daku
ends,
would
do that?
Dapo?
Daku is
Yeah,
not.
on
Why
both
would
of
Dapo
their
do
ends.
that?
yeah.
Hold on. On both of their ends, Darko offered the remix.
And
But
you guys believe that?
Darko is saying that she offered the remix because he wanted to be on the original. And Mr. P is not acknowledging that he asked to be on the original.
I think we need to be honest about how this thing played out. This is how
Yeah,
it
we
played
know how
out.
this thing
She
No,
played out. Not
said,
this one
she
now.
said,
We don't
she
know.
said,
wait.
she said, I want to do this song, right? And he was like, oh yeah, amazing. You know what? I can even enter
I can
studio
even
right
enter
now.
the song.
Yeah,
And
He's
come
like,
then
on,
that
let's
is
let's
her.
do
She
it
didn't give
she
him
was
so
together.
that
like,
she
What's
can
wrong?
lava the
Emo,
She
guy.
was like, hold on,
please don't, please, no, 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 no.
hold on.
My Shema.
She said, no,
No,
no, no, no, no, no,
She used the
no.
remix to just stall him for a
I
bit,
yo for
so that
sure.
he
She used
can
it
get the fuck off
to.
her back.
She used him to
So
OG him. You
they
know
both
that
admit
OG.
She
that
could
they
have been
did
real,
it for
Sha. She could
She
have
real.
been
used
real
it to
about
But,
her
fuck
but,
him.
situations.
but there's nothing about being real
That
in this
that
business, my friend.
There's not
Just
gonna. There
get
was
your
not going
shit
to be
and
a remix.
disappear.
Like, come on, man.
That's what probably happened. She got her shit and disappeared. So only thing about she was busy that December bullshit. She saw his message and she aired that shit.
she,
Cause
Be a
she knew what the
difference.
de-
fuck
Like
she
he might
was
have been
doing.
definitely
insisting.
she definitely edited, but
Like
as well she also went to Northside apparently.
Yeah, because
she's
they're probably the easier
malicious.
ones to deal with. There's probably
She
structure there.
said, I've gone to both parties. I've gotten signature from both parties. I can move forward. That's what she said in her head. But she
But
didn't know that the signature from both parties don't mean anything if
anyway,
it's not in the way they want
now
it.
that the matter is resolved, I guess we will see if we have a
Now
remix in
that the
our
matter
hand
is
or
resolved
not.
over the weekend,
Yeah,
now
there
that
has
the
been
This
some
matter
one,
is
right?
bangers.
Before
resolved,
reaching a
I
hold on,
never
hold on,
saw.
hold on,
resolution,
hold on.
Funny
Now
There
enough, I
that
has
the
saw
been
somebody
matter
before
else
is
reaching a
sample P
resolved
Square
over
resolution,
the
today.
when I come,
weekend.
please.
Hello.
I
It
saw
is
somebody else
over.
sample P Square today, please. Who
So
was the person?
sorry. There are
Bro,
three people that need to speak on this matter.
Taj, run it please. I beg. Tell
No, before Taj, actually, okay, Taj will make it
No, I'm
four.
saying,
But
I'm saying you should run the P Square sample to see how the process goes.
No,
ah,
but
So
I'm
we
saying
come
that
back.
somebody else posted today a snippet with
Sampling
a
P
P Square
Square is a
sample.
choice, though. Like right now, it's a
Somebody
choice.
posted a P
Facts.
Square
What does
sample
that
That is
today.
mean?
crazy, man.
What does that
is this sampling P square is a
It's
choice?
not
Okay,
afforded,
Very
hold on,
conscious
guys.
decision.
real fast. As we are talking about this, there are
Yeah.
three people that need to speak: Pepe, Big Bang, and Kelu. But before the three of them go, I just wanted to say, can we add the actual song into our conversation moving forward? Because I finally listened to the song from top to bottom this weekend, and all I could remember,
Real.
I said focus on me. The
the
Darko
Darko song,
record,
yeah,
yeah.
mean?
yeah,
Song,
the
yeah.
song, yeah. So I listened to it from top to bottom this weekend, and then something that somebody said, I don't see. This is why I really don't like to give Nigerians credits, but Taj said that that song that she did with Black Sheriff, that it was just. It was one of those things where the snippet sounded beautiful, more beautiful than the song itself. And
That's the story of that.
I think that's the issue with Darko song, because let's actually address the song in question that she
Okay,
Like,
no,
and
just I like how
that
we
was
are
part
avoiding it
of.
tactfully. I didn't say anything
no,
about
me,
the
I want to
song
I
address
itself.
it.
was
Obviously, one
gonna
is juicier
say.
than the other now.
I
Come on.
I like the song.
No, I was not going to
I
let
like
you.
the
That was part
song,
of the
but
things I came up to come and say along with my
again,
submission. All
Hello.
I
yeah,
remember
again,
is all these sexy girls in the club. That's
uh,
literally the only part of the song.
And it's so
Okay.
good.
Well,
It's a
I
great
heard
part of the
the
song. It's
full song
amazing.
and I
Those
was
fill
just
up
shaking
parts of
my
the
head.
club and
and
move
I
on.
think
Yeah,
that's
it's
what it
cool.
is that Darko makes beautiful hooks. But past that, some things get lost in translation.
But
And
even
so maybe when Adewu says why is happening P Square, maybe he's right. And maybe when Taj says
No, don't
Darko
say
might be mid,
P
maybe
Square.
he's
You
right.
P
I
I
Square.
don't
think
want
I
to
think her
agree with
pocket is
them. I
nice
don't
though.
like
She
I
has
giving
she
there's
has
another
pocket
thing
is
I
Okay,
think
nice
that
though.
could
Belema.
Wait,
Keep
there's a
on
lot
come
going on,
you.
man. Yo.
No, it's not a bad thing to sample P Square now, guys. Not too much.
Can you imagine going through this much
No,
stress
it's
for
going.
such a
It's the
mid,
Bruh.
stress. It's the
such a
stress
mid
now.
song?
It is very
Like
stressful, but let's be honest. Like
Oh, guys, she's
sampling P
clearly
Square is still taking
that
sampling
song
P
is
Square
so
is still a
mid.
cheat code, man. I still think. I'm so
Daku
sorry.
clearly has made it clear that she's focusing on the bodies with miniskirts moving
Yeah.
forward. Like
and that is why the song
that's where
speaks to
she's
me.
going for. that's
And
who
that is why I
that's who
love
she's
the song
targeting
so much.
clearly.
Platform shoe. Don't forget the platform shoe.
The
That part
platform
is
should
very
have to
important.
enter. Also, do you know
I,
what I love? Do you know what I love so much about that music video? When I tell you people, peak music video, whoever wrote the treatment for that video, 10, in fact, 100 over 10. Because why did they dress Darko like Jamaica? Why? Like, that was on the treatment, but 100 over 10.
Because
Because
that's the
what?
vibe.
Shout
That's
Because
the
what?
vibe.
shout out to Lady Donny
I
for
said,
anyway, let me not make it messy.
cheers. Cheers.
No, but the entire situation is very interesting to me. I can't lie. I'm like, Mr. P said this, Dako said that. I
Yeah.
said, who one can't believe like this? Collectively, I still stand on
I
what I
just
said from
thought
the
I just
beginning
thought it
of the
was
year.
interesting. Dako just offered you remix out of nowhere, and Dako said she offered you remix because he wanted to be on Reach Now. Somebody's lying.
That thing, the thing is basically
I
you
don't
see
think
your you
anybody
see
is
your
lying. I think
parents
both of
going
those things
outside.
I think both
You
of
see your
those things
parents.
are true.
At the very
Actually,
least, Mr. P is omitting the fact that he approached for a
that
reason.
he asked for the
Yeah, he's
original and
omitting
then
that
Yeah,
he
he
was
part.
asked for the
probably
And if he
like,
original.
insisted, that's
Sorry,
actually
you
fucking
said you
weird.
see your parents going outside
Why are
what?
we are confusing this thing too much? You see your parents leaving the house as a child. You want to follow them. They say go and wear your shoe. Before you go and wear your shoe and come back,
left
they
the
are
They've
gone.
house.
already gone.
That's what
They've
happened
already
in this
gone.
I
scenario.
agree.
I actually have a
Yeah,
very
that's what
serious I
happened.
have a very serious question I want to ask. Um Darko's run now, last 3 or 4 songs have
Yep.
been either samples or like had features, like heavily featured people.
Mm-hmm.
Does it get to a point in an artist's sort of journey that
Hmm.
you have to like stand alone and like identify who you are without, because the first
Yeah.
thing I heard when I heard in fact, when I heard the snippet I was just like another sample, like I was just like, can we get like you telling me who you are or whatever the case may be, and I get that it's for the ladies and whatever,
Can
but
I
like maybe it's just me.
can I
I
answer
just
your
want to pose
question
it,
real
but like
fast?
I feel like it's a crutch.
I have
And
I
I
have
want
an
to
answer
see a
for your
break from it.
question.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a crutch for her anyway.
It is a crutch, but I have an answer for Adeba's question. Real fast. Go and listen to Gangster and go and listen to Cinderella.
No, no, no,
Uh,
no, 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 no. Again, I did not say that. I just said I remember I specifically
because I
used
think
the
those are the
English word.
songs that answers
The
what you are looking for.
no, 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 but like I think initially she had like there was some standout songs by herself, right? But then like
Hmm.
I feel like lately it's
I
giving
think
very much.
no,
I'm
it's
not like
Guys, we didn't
once
complain
she
when
tapped
Bernard
into her
did his run of
Afrobeats.
samples
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
guys.
When she
It's
tapped
I
into
music.
complain though. I
Afrobeats,
complain
And
like mad.
sampling should never be a
Sampling
problem,
is a
please.
part
Like,
of the
let's
art.
just get
I don't
that
like
Yeah,
Part
I don't
conversation.
of
like
the
that we're
arts,
making
Like,
man.
it is the
yeah,
greatest
I don't
part
like
of
that
the
we're
art.
making
Like,
it
music is should be
comedy
No,
sort of
respected.
sorry,
Like,
sorry guys.
I
I
don't
think we're
know.
missing
I
the
don't know how
point.
to explain to
She
you that.
heavily samples heavily the
I
whole like
yes.
Yeah.
she literally will
But
change nothing.
half
Even
of the
Gangster,
music
I
in the
swear
world is
Gangster
heavily
has some sampling
sampled.
as well.
Yeah.
Like every single song, even the song before Favorite Girl. What
Yeah,
was the song
but
before Favorite
where do we
Girl?
draw the line where
It
it's
was
heavy versus it's not?
wait, wait, I'm sorry.
It's
There's nothing wrong if an artist
I
samples
didn't say there
music.
was. I didn't say there
Nobody
was.
said it was though.
He's talking
So,
about
what is
it
the
being a
problem? That's
clutch.
unoriginal? What is the issue?
No, it's when she herself like Benema just
Sampling doesn't
mentioned
make you
something
an
that's really
original
important.
though. It
Like
doesn't make
it
you an
doesn't. It
original.
doesn't.
no,
It
Because I want to
doesn't.
get their point. Let them land. Let them
Can
land,
we have the
guys, please.
conversation? Because like I don't think we're allowing. I can't see who spoke. The guy that spoke, who brought it up, but he said that is it a clutch, like a crutch? So basically, like where do we see Darko? And that's what and like a clear example is when I don't even know the rest of the song beyond a certain part because I'm focused on the nostalgia and I'm focused on the fact that there's a heavy sample, which is great. Like these are all positives. Lean in on it, but build out as well. Because literally, even the song before favorite
Favorite
girl,
girl.
I can't remember it,
The
but
one with was it the one with Davido?
But guys,
No,
no,
that was the
not
one
even that one. There
after.
was one before
It's
that.
the
It's
one
also
with
a
Black
sample. They're
Sheriff now.
all some
Black
literally.
Sheriff,
don't
yeah.
worry, Black Chef.
They're
Yeah, that was
literally
a sample. Yeah,
That was
they're
also
all
a sample.
but
samples.
that's
I don't
that,
remember the last
but
time.
that was
I'm
I don't remember
heavily.
sorry.
the last
That
There's
was
no
time.
issue
So
with this,
yeah,
man.
yeah, but
sample.
it's
I
not
don't
Can
know
I
even the
necessary.
can
last
I
time.
ask a
Yeah.
I don't
This is
remember
can
the
I ask
this
a
is
last time
question to
non-existent.
Darko had
go
a
hand in
song.
hand with that? Can I
Okay.
ask a question to go hand in hand in that? Do you think she's doing all these samples because her decision to break into the Afro, let's just call it Afrobeats market, required her taking this approach? Because when she was doing all her regular drill songs, like it wasn't heavily sampled like this, right? But like the moment she started, she did the song with Davido and Tion Wayne, she did the song with Ira, she did the song with Black Sheriff, she did the song with like every feature, everything that she has done. And maybe this is why it seems like a crutch, is that since she tried to break into this market, she's trying to break in mostly using samples. And I think that's why it seems weird to everybody. Not that sampling is wrong, but
But
that's all you know she's doing here.
you make you make a really good point, and I agree with you. I think that there is an intentional effort to use that as a bridge into the space. But there's also like let's not negate this. If she's 20 something plus years old, probably grew up on some of these people and some of these sounds. So like it makes sense for them to be in her like current music and in what she's doing. I actually think that as you were giving your point, my issue is a lot of times some of the artists that we talk about that sample, you can hear it if you're a student of the game or you like love sort of Afrobeats or the music. You hear the sample and you almost have to be like, "Where's that sample? What is that?" Like, and go and like you try to find it. I think the problem I actually have. This is a very personal take. Is it so obvious? It's like in the hook. It
It
is in
just
the
literally
beginning of the
just
song.
lifts
It's
it. It
like
just
Feels
lifts
like
the
when
whole
it's,
thing.
it feels like it's the only thing. No, no,
you're
no. But I
not
feel like it's
working
the only
hard.
thing that is invite. Exactly, that's the thing. It's not. You're not working hard. Like you're using it. You're using my nostalgia to hook me, and not quality.
I
I don't like
disagree.
that.
I disagree.
You just do.
She has different approaches than the original on every song. By the way,
Oh
by the
my
way,
god, Emmanuel, you're
Imran,
lying.
I'm with you. Imran, I'm with you 100%. I'm not even.
Sorry, let me
I
even
said,
buttress my point.
Emmanuel,
You know
you're
this point
lying.
about us.
Lying.
This point about us coming into or her bridging or creating a bridge with Afrobeat. By the way, this is her first Afrobeat sample. Everything else has been dancehall focused, right? Everything else has been
Agreed.
on dancehall. Like
That's
she's been.
that's Afrobeats in America.
I know. Trust me, the lines are blurry. We've talked about all these genre conversations. The lines are definitely blurry with dancehall Afrobeats. We get that. But what essentially feels is she is harnessing or she's just building on nostalgia. That's the bubble that she's in. I loved it when Burnout was in that bag on the last project. Like it was hip hop R&B samples that it was like clearly taking us way back. And if an artist like Darkoo decides to essentially emulate the same run of samples, one, it's valid, and two, if you actually go through how she's using the samples, it might be glaring to you because of the production. The Diwali rhythm. The Diwali rhythm can never be hidden. You know every Diwali rhythm song. Like immediately from Lumdi to Brick and Lace to like the laundry list of people that Steve Lecky has stabbed
Was
top
Lumidi
good
the same
money.
as Brick and Lace? That's the
Yeah,
point. But
yeah.
hers is so.
Yeah,
It
but
wasn't though. But
no, but to be
Emmanuel,
fair, like,
we're
come
not
on,
being
man, it's still the
real.
same beat, but she's having her own choruses, her own structures. Look at what she was able to build with Rema on that song. Like, come on, man,
Rema's the only thing that built on that
it's kind
song.
of
But no
disingenuous to
comment.
say like Lumdi is and Brick and Lace them they're good. They're not doing anything with sample, and we're scrutinizing Darko for doing exactly the same
I
thing.
can't believe you're using burner for this. Shame on you.
Why? What? Why? Why is
It's still
that?
sampling. Sampling
It's
is
still
sampling. Come on.
sampling.
I think
Because it's
Darko.
not the
I think
same
Darko is
way though.
inventing with the
This is the
sampling.
most
I think you guys.
laziest form of sampling I have seen in a
Yeah,
long
I
time,
think
and I'm
that's
You
just
think
their
that?
saying
problem. They
fine. You can
enough
call
believe
it
said
to be
lazy.
therefore.
You
lazy.
can
Like
call it lazy, but
it's
this
so
is how many
lazy.
people
My
create new worlds with
goodness.
old songs. This is how people create new worlds with old songs. They do
But
it.
the thing is, that
They
they ain't creating. She ain't creating a new world. She's creating a new, maybe a new garden. That's about it. A
okay.
small one,
The
maybe a
problem, yeah, the
balcony.
Guys,
problem is that
guys,
see,
Elle doesn't like
guys,
this
Honestly,
babe.
I
see,
swear
see,
down. I
So
swear
L is
down.
not
In the
fire
the,
words
explain
of
the,
this.
Darko, why
L
is
is
my
not
happiness
see,
disturbed?
fire.
see,
Disturbing
the,
you.
My baby girl said is guardian. She did
I
not
don't think she's
create
doing
it.
In the
anything
words
like
of
I don't think she's
Darko,
doing
why
anything
is
that
my
hasn't been done in
happiness
terms of
disturbed?
sampling approaches, guys. I don't think
yeah,
it's
I think she's doing what has been done. She just knows Sabi. Like she's like the music is not just great. Like it's not like this is not a it's not a like it's
Wait,
not a
are you guys
situation
going to give her quality?
like it's
Sorry,
not
Tad, not to
it's a
interrupt you,
it's
but
just a
no.
quality issue. Like
I'll prefer that take of saying you don't like it
yeah,
as
like
opposed
that
to
I get
saying
L
I
take
she's
is a bit
mean,
L,
I
L
mean,
takes
No,
is
but
agenda driven. But
wait,
Are we
Ade
saying the
was
song is not nice?
I
I'm
think I will give
confused.
Darko
bro, there's nothing about that
big
song that
credit for
is
what she does
anything
about
to hold on
the
to.
with her hooks. But look at what she did with Favorite Girl. Look at what she's done. Like
Favorite girl
she
was
can pick
sick,
up a
man. Her hooks are mad. Her hooks are
wait.
mad. I give her
yeah.
that.
So see, and see that's it.
hooks.
Like
That's still
people have
correct.
made
That's still
great
what I'm
careers
saying.
off that. Like what are we saying,
Bro,
guys? Like people are saying like, oh, this is
favorite girl is decent, right?
You say
But
not
it
decent.
nah.
Touch,
That
wait,
don't
hook is
lie.
But the
hold on,
verse is
wait,
offhand,
hold on,
Don't
though.
Wait,
lie.
The
can
verse
I
is
talk after
offhand.
Touch,
now.
please? I
Yeah,
beg.
let
Wait,
Taz go. It's an
wait,
opinion to not like the song at the
wait.
end
It's
of the
just my
day.
opinion
Yeah.
now. Favorite girl is decent,
It's a bad
but
opinion.
based on the hook, and then at the end of the day, on the original song, it was influencer driven. Like it was, she made songs with like a popular influencer. The way they marketed the song worked. I don't think there's anything super musical about the record. Where it even got super dynamic was when they got Rema on the track, right? Like Rema took real estate on the track and then a decent hook. That's fair. This like there's always a major A&R flaw in her music. Like it's literally always as clear as obvious. Like even when she did the record with Black Sherry, like the
Yeah,
snippet everybody went crazy off.
yeah, that
We
was
had the
obvious.
original
That was
version.
obvious.
Somebody had
Yeah.
to go and recreate the song for her.
That was
Like a
obvious.
I
simple,
was watching that
little
video
simple
the other
structure.
day.
Yeah.
So there's always some major like it's almost like she just rides off what she can a 30-second part that she can hold on to people. But like in terms of the music, bro, like this record, there's nothing to hold on to this song apart from that. that part that is on TikTok. There's literally nothing to hold on about the song. Now, if she adds a remix on it, it will feel great. It will feel better because now we're not having to hear like
I will
very.
have Mr. P on it.
Sorry, what did you say?
I say I will have Mr. P on it.
Mr. P on
Yes,
this.
well, Mr. P,
We were
hopefully.
born down north side.
Hopefully. So like at the end of the day, I don't think it's a
Another.
it's really just a skill issue. It's not a sample issue or that she's doing it a certain way.
It's saying
It's
a
just a
skill
skill issue.
issue.
It's a skill issue. Those who know is that a skill issue, A&R issue,
I
whatever
still
it
agree.
is.
I still agree with
People,
Elle and Ade also a little bit on the sample part, but let's
Can
not
I
just.
can I
Yeah, I
can I
think.
break
people
people's
make things
brain?
very
Can I can
obvious.
I
Like
can I
it's
face you
cool.
people?
Yeah.
Didn't Davido just sample Lindela? What's wrong
I'm
with
so
you people?
glad you said that,
Yeah,
Belema,
like
because I
people.
actually
No,
went.
It's
but
just
What's
a
wrong
skill
with
No,
you
hold
issue. It's
on.
people?
not.
yeah, but that was
While I was
different.
on
That was
mute,
different.
I went to go and
Why
look
is it
for it.
different?
Let me
I'm
tell you why
saying.
this here's the problem.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, so Iman, let me tell you why I have a problem with that as well. I said this earlier, when you hear the song for the first time, if you've listened to music and if you're pushing 40, you immediately kind of know where the song is coming from or what the sound is. Like even if you don't know the name of the song,
Yeah.
you see how many times have you seen people be like, guys, that new song, there's a sample in there. The problem with Davido's song, I'm not dragging him entirely. I also let me drag him because of the movies on that song. That's for the another day. My point on this particular song was the moment you heard it, you kind of knew what they were building the framework around, and that's why I feel like she has enough songs under her belt now, and I'm still going to give her a little bit of leeway because she's still young in her game and she'll still evolve. But I feel like where is the, maybe my this is and
That
I
could
said
have
it was a
owed
personal
you.
take. Wait now,
Adeus,
no, wait now.
Aunties
Adeus,
are
somebody
so.
I
said
said
somebody in the audience has a question for you. They
I
said I should ask you a
Let
question.
him finish this thing before they
I
ask.
said I said here was my personal take. Maybe I'm at the point, and like you said, Iman, she's an OG because there's songs where I've heard whether it's like Body remix or like Sugar Cane remix. Like there's some songs where she's delivered on whether it's her verse or the entire song. So I think that I'm at a point now where I'm like, especially on the back of Favorite Girl and like Rema doing justice to the remix. I guess my next offering, I was expecting it to not be hinged on
Another sample.
Another sample.
such a sample that was so obvious and so great to the music, to the history of to Afrobeats that it felt like it was already it's like half the game. Like it already helped you. Like on the TikTok sound and everything, people are stuck to it. Younger people are like, "Oh, what's this?" Those of us that are a little bit older, we're like, "Ah, we love this. We like want to hold on to it." And then you hear the whole song and you're like, "Ah." That's where the problem is for me. Oh. I feel like I'm not saying sampling is the problem. I'm saying when you've done it so many times and you get to a certain point, you said get creative now.
Nah, skill issue. See, all this you
No,
are
but
debating something that is too
guys,
long.
I
It's
guys.
not skill
think I
issue.
think real fast. Somebody in the audience had a question for Adeus, and I don't disagree with Taj that it's a skill issue. I think once you keep Darkoo on a song longer than 45 seconds, longer than a minute, she
No,
starts to run out of things to say, and it starts to like go left. But that's not the point. The question from the audience for Adeus is this: somebody said I should ask you to listen to palm wine music. What's the difference?
So I'm going home. You're my home, but I'm going because what is wrong?
wait.
Like just to
Who asked
straight
that
put it
question?
like that.
Block whoever
They say
said
I
that
should ask
on my
you now.
behalf. Block them on my
Okay,
behalf. Thank
okay,
you.
okay. So, like, sorry, man. I don't. I want to call you president because that's all I can see right now. But
Nah,
president.
go for it. Shoot for it, man. Shoot for it.
No, but I think what, like, I understand Taj's submission is he just doesn't like the songs, and I think it makes valid points when, especially with the Black Hole feature. I think that I saw that there with the other records. I actually saw that she approached the songs way better, and that's even correlated with how well the song connected with people. I think she structured those songs, Favorite Girl and this one, kind of better than what the mess was with Black Hole. And I agree on that point. But I think Adewusu's point about her doing it like on a run, right? I think that's what your issue is that they're coming like almost too close to each other. It feels like
No, he
it's
said that she could have at least been creative now that she's done like 4 times. Do you understand?
yeah.
Like
But
it's not growing. It's
yeah,
not growing. It
but
feels
but but
stagnant.
what if it's an error that she clearly is? I see it as an error because
You're so
no,
generous.
because I saw it with Burner. I saw it with Burner too. I saw it as an
Comparing
Yeah,
it
error.
to them. Stop.
No.
but it being an
Guys,
error,
the
it
skills
being
are
an
different.
error
I'm not
is
talking about the
but
skills.
if
Guys, we can bring
but
up Burner in this conversation because why? Like it clearly
No,
did the same
He's a
wrong.
good
but then
sampler, like,
That's
and
still
she's
not what
not
Right.
a
he's
bad
saying though.
sampler.
That's
Like,
but Emmanuel, that's still not
Crazy,
what he's saying though.
crazy,
No, but that's what it
crazy.
feels like. It feels like
No, no, he's
because
saying it's still a skill thing. He's saying, see, you've done this many times, you would
okay,
at
so
least get
so
creative
so
with
so
it.
if so okay, so the question now is if she did in fact sample, but you want the sample to be a lot more creative, is that
Yeah,
exactly
that's
what it
what he's
boils down
saying.
to?
That's
Iman,
what
let me
he's
ask
saying.
Taj a question
Emmanuel,
real
No,
quick,
no,
Emmanuel.
please.
not on the
Ah,
virtue of
wait.
her
Even
just
before I
sampling,
forgot, can I
because his
talk?
point was
Oh,
on her
Jesus.
sampling, though, not about the
Big
skill.
Bang needs to Big Bang
No,
needs
that
to
once
Taj, his
again,
point was about her
but
sampling, that she's done it again and
his
again.
point was about her sampling, but
Let's not
Emmanuel,
change
you
what
too,
he
you have
said.
no, no,
not
but
answered.
he
You
just
have
said
not
it now
answered.
that
What
he
is
meant
the
like
difference?
okay,
Okay,
what next
but
week.
No, 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 no,
your
no.
initial
Iman,
point was
let me
about
let me
her
clarify.
sampling.
I
Yeah,
said I started off with her sampling, but I said at what point do we
Is it too
demand
much? Mm,
more quality from the sampling?
yeah,
That's what
that's
I
what he
said.
said.
That was my
That's what
initial
he's. That's what.
submission.
Okay. All right. I probably
Yeah,
received
that's what he
it
said.
differently then.
Emmanuel, another question from the audience. They said I should ask you that you didn't answer my first question.
What's
What's
the
the
first question?
difference between what is happening and Davido's Bulitela? That you need to answer. What's the difference
Between what exactly? Between the sampling
between the
that she did.
sampling and Bulitela from Davido?
Well, they didn't
They
sample.
say you're skewing very 30 BG because you brought up Burner.
The
Wait.
difference here is
Okay.
that he has not
See,
done this like consistently
yeah, he hasn't done it
to not be
consistently, of
creative enough.
course.
Yeah,
But
so
but but at the end of the day, I feel like Awuke didn't depend on that sample as clearly
is he
Darko
Awuke
did.
that has it? It's Fonz that has it now.
Oh, is this fun? Sorry, it's funds.
See, you don't
Funds,
even
yeah.
know.
If should leave David, he wants his Grammy. Let's be going. Leave him
Yeah,
alone.
man, that
No,
one
but they,
that's a
the, the,
different
the
yeah.
person the person in the audience said, Emmanuel, the person said that you cannot say he's in a sample era when anyway, they don't like your answer, that's all I have to say.
Yes,
It
sample error
doesn't
is a very like
Taj,
it's
Taj,
cool
I
to
have a
sample
question
wait,
like
for
wait,
you,
wait.
real quick,
Why
right?
can't that be a thing for someone to okay? Let me go on especially when they're seeing success with it. Especially when they're seeing success with it, that they will channel into that bag and do it continuously. Why is that?
I don't know,
Why is that
man.
a?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
They don't
Me,
like your answer.
I
They don't
thought.
like your answer.
Okay,
They
can
don't
I
like my
respond? I don't
answer.
want to cut off. I know Big
Sure.
Bang wants to talk, but I wanted
Big
to
Bang, Big
Iman.
Bang wants to
Yeah,
speak, but
Iman. I wanted to respond to your point
Yeah.
in that I don't feel like. I feel like yeah, you can say it's a run, but we know how artists make music. Like we're not gonna assume that she just recorded the song right after. Maybe she did, right? Or maybe Favorite Girl
Yeah.
was done a year ago, and then you fig. But like even with the burner example that you keep mentioning, you almost had to. Some of them you had to fish out where it was. Like I said earlier, unless you like know the sound and you know where it was
It
coming
was
from,
obvious
you
though.
almost know now. There's
What?
some that
Which
was
one?
very
Last
obvious that
last
you knew. No.
City
That one
Boys.
is more
last
We're
recent
talking
now.
about
We're
last
talking about
last
like
is
we're
the
talking
song.
about old OG. We're
Emmanuel,
talking about
last is the
OG
most
burner.
obvious
Yeah, we're talking
Yeah.
one.
about OG burner.
Right.
You know, you could tell if you grew up in like that era. You could tell where the song was coming from,
When
but
we
you almost
comparing Burner and
it
Darko,
didn't
by
over.
the way.
Yeah, first of all, I want
No,
to leave that one.
let's
Just let
contextualize the
me honor it.
conversation. Let's
Let me
contextualize
honor
the
it small,
conversation.
right?
Yeah.
But like I think that again, it goes back to what we were saying earlier, and it's not just a Darko issue. It's like we have this requirement, right? I think it's our entitlement as paying, subscribers to demand growth and quality from the people
Oh,
that we're
trust
listening
me.
to.
Yeah.
Now, it's not to say that if this song slapped off the bat, I don't think I would have cared as much.
Right.
But after all the fighting, and I went to go and play the song, and this is now what you gave me to offer me after all. Nah, that's not okay.
Trust me,
I think that
Presido.
we should.
Presido.
We
No,
just we
Trust
need
me.
we
wait,
need
so
more.
Emmanuel, have you listened to the song on like live stream?
Yeah. No,
How was your how was your
on live
reaction?
stream actually I didn't. I didn't catch it on live stream.
Okay,
Um
okay,
but
but like, what do you think of the record?
I think it's an okay record for exactly the momentum that she's in right now. That bag, that audience that she's feeding them. This is a good like lunch food for them. Exactly. Like it's in that headspace. It's in that
They
like
go vomit.
it's in that universe that she's building. It's in that universe that she's building, and it follows up.
So
Granted,
so
it's not
what?
for everybody,
She's
right?
trying to do
Okay,
a like
Taj,
a
Taj,
No,
wait,
but
she's
please,
trying to do like a
but
cheating.
Taj,
Presido,
Taj.
Know that my only objection to you was on the license or the license to sample. It wasn't about the material itself or how she sampled. That was my only
No, okay,
pushback. That was my
okay,
only.
yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't. It was never
We
a case
can,
of
yeah, we can agree there.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I agree with you on that particular point, but
yeah,
in terms of the general sort of
yeah. That's subjective
ethos
at the end of
of
the
the
day.
like that, I think
Yeah.
yeah, we're yeah, cool.
Me, I don't agree with any of you. I like that song. It's a great song. Even for Wicked.
Talk your shit, Big Bang.
I
Wait,
really,
who's
really
speaking?
like.
Okay.
This
Big
Big
Bang.
Bang.
I really, really like that song. I kid you not. I don't
I mean,
know.
yeah,
I've,
that is
I've been
now. I
speaking about
know.
it for the past 2 days. I really like that song.
I don't
Like
know.
it's a. I don't care what y'all say. It's a good song. That's my own opinion.
I think the most
It's a
And
interesting
good
part.
wait, hold on,
marketing
hold
The
on.
most
song.
interesting part
And
of the song
wait,
for me
hold
is the
on.
fact that
Please, please,
Where's
please,
it?
please. I beg.
It is.
I think it's a really good song, especially, and I feel like you guys are being hard on Darko. Like on my Instagram story, all the sexy girls are posting that song.
now why you
Like
like him if you talk
That's
am
why
sweet
you
things
every
like
now.
it.
no, no, no,
Now
no,
why
no,
you
no.
whine
Then
am
let
for you
me.
know
Calm
small.
No,
You know
she's
the
down.
making
whine
a
Calm
up.
song
down.
for
My
them,
nigga, I checked out
literally.
the song after
Can
seeing
you
it 100
calm down?
times.
That's not why. I've been listening to it. Like
Mm.
I've had it on repeat, but like it's connecting. The song is you can't say that it's connecting. Like it's doing what it's supposed to do. The
Yeah,
people that are
connecting
Okay,
with the
supposed to be
what's
playing
baddies.
it
what's the name
are
of the
playing
song?
it.
So you just
What's
let
the
me
name of
ask.
the song? Say the full name of the
Focus on
song.
me now. In brackets, all the sexy girls. Like it's I know
Don't play. This man has
I
been paying
legit have to
attention to his
listen to the
Insta
song.
stories. Don't play.
I'll let Big Bang continue, but as an artist, if you have to make a song and put parentheses so people can know the other half of it, don't release
No, no,
that
no, no,
fucking
no.
song.
Oh,
That's
why are we clowning back?
No, no,
Man, come on.
that's just
All
very
right, guys.
demeaning. Okay,
No.
but okay,
No.
Well, now we're being
let me
unfair.
get yours.
Now, come on.
Okay, no, let me be serious. I actually do like the song. I think the sample bit like that we're hammering on is I don't like it because what we're basically doing is like we're punishing her for picking a great sample, right? Like it's a great sample. I know like if you like the sample game and you like to like check like who sampled when, like try to figure it out and like try to rack your brain, you enjoy that dopamine rush from like finding it. But sometimes like we say it all the time in music, if you want to like kind of blow, you have to spoon feed people. You can't really do the deep, and this is more so a producer thing, not even like really on Darko. It's like the producer literally like gives it to you right there from the like first second. And it's not a bad thing to do. It's a really good thing to do. There are other people that maybe try to like interpolate with their samples, and so you might not really catch it. But if it's the beat, you're gonna catch it at some point. If they do it with just a quick melody, you might not catch it. But like she's doing her own thing on a beat that's different. Like she's not really even giving you the Psquare vibe. She's still giving you Darko. Like she still sounds like Darko all through the song. She's just doing over like different type of beats. I like what Emmanuel said about Burna Boy. It's basically what Burna Boy did on the last album. He's giving you Burna Boy on hip hop tracks. It's the easiest way to kind of like get into somewhere by still being yourself. Cause like she's not gonna be able to come here and be she's not gonna be more Nigerian than anyone else. So the easiest way to do it or be more like I don't know, someone was tweeting the other day, it's like, oh, she didn't pop in the UK space, so she switched to Nigeria and they like compared it to the like look man. It's like and she retweeted it, which is like
She
she knows
needed
what
to.
she's doing.
Yeah,
Do you understand?
yeah.
So it's like she's gonna come here and be more Nigerian than anyone else. Do you get it? Like she's not gonna be able to do that. She can't get on that vibe. The easiest way or like the way that I feel she has it in is to write the beats but still be her. And that's something unique that she brings. She could give you a very catchy hook. And again, I like the song. And it might sound crazy, but I'm not opposed to like Mr. P hopping on the song. It's just the way he hops on it. I think if he gives ad libs like of the original song, it can slap. Like if he's just like the way, just stay with me, I beg.
Might as well
The way
sample
Big Bang,
it.
your
Wizkid,
your take has been noted, and
hold on,
you have
You
now
are
remarked
crazy,
about
really,
it.
hold,
but yeah,
hold on,
you
hold
happy.
on.
You see
Stay
how he
with
had
me,
to. You
stay
see
with
how he
me,
had
stay
to
with
add
me,
"stay
Wait.
with me" because he
stay
knows
But
with
you
that
know,
me,
say you
we're
stay
don't
with
the
losing
me.
yarn
us.
where
Stay with
Can you
us.
sing?
we don't they lose you.
Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
I know.
Stay
Don't
with
leave
Max,
me,
me.
stay
Don't
with
Max.
me,
leave
stay with me.
You
Hold
had
on,
me in
hold
the
on.
first half.
Big
No,
Mac, Big Mac say don't leave
hold
me.
on,
Don't
hold
leave
on.
me.
I'm
No,
not crazy, but I'm
you have to
actually
see.
crazy.
Sorry, go
I hear
ahead,
No,
go
you,
you
I
ahead,
have
go
to
hear
see
you.
ahead, go
that.
ahead. No, go ahead. Let's
Oh
hear it.
yeah,
Let's hear
sorry.
it.
We'll stay with
Okay,
you. We'll
okay,
stay
okay,
with
okay.
you.
No, let me stop fucking around. But I feel like the way like Drake did Wizkid on like One Dance. If you like turn it down a little bit, like so, no, I'm like if you can't really hear it too
So,
much, it's just in the back. So like I know people that like can hear the sample might get more mad, but like when she's
No,
like
that just keeps
focus
straight
on
me.
me,
I
just say
can't get
like
past
Yeah,
just
it.
give me like
Wow.
it's a
I
very
get the
little
vision. I
beat
get
in
the
the
vision.
back.
see,
Do you
Big
get
Mac.
like
I just I
The
just
problem. The
Big Mac. I
problem
just hear
just
is
in the
I
I
just
back a
hear.
want to
little
that
bit more.
sorry.
There's no up to it
No,
now. Come on,
the problem
let's.
is I hear the vision. It's just the person that you're talking about that is supposedly difficult. Do you think he will hear division?
There's
No, no,
just
no,
no
no.
upside to
See,
his
see.
game.
Person will
Like
go give 3 verses
Person
for that
who will
track.
give things
Mr. P
Please.
doing backup vocals for Darko.
No, but
Man,
Bruh.
you rather die. You rather die. That give her back up vocals. He must sing that chorus with her. Now
but
duet.
I'm
no,
telling
I
you,
hope
person
I
You
hope
who
go
you.
You
turn
people
duet.
need to believe. You people need to believe in the power
somebody
of
that wants to start
Darko.
No,
doing what's it
I
called?
said
You
I,
people
I
need to
said
Name of that
believe in
ad
the
lib.
person.
power
I
of
didn't say
Darko.
backup. I said
Darko,
ad
What's
lib.
Darko is the person that
what's
is
the
going to
name
be
of
the
that
one.
You want a
Small.
legend of a game to be doing ad lib?
You
Ah,
what's
you
the
know
name
what
of
ad
that?
lib
Okay,
that she offered
let's
me? Like,
let's move
for
on.
Darko,
hey,
for
yo,
Somebody
hey,
that
Darko,
somebody
hey, yo, Mr. P, back
like
up.
let
Where's
somebody
the
let
that wants
slapper?
to
oh
do
my god.
somebody that wants to do a remix video with Don Flex is who you're saying she gotta do admin.
no, don't kill me with
You
Don't
so
Flex.
for
I
Hey,
beg.
real.
mix
Don't
with P
kill
Square with
me.
Bangsha.
You
If you can
so
make
The
for
that
hell
real.
is
happen,
Don't
That's the
Plex
name.
now?
No,
No,
he's not going to
wait,
ban.
You
Let's
don't know
be
the
but
honest, he's
Donflex is
not
the
going to
Donflex is
ban.
the fourth
I
piece
don't know
member.
why
You
you
Donflex
guys
say
is
don't
that.
know.
they
The
literally
other
carry
is the
he
fourth
carries that guy
entity.
everywhere,
You
man.
don't know Donflex is first P Square member. Ah, you guys
And
don't
you
know.
don't
No,
understand.
he carries him
Principal
everywhere.
choreographer, you know why?
Yeah, that's
No,
their like choreographer.
but
Yeah, that's right.
last thing on P Square, like I think it's I feel like if the bag is right. I know people keep saying it, but I feel like if the bag is right and the right people are in the room, they can coexist together.
Hundred
But they
percent.
just they just have
You
to
don't think
be
they
like
right, okay.
Amen,
exist
amen,
as two
amen. We
different
believe.
individuals. Like you can't regroup them together. So
Darko ain't got the bag to get them back
I
together.
was in the
Let's put it
same
that
room
way,
with
yeah?
them, and like you could clearly tell that these two people are not
Um,
like P.
sorry.
Mr.
What's the
P
name of
is
the? Remind you guys should remind me. What's the name of the guy that called Ruga that he and Benson should do album together? What's
Bolaji
the name?
Kanim, Bolaji Kanim.
Bolaji.
That's the only person
Bolaji.
that can bring them
yeah.
back together.
So the right people just have to be there, and I feel like they can make it work.
but you know the
But
Bolaji
problem.
you have
couldn't keep
to
Some
Asake
of
you have
them
and
to
put
Olamide
music
exist.
together.
together. I'm
Some of them
crying.
put
L,
music
You people are
Jesus
team
getting
Christ.
concept
so
after right now,
messy,
L,
man.
yo.
Jesus
Y'all are
Christ.
getting so
Hey,
messy in here.
Jesus. L,
Can
what
we
kind
even
of
say
messy
that P
thing
Let's
make
Square
you
chill
make
music
you
is
out.
not
start
even high in
saying?
demand?
Let's chill
No,
out.
they
People
make
are
music
actually
Clearly
not
knows
together.
difficult to
serious.
like
I'm so
sample
sorry. I'm so sorry. This
old
is
music in
beginning to give.
Nigeria.
All
Like
right.
Jesus,
clearly
this
knows
shit don't
songs in
turn inside
Nigeria
blood, bro. I
is
beg
the
If
you.
most
Bolaji
difficult
Karim
thing.
can bring
You think
Ruga
we're not
and
going to
Benson
make it?
together,
Belema, you're a bad person. I'm not gonna.
Funny enough, P Square's best route back into like
if they
style
can bring
will be
Square
sampling
together,
their
what's
old
wrong with you
records.
people?
That's what I think.
See, the
They should go
greatest part
sample their
about this song for me is the
It's
fact
even
that
difficult to clear songs for movies. Like
Anyway.
oh
man,
yeah.
fuck those
Me,
niggas,
I'm
man.
very big on sampling P Square. So
Yeah,
I've been teasing
I think the
Yeah,
everybody
biggest
that
thing
I
is
sample P
not
enjoy
Square.
people
I
sampling
beg,
P Square.
it's not even just the
sample
P
P
Square
Square.
sample. It's
I
this
need someone to
particular
Do
sample
you
song.
know
It's
the
such
everybody.
an
Do you know the
interesting
song
song.
I need
Guys, a
everybody to
lot
sing?
of people are talking over each
Everybody's
other
talking at the same time,
way
but
too much. Sorry guys,
yeah.
let's just make it a lot more audible, I beg.
I was going to say the only thing that I really need somebody to actually there are two songs that I need people to sample from P Square. The first one is Ifunaya, and then the second one is Senorita.
So this is
Senorita.
why
I'm a
I like this song. Eh? I like
But
this
Everybody
this
song
should
is
because
sing
Sir
Magic
Sir Raheem
Sinfonaya,
already do
man.
Ifunaya.
That's what I was about to say. Didn't Okoya do
please,
Ifunaya?
we don't want to
Wait,
see Funaya
Okoya
sample. I
did
beg.
Who
most
did
of
Ifunaya
it.
already?
didn't Ifunaya already get sampled?
The Magics did that already.
Okoya, Sarai,
Yeah.
Sarai.
Oh,
Yeah,
my bad.
but sorry, I wanted to ask a question.
Off the
That's
road,
a
I
bop.
beg.
That's a
Um,
bop,
All
by the way.
right,
That's a bop.
Chad, Rico, your question.
yeah, sorry, like two things is was unless my memory is fuzzy, was this song a big song?
Give me that.
Give me
Yes.
that. I like that.
Ah,
I
It
Mogbe.
like
was a
that.
banger.
Charles,
Mogbe.
where were
Okay,
you?
That was a banger though.
Chad.
It was a
okay,
banger for
that was
sure.
towards the tail end of their career.
Ah,
No, not tail.
That
no.
was danger. That was
Not
danger
tail
album.
end.
That
That
It's
was
was on
danger
danger
top.
album.
album.
Touch.
That
I won't
was
say
a
it's.
Oh
danger
That was
wait,
danger
I'll say
album.
it's
is
tail
my
album.
end.
is
That
my
was
memory
on
fuzzy?
That was
point.
like
Don't
their
do that.
trifecta run.
Wait,
Like
Ta-
that.
Wait,
Taz, are you
That's how
no,
Taj
I
no,
is
know.
no,
Gen Z.
wait
Taj
now,
is Gen
wait.
Yeah, I
Z.
think.
This was
Oh, okay,
wait,
context,
was
right.
it wait, was it Give Me That
Touch.
Post? Was
Touch.
Give Me
They
That
say
Taj
the
your
give it
hold
Gen
on.
Z
Z.
right now.
Taj, they say you're
Wait,
Gen
wait,
Z,
wait,
bro.
now,
Taj,
wait,
they say
now,
you're Gen Z.
wait,
Taj,
wait.
are you going to let them say you're Gen Z?
Wait. I hate Jesse not so slow. I mean Jesse, I beg.
He's actually Gen Z. He
I
is
don't understand.
actually.
Taj, put us on some killer and some crazy,
Did I
bro.
tell you that I'm a barber here? I mean Jesse. So wait, but
Yeah.
quick one.
Yeah.
Was this post beautiful year or before that?
Before that.
Mugbe.
Before that, that's
Before,
danger now.
way
That's
before.
danger. Give me that is danger album.
Yeah, it's before.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
just
danger album.
actually let's just answer
Because
his
because in
questions
my head,
without
right?
vex.
In my head, if
No, we're answering the question now. Danger
Yeah.
is the album that came out after Game Over. So
Yeah, yeah,
before
yeah.
oh,
the original
okay.
year was an invasion. So
Yeah.
Because in my head, I see this song as like such a it was one of my favorite Psquare songs that I didn't really see a lot of people like. It was played on TV a lot, but I remember people around me, well, people around me, Sha, in my school, they didn't really like this track like that. Like
Really?
it was not their thing. Like,
Touch. Let me tell you where this song was played. When you
but
go to party, like birthday party, right? And it's time for dancing corruption.
Mhm.
Yeah, this where you hear this song.
It was a perfect song
You
to
you
do.
weren't
It
you
was a
weren't
perfect
outside,
song to
Taj. You weren't
do.
outside.
It
Yeah.
is a perfect song
Nah,
to
give me
do
that was a really
race.
party starter.
No, it
Come
was. It
on.
I
was.
mean, I wasn't outside, of course.
I mean,
So
it,
I was a young boy in boarding school.
Dad was
But
going home.
I was exactly, I was a young child in boarding school.
I'm
I
not
was
getting
outside.
outside.
Big
and
flag.
that, but what's
yo,
it called? Like
someone's mic
that
is
was a
touching.
So you
perfect.
get family of two.
All right. All right. Yes. I guess it's a case of they have so many hits that some hits don't look as if it's big or not. You know.
Yeah, like this one, I just thought it was a very. It's not a song that a lot of people would have sampled. So
Yeah.
it's like like props for that. Like unlike favorite girl that
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
sampled
Yeah.
probably
No,
she
like
probably favorite girl she sampled probably the most sampled
yes,
song ever.
it is the most sampled song ever. If not,
That
it
song
has
is
to
the
be.
most sampled song in history.
But it's
Yeah.
not the most sampled song ever. Like,
I mean, like maybe in an African
It's
context,
one of the most just in
it's
general
probably
though.
one of the most.
Sorry,
Yeah,
can I say another thing? Sorry. All you music executive in here, please allow your artists to sample Busybody and impact you. They use Waji's part where she's like, if I catch you, I go turn you on. Like, please, someone should sample it. I beg you.
Sampling P
I
Square
will
is a
help you talk
choice
to
right
people,
now.
please.
Again.
No, but
No, something
at least the fact
is
that
a cheat code.
the fact that Sarahim and Darkoo have crossed that line,
I
man.
want to see more R&B boys there, though.
bro.
Please.
I very
Like, for
much believe
sure.
that they ignored that Sarah
Shout
song.
out to Wani
I genuinely
Wonder.
think they
Yeah,
ignored
No,
that song.
but shout
we'll
out
see. We'll
to
see.
Belema pointing out. That's why she said they should sample Senorita. If you sample Senorita as an R&B person,
Bro,
we'll be
it's
there.
sample
Tad,
Oh,
more than a
Do you
friend.
genuinely think the
Bro,
business side of P
Almost
Square would
somebody's
have
mic
seen all the
is
TikToks?
yo. I don't know, man. Somebody's mic is messing
Who
something
is the
up.
wait? Who are the R&B people
It's
that were saying
yours.
shoes? Who are the R&B people who are saying to
It's not
sample
my
Wani
going off.
Wonder.
Senorita?
Wani Wonder.
Nah,
No, move out of the way.
give
Big
Magix.
Bang.
Give
You know
Magix,
we.
Magix. Give
Magix,
Magix
Magix.
maybe.
Magics, please.
Magic is probably the most talented R&B artist we have.
I'll throw Magic in the hat.
I love that
What's
all of
wrong
you
with
are
Wani?
repping from
Even
T-Roots.
Victoni too will do amazing
I
stuff.
don't
Wani
think
as well.
Victoria is gonna do what to Senorita.
He
You
could.
No,
start
Why
not
crying
not?
on this.
Senorita. I'm talking about P Square songs in general. Like if they
Wait.
give
We're
him
not
You
going
chance.
go
to we're
cry
not
on
going to clown
Senorita.
Victoni's R&B chops though. We're not going to do
yeah, I
that.
was gonna say, what were you guys? What was that about Victoni? Because I heard a little bit
You people
of.
didn't fight for Wani. Is Victoria?
No, but
Okay.
No,
Wani
But
Wani
too.
will do
but but
justice.
why
Wani will
why
do
will we
justice.
fight for Victoni? I beg.
Wani that has been camping inside Two Faces
I
catalog
think Victoni
for
is very musical.
Bro,
Sha. I think that he would know what to do with a good sample.
Wani at this point lives inside Two Face.
Wani. Yo,
Wani see through Two Face eyes at this point, yeah.
shout out to
Yeah,
Wani.
Bro,
see
what?
again, this clowning on sampling is crazy because I love good sampling. And Wani does it
Yeah,
so well. So like the laughs are just
Wani
Bro,
Wani is
Wani
my
funny.
has
one of the
favorite. Wani is
best.
one of my favorites.
Like the
Wani
laughs
is
are
one of the
funny, but
best.
bro,
Wani
Wani
does his
goated when he
samples,
sampled
kills
I
them.
don't
everything you
think I
never
don't think
know.
anybody's clowning Wani sampling.
I
Shao.
think the difference
We
between Wani
just
and Darko is
yeah.
that
No, no, no,
he has
no Wani.
he's talented in terms of the way he samples it. Like he's creative about how he uses the samples. So
Yeah.
that's the difference. So that's why he's kind of we don't mind him
But
over sampling.
Wani spinning in case you never know is some of the greatest
Bro.
shit I've ever heard,
Bro.
man. Bro.
It's Two Face Ready
Wani,
too.
no.
That shit is ridiculous, man. Like
Bro,
he's so good,
everything
bro.
Wani touches is gold, man. That's just me.
I don't know about everything, but I like when he gets in a certain
I
bag,
say
he
it's
can do like amazing
everything.
stuff.
I say it's everything.
Chibi your mouth.
Too funny,
No,
man.
I'm
You're
being
saying
real.
I
Like,
don't know about
I'm being real. I
everything.
like Wani a lot, but everything's like he's one of those artists I want to see like
Pop off.
explode. But sometimes I listen to the music and it doesn't always connect exactly. But
Guys,
sometimes it's just
That's
good.
your
I
own
don't know.
we've had
problem.
this Wani conversation. Let's not
Yeah, but let me not
In
go
a
down
play
here.
like Pogba.
let's not rehash it. Anyway,
Uh,
I think we've concluded that sampling is valid. The only kind of sampling that I hate, and honestly, like I've seen too many examples of it, is if you're not sampling splice well, like please, producers, your splice samples, be cautious, because yeah, we've had too many like situations of guitar loops exactly the same, nothing done on it.
But Iman,
Like
what's wrong with
raw.
that though?
No, but when people, it just makes it look like, especially
Lazy?
no. Yeah, I think not necessarily. Yeah, lazy is the word, of course, but
If you want to do a cover, do a cover.
But I think because it's weird in a splice situation
I don't
because
agree. Oh.
wait.
All
Hmm.
No,
samples
no. I'm
matter,
saying
man. All
they
samples
should
matter.
be able to sample, of course. I'm just being cheeky by saying like at least like when it comes to
Put some
splice.
musicality behind
Yeah,
it
like
type.
just be
When it comes to
creative
splice,
about it.
exactly, just be creative. I
Yeah.
did because that one doesn't have an original song you can reference, so it can never it cannot even look even when you're lazy, you're being artistic. You know what I mean? Like, but in a situation of being like, okay, you're referencing a song and you're doing a lot on that song. There's some edge or some creativity around building on that song as opposed to a splice sample that not many people or casual listeners don't recognize those samples. You know what I mean? But anyway,
Wait, Iman, I have a question for you,
yeah,
and
yeah.
also for Yosoko Presido. How did you guys feel about the Blackbone sample on Loyalty?
I fucking love it. To this
Because it
day.
fits
That's
exact.
my favorite
It
Blackbone
To
song,
was
this
by the
it
way.
day.
was
Great
almost
song.
the same
I will stand on that
principle.
record, man. I think that was one of
No,
Black Bones' best records.
Yeah, that's my favorite
it's probably
Blackbone
my
record.
favorite song from him. But
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the sample pattern is almost the same. Like
Yeah.
not much change.
Yeah.
Do you get? It's the same with what Darko is doing.
And he built on it.
It's like it's spoon fed to you.
I can't like
But
Big Bang.
Yeah.
You're beginning to add to Taji's point though, where he said maybe it's just a skill issue.
No, I
It
think
no,
is
I
a
was
it's
gonna
skill issue
see.
no,
now.
I
because
It
think
is a
it's
skill
more.
issue.
Taj's
I
point is
came off.
definitely valid. I think the conversation
no.
is about like just the license to sample. I think if that was the conversation, yes, I think we'll all agree. I think the subjectivity of it is how people sample. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, like now, one type of sample I hate is when you throw it in the beginning and we don't hear the rest of the song. I think
Yeah.
that's so
yeah.
gimmicky.
Yeah.
Like, bro, don't use
What's the
it.
name
Don't
of
use it
that?
to. You
Is
get
it
me to play your song and I
Wickedest?
don't hear it again.
Wickedest by Thames. I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
Bro, all this, bro, just throwing
honestly,
Gawo for no reason.
Ah, man, I don't. All these sampling rules
Bro,
are
that sample
crazy, man.
pissed me off.
So,
I'm sorry.
Somebody
bro.
said, who was it? Big Bang that asked the question about the loyalty sample.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody goes back and plays that song right now, there's a way they muffled the beginning of the song where, again, if you know the song that is behind it, you're like, oh, that's kind of dope. You're hooked that you want to hear it. If you do copy and paste, you don't even study for exam. You just copy the exact same lyrics and put it on your thing. That is where I have a problem.
That's what I'm
But she
saying.
didn't
Like,
do
I
that
don't.
though.
Are we in are we in this space?
She
Because
didn't do
Yeah,
it's
it's
literally
the
that.
what I've been
same.
saying
It's
the
the
whole
same
time.
conversation. Yes, guys.
It's literally
Yes,
lazy.
I mean,
He basically
I'm
like there was
inspiring.
what's the is the word? Is there like a sort of like electric like techno-ish kind of sound initially, and it's like it's muffled. You have to
Maybe
like
nostalgia
That producer
listen.
based.
is so
I
good
think
at
what
it.
she does is
That's the
nostalgia
you
based.
know what somebody was saying
That's what
something
she does.
earlier, and I
That's
think the person
exactly
we
what
need
she
to
does.
blame the person we need to blame is the producer on this last song that
no,
we're talking about because
and I said it's a
oh the
producer issue.
That
responsibility.
was
It's
Yeah,
a
Dara.
the best.
producer issue.
I swear it's not a producer issue.
That
I
was
swear on
Dara.
No,
everything.
That was
Taj,
Dara.
I
you
don't
have
think
your
it's
own
a producer
agenda.
issue. I think it's a Darko thing. I think it's actually a Darko thing. I don't think it's a producer
Taj,
Nah,
issue.
Taj,
I'm
Taj is
wait.
sorry.
probably
All
Did you
right.
Darko's biggest
All
hater,
right. Is
man.
there any other thing we can talk about tonight before we call it
I'm just gonna
call it
say,
a wrap?
someone said I should point out that Santi's Freaky is also top five samples.
Yep. I
Yep.
agree. Freaky Fire One as well. I would say Lady Donley's
Sampling is all in the producer, sha. Now that we actually talk about it, I'm just
Yeah,
thinking
it's all
freaky.
producer,
Lady Donley's
man.
sample of Mogbono Feli Feli. What's that song again? Um what record was it? On Enjoy Your Life.
Now we know, we know. Now only you go know.
Take Me Home.
Even bundle by
Take Me Home.
bundle.
Take Me
Even
Home.
bundle by Bonner.
Yeah,
So if
but
you guys don't know, bundle by
wait, so
bundle,
no
Billy
one knows the
Niggas
Lady
has
Dolly
a
song I was
sample.
talking about?
Baba, we know Sabi.
I think
Mogbono
I've heard
Feli
it
Sorry,
from
Feli.
man.
yeah. Yeah, you're a call fan, bro. Sorry.
Wait,
I,
you know
I
the
know
live
the
album because I
I
song.
don't
don't need to
remember
be a
it.
core fan to know Enjoy Your Life.
He always say
No,
if it's
not
on
the
the
whole
album, then I'm
album,
just
All right,
like
gonna
now we
off
know
the
forget.
that one
top.
It's
now.
on the album. The song I'm talking about is on the damn album, bro.
But we cannot remember now.
Anyway, Sha,
Bro,
go
no
to Take
kill
Me
us.
Home. Take Me Home. She sampled Mogbono Feli Feli, and it's a sick sample, essentially.
Well,
But
there's
anyway,
forever something Dr. Dre anyway. So
I mean, I
I'm
just
Ah,
I
these
tired.
two
just
Nigerians sample that Dr. Dre beat. Hey God,
I'm tired
they
though.
can sample that beat. That beat
anyway,
don't
man.
suffer for that dad.
All right.
And then see the
Yeah.
rest of y'all on Friday for
Sorry, can I say
music.
one more thing?
Yeah.
Sorry, just one
Okay.
last thing.
Yeah.
I don't just like I just when I sample enough. Is that Nelly and Kelly song? Oh God, please,
Dilemma.
don't do,
Oh, dilemma.
don't
Anyway.
do. Yeah, that's the side out.
All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. We out.